but it moves before 12 p.m.
Well, typically people get in at 10. 10 is like office time here.
Yeah. That's still closer to 9 than 12. But welcome to episode 36 on the Rocks. It's your boy, Mark. We're already at it. I'm like, oh. All right, episode 36. Who is it? Come on, give me some names.
Jerome Bettis.
There you go.
Bus.
All right, let's look at our chat GPT crowd.
That was my heat right there. Jerome the bus.
Y'all cheated. They literally on their phones before talking about who is number 36.
Like, who is 36?
Who's number 36, right? I had to look up Shaquille O'Neal on the Celtics. I mean,
damn.
Rasheed Wallace, I think.
That's a pull.
That's a pull there.
That's a pull.
Big Sheed. Can't forget about Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
I almost said Artest.
Ball don't lie.
37, I think.
I thought Ron Artest,
He
too.
was 37.
Give me
So we
some more.
saved that for the next one.
All right.
Right.
Is there any other? Y'all cheated. Who else I get?
That was
That's
it.
it?
Yeah, the bus and Shaq.
You got
and
some scrubs?
Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart.
Oh, Marcus Smart. That's
36 for the Celtics.
Anytime I can remember
Yeah,
your
that's
name.
what he said.
You
Shaq
wasn't
was 36
sorry.
with the Celtics.
Who else?
So that's that number they all get, 36. Just get that 36. Yeah, with the Celtics.
That's the throwaway. They got too many retired.
You can't get 32, 33.
Let's go. Oh, what's new? What's new around here? I see a lot of fresh. We're going to get to all this.
We see what you got for Father's Day, huh?
You're damn right. $3.99. Wife went to a conference, and part of the swag bag was the dad shirt. And they knew I was going to wear that shit immediately.
Yeah.
You pay for everything.
Right away.
You get
Did you already have the shorts?
Or
did they get those for you?
Nah, I wish. I wish you got everything for me.
the shirt fresh, it's not wrinkled.
I know I'm crispy today.
It's a good day.
crispy.
I might not come home today, honey.
Right. You look like you lost weight.
I know, right?
Everything is fresh.
You shaved your head. You did.
Not yet. I ain't crispy yet. I got a little. This ain't me. This ain't level
close
1.
enough.
Yeah,
It's close enough.
I can tell on camera.
So y'all noticed I lost some weight, huh? Let me tell you what happened. Let me
yeah.
tell you what happened. All right, no lie.
We know what happened.
That didn't happen, and I wish it did, because I was supposed to go to my doctor because I ran out of my Ozempic prescription, and I got to go see him after, I guess, 3 months, whatever it was. And I'm not going back for that reason, because I'm like, I don't like that shit. It made me have the hiccups.
Oh,
it does
did?
make you lose weight. But it helps you lose weight by diarrhea.
It's gonna make you gassy.
Boy.
I've heard
Gassy?
people say that they have like indigestion or they get real gassy. Feel
I'm
bloated.
always that way, so maybe I didn't notice the uptick, but yeah, I stayed. It was just, and Swaggy P, he told me this when I was about to do it. He was like, man, that shit, I only did it for like 3 days, man. I ain't like that shit. I was like, why? He was like, it felt bad. And so it didn't feel the best, but whatever. I lost like 30 pounds in a day, it felt like off of it, right? So I was like, I'm gonna keep going. But then,
On the rocks, baby.
oh yeah, on the rock. All right, I'm a big believer in like, there's nothing greater outside. Everything inside. Travel, I think it's better in here. Learning people, blah blah. I was like, this is trying to really start a willpower movement in me. Like the Ozempic is for people who don't have the willpower or are that extremely gone, right? And I was like, I'm not extremely gone, and I do have willpower. So why am I taking it? So I was always doubting when I was taking it. And then it's a dad at our school that takes it, and you can't tell because he's still fat. And I was like, for real, because he ain't got no willpower.
Stop talking about yourself.
Yeah, right. Because he ain't got no willpower. Good one. That was really good.
He got that in.
Got that in. He did. Like this. So I was like, I know why. And he told me how bad he felt. And I was like, yeah. But then I was like, damn, you still a butterball. And I was like, so it's something. So I was like, I'm going in here. So this is what I did. I think Thursday or Friday. I said no carbs. Now, that doesn't mean zero. It just means stop choosing carbs. It's going to be a carb snuck in, that strawberry, that watermelon, blah, blah, blah. My drink is easy. I know what to drink that's no carbs. So I was like, no carbs. Let's really do it. Plus, I got a Vegas trip in July, so let's go. All right, so, dog, I lost.
Wait, we got a Vegas trip?
Yeah, I'm taking my wife. I'm taking her.
Oh,
hell, I ain't taking y'all.
You.
Richie.
I'm taking y'all. Hell no.
On the rocks is on the bench.
Another good one. They ChatGPT some jokes too. Y'all with ChatGPT on some jokes. All right, so I was like, damn, I got this Vegas trip. I'm gonna do that. Y'all can go if you want to. I'll tell you about it. I was like, I want to get sexy for real. So I said, tap into willpower, NFL style. Let's go. So no carbs since Friday. Let's say Friday. I was 284 on Friday. Yesterday I was 266. Shit like
Wow.
that. Yeah, that part.
You working out too? Are you like running and?
I
You're
mean,
shortchanging yourself.
me.
Because the other day you was working out.
Yeah, I work out, but my workout ain't working out. Like it ain't nothing.
Well, I'm saying if you're doing all of that stuff, like cutting out foods and then doing other things and working out, it's gonna speed the.
Well, I've always
weight
been
loss
working out. Speed that, motherfucker. No, it's really as simple as this. I used to lose 10 pounds of practice in the summer, especially the summer. Like I go out there, I'm 280. I'll come back, I'm 270. To the point where we always talk about the NFL player that is overweight and they finding them. They don't talk enough about guys like me who you lose too much weight and they're like, we're going to fine you if you don't get your weight back. So there's some smaller kids, smaller cats, Dennis Northcutt, kind of like those cats. If they didn't keep a certain weight, they got fined. And so I was in the middle of like, Wiley, you're losing 10 pounds of practice. And it was all water weight. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens. Then I'll put it back on 7 to 8 between practices. So I'm basically in the NFL mindset. So next time you see me, son, cracked out. I'm going to be all smoked out. 6-pack in, probably 250, 255. Look at this. He's like, hell no, you ain't. But I'm really trying to get a 6-pack.
What's the goal weight?
I don't go.
Or is the weight is just a
45.
a look?
I've never been 245 as an adult. In college I was, and I looked insane.
What was your playing weight?
282 to
Does
270.
body fat percentage matter to you, or just weight?
If I really cared, yes, that's
If
the
you
number
want them
one.
abs, then
Yeah, that's the number one.
matters.
But if I could see my abs and my kids could stop teasing me saying I got a gut, I won.
See what that shirt says?
Dad.
You get the pass on the abs. It's over.
I know, but I don't want that because Shannon Sharp got abs. Who else got abs?
Shannon Sharp might be on that juice. Or he's just a freak of nature.
He is at the extreme of either natural or, yeah, he getting some help. I can say that.
He on that cream and that clear.
He on that 19.
He look like he's still in the league.
No, he looks insanely in shape. Like salute. So you either got to be GNC'd out in every product you take, or you get a little help. And I'm not going to help.
But he seems like the type of person where he's always had, like he's always been on it. So
Always.
there's never been a moment of where he slipped.
Always.
So it's easier to stay in shape like that if you've
Yep.
always been at it.
Because you got muscle memory and your muscles.
Yeah,
like,
but
thank
you don't have that much muscle mass at our age.
But that's where the supplements and all that other stuff kicks in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not taking Doug Flutie's and Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
I'm not doing that girl.
Total
oh my
T.
God.
And she likes it too.
You were giving Justin crap about midlife crisis. Are you going through one? 6-pack abs?
No, just fat ass. You're not gonna die.
I'm glad you said that because he did hit me the other day
give
with
me
a
crap for
midlife
that.
crisis. I'm like,
No, you really. I think you can do a little bit. But how old are you for real?
39.
And don't get insulted when I clown your ass. But you have too many cars. You like to be in the streets too much, and you like to run around.
I don't be in the streets. I be in the house.
Okay. All right. Everyone watch him and see if he stays awake these whole 3 hours. We're going to see if your ass is there.
I'm in the house every day. The only when I'm out in the streets, it's with him.
Hold on a second. Last episode, DP was talking about lobster
That's
and
a lie.
steak.
Yeah.
Wait, he's
That's a
outside
lie.
more than me. I promise you that he's outside more than
You
I
mean in the backyard?
No, I'm 90% of the time I'm in the house.
What was that
With my
10%?
kids.
That's like everything. Everything is perfect except the other 10%.
I really don't go out like that.
Okay.
I promise you.
You just travel. You travel. That's what I'm saying. You're outside.
I haven't traveled lately, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I haven't gone anywhere in the past
Week.
2 months. 2 months. Like 2 months.
You were just in the Bahamas.
That was 2 months ago.
No.
And then Miami,
that was 2 months
Texas. Let's just add them.
The Bahamas was the last place I went. That was 2 months ago.
Okay. Well, we got you wrong. Maybe it's the pants throwing us off. Nobody wears those pants and stays inside. Nobody. I've never met the man. Those are
But you
fresh.
said the cars. That's just my hobby. I like cars. I've always liked cars.
No, I know. I'll give you that.
I
But I don't
liked
believe
cars
that.
when I was 20. I wasn't in a midlife crisis.
Yeah, but you keep up. You don't do everything you do in your
No,
20s.
I'm actually downside. I'm actually getting rid of some of them.
The Volkswagen?
What we getting down to? What we at?
I'm trying to get down to 2.
Where we at?
Wait, list off what you got.
Yeah.
Y'all put him on the spot.
Line me up. He gonna get sized up.
Just be you, Judge. Just be you.
Somebody over there watching like, oh,
I'm like this. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
and that?
Right? Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. I forgot about
What
that.
else you got?
So
That's him. That's
my
Blake.
question is, should we do like an on the rocks ab challenge?
Oh shit.
Well, it depends
something
on
about
how-
that felt like. A flag. How we gonna measure that?
Well, get in shape.
Oh my God! Look at him! Look at him, Terry.
It was flag adjacent.
Terry.
It was flag adjacent.
Clear on that one. It wasn't.
Yeah,
too
who judging that? First of all,
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it's about getting in
that's the
shape.
problem.
that's the whole problem. It wasn't no problem getting
Because
ass.
who's the judge? Because somebody's got to be like, ooh, okay.
That's true. That's true.
No, let me see. Let me see.
It was more
All
of a
right.
get in shape
That
challenge together. Like,
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the
yeah.
spirit of it. I don't like the execution.
I'll go low carb with you
Let's go.
as a accountability. I did it for. I went no
days.
carb, like for in the late '90s, early 2000s. I went no carb for 2 straight years.
Years
That was
of
40 years ago.
That was right. But
Years of-
2 straight years, I
And
was
what
down
happened?
to 170 pounds
See?
and like 6% body fat,
Sick.
and I was ripped,
Anything
like
15 is
Woo.
good.
ripped.
Let it rip.
But I was working out 3 hours a day.
Oh, okay. You did all
I was, drinking. There was that one supplement that they took off the market.
a creatine or something like that.
No,
Creatine gives you.
creatine's still-
No,
yeah,
it was a
water
fat
weight.
burner.
I think I took
Oh,
it. With,
I know what you're talking
I can't remember the.
about. I know.
And
Yeah.
and just going to
Oxy-
Sports Club
Oxy
LA,
something like that.
and I would hoop for an hour and a half. I would lift for an hour and a half, and I was still never tired. It was crazy.
Those fat
It was
burners.
crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, low
And then they-
carb is it.
Yeah, and my body doesn't like carbs.
Mine.
If I cut my carbs, I'm losing weight.
well, you had to cycle it.
I
I
don't
did
like
that diet
carbs,
too,
period.
all protein, to the point where my colleagues were complaining about me eating shrimp and boiled eggs in the morning every morning. But you had to carb load.
That's an interesting
You gotta. So when I used to do. In the summers in New York, I'd go to Miami, and on the plane, I'd be eating sweet potatoes, yams, to carb load to just get that mass back on. Because as lean as you are, it doesn't pop unless you're carb loading once in a while.
No, I was-
This was 10, 15
Yeah,
years ago.
I'm built different.
No,
no carbs
carb
is the best.
load. Yeah.
yeah. But I know what
your
he's saying.
genetic makeup, like
Yeah.
too, because some people can eat carbs and it does nothing.
Yeah.
And some people.
I wouldn't even put them on my plate. I didn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go near it. And my mindset was kind of weird because it became so obsessive and impulsive about it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even want to see a carb. I was scared that if I ate one carb,
Boom.
it was going to lead to 1,000 carbs.
Yeah.
And yep, it did.
It did. That's why I was scared yesterday. I had 2 hash browns. I was like, here I go. And well, only 2 hash browns, which is 34 grams. I'm trying to stay under 50 for real. And if I stay under 50, I'm going to be insane. I'm going to be
I
insane.
was gonna ask you, which carb is your weakness? Is it the breads? Is it the pasta? Is it
Beer.
All.
Oh, you don't drink beer.
Yeah, I'm not
You
a
don't
beer
drink beer.
drinker. I do it because they got that. Them ultras only got 2 carbs, so I'm like,
Right.
shit. I drink beer now. Chips, potato chips. Literally, when I eat a potato chip, my belly goes like this. It just pokes out. It's like eat another one, and I just get fatter. I mean, I don't finish the bag without being fat. I don't care what shape I am.
You really can't mess with carbs.
No.
Me either.
But
Carbs
it's in a
don't
good
really
way.
bother me. They don't really do nothing to me.
Really?
Yeah. Although I don't eat a lot of carbs anyway, but when I do eat them, I don't really feel a difference.
Yeah. The purpose of a carb is to absorb water, like when it gets into your body. So it's like, by definition, we shouldn't be like this carved up as a country. That's why we all fat. It's because all of our foods, and you notice when you try to go no carb, you can't go into convenience stores. You can't go into like the 7-Eleven gas station. That shit hard. They thinking I'm stealing. I'm like, dog, I'm trying to find something that ain't carved in it. And it's
Nothing
like
healthy in there.
beef jerky,
Right.
peanuts,
Pork rinds.
pork rind. Ooh.
Beef jerky got that protein though.
But
They
the
heavy
salt,
in protein.
The salt
Well,
was
it's
the
a
problem.
Salt.
Too much
And then
salt
you
for-
also
yeah,
got to
yeah.
check it because a lot of beef jerky has a lot of sugar.
Sugar. I've seen that. You try to sneak you.
Can't eat condiments. Ketchup is all
No,
sugar.
You can eat mustard.
Mustard, yes.
I love mustard
But
too. I'm so
salad,
glad.
most salad dressings have
ranch.
too
You
much.
can do ranch.
Yeah. No, you can't do ranch.
not
you
really.
do balsamic vinegar.
No.
Ranch has no carbs.
Oh, carbs.
What are y'all
Okay.
talking
But
about?
the
Y'all forgot
sugar
the
and
topic? Oh.
So he don't care about sugar. He just
I said I didn't never brought up sugar. Y'all did.
Well,
Wait,
sugar
don't-
is
don't
sugar is
carbs turn into
carbs.
sugar?
Yeah, sugar is
but
carbs.
it could be dietary. It could be dietary fiber. But ranch doesn't have sugar either.
You may want to look at that
You
again.
better want to chat GPT it right now. None.
Blue cheese dressing doesn't
Oh, yeah,
have
yeah.
carbs.
Probably blue
Typically.
cheese, but I don't
Cheese
like
got a
blue
lot of
cheese
fat
like
in it,
that.
don't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't worry about the
You
fat
don't worry
when you're
about
doing
fat.
the no carbs.
You don't worry about carbs.
You don't worry about the calories.
It's complex carbs. So with the fiber, you subtract the fiber from the
Right,
carb.
right.
So those are fine. It's a diet I can sustain. It's just French fries are fresh. Everyone loves the fries.
And I love sandwiches.
I love a sandwich.
Me too.
I
love a sandwich.
Good cold cut
Opposite.
or something.
Ooh.
Man.
Chicken
else?
salad.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Look how many phones he got to go. And he ain't outside. And he ain't outside. He got 2 phones.
businessman,
9 cars. I used to, all right, this is a good combo. My boys in the league all had multiple phones. Now, obviously, I was like, y'all got a bad phone. That's what it is for the girls. They were like, no, I'm a businessman too. I was like that. But then I start asking, are you guys actually more efficient with 2 phones or with 1? And I never could, I tried it for like a month or 2, and I was like, this shit is worse. Like, it made my load heavier because it's like, this one, no, this one, who do I give this number to? And I felt like I couldn't get it done. But tell me how it worked for you.
It's really simple because anything business related gets 1 number, and my friends and family have the other one. So at a certain point in time, if I just don't feel like, if it's late and I just don't want to entertain any business call,
Yeah.
I can just put that phone to the side.
That's fresh.
And just only have my regular phone. And then there's sometimes where I know, none of my friends or family is calling me, so I just focus on that phone because I know like midday, that one is gonna go off all the time because of whatever I got going on.
How many people on both? Like, how many friends do you do business with?
Yeah, the overlap question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
And then if it's a friend, they would just call me on my regular phone
Okay.
because it's my.
So we should all call Justin's number off of our phone and see which phone it rings to.
yeah.
Oh, I already know.
Oh, you're dead now? Now you're calling him out. Wait, which side am I on?
If y'all call me, this phone's gonna ring. This is my personal phone.
Okay. Woo.
Everybody here got the personal.
Which one died during the Knicks game?
The personal one.
So why you calling the business one?
Because I'm not on the group chat on there.
Oh, okay, that's real.
It's only on the group chats on the
I'm
personal
like, this
number.
motherfucker.
And I purposely don't sync because iMessage you can sync the phone so you can get messages on both.
On both? Oh.
But I don't do that because I want to keep it separate. Like when I want to check out,
Oh, yeah. That would defeat the purpose.
right?
Yeah.
So when I check out, that's it. So sometimes if I'm on my phone all day, the business one, I don't charge the personal one. So moments like that, it died because I wasn't using it. So
All right, I hear you.
Just as the Knicks are losing.
Yeah,
It was very convenient.
It was very convenient.
hey,
Sure.
to be fair, I came back as soon as it charged up, which was like
Oh, the moment was lost.
It was like an hour later. I was right back in there.
Okay, Knicker.
My knickers. I got a real question too. I got the outfit, the pants especially, because I'm not a fashionista.
I don't even want to know how much them pants cost.
I all right, cost too, but like, why are those fresh? Because you're wearing them, I know they're fresh, but I'm like, why are they fresh? And how far am I away from fashion to think that they're? I think those are despicable. I would never wear
Hey,
those.
look, I don't know if they're fresh. I think they're just fresh to me.
Well, then you do know they fresh.
Somebody else might. There could be 100 other people that be like.
Think about other people first. I asked you, why are
You
they
didn't
fresh?
hear what I just said.
Yes, I did.
I literally just said I don't know if they're fresh, but they're fresh to me.
That means you
So
know they're fresh. 'Cause
What
you
I'm
think-
saying is
what?
a bunch of other people just like you could think that they're not.
He said a bunch of other dinosaurs like you. You big black dad dinosaur.
I asked you, are they? I know
Well,
you
I
think
thought
they're
you were
fresh.
asking me that in the sense of like, is this like a trend or is this like a popular thing?
No, I know the word trend. I ain't saying
Who
that.
makes those?
Like,
things?
what are they and why are they fresh? Like, to you. I'm talking to you. I ain't
I
asking
don't know. I
them.
just like because they're different.
I wish I could wear something like that.
I know. I can't pull it
I
out.
can't
could
pull it
never
off.
wear anything like
Never.
that. Ever.
But I respect that you
You
can.
just don't realize that you can. Yeah, you can do it.
Man,
That's
stop.
true. Nah, that's true.
That's a damn lie. I look like Rick James if I put them
You
shit
just,
on.
you just don't try.
For good reason.
First off, this guy one time, not too long ago, maybe about 2 months ago, came to a party with a mink,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
big old chain. Wait, did you have a Gucci hat? I know you had the Gucci shoes on.
Ah, shit. I had on, I was trying to be the dude from Big Meech. Because it was a Detroit party.
Right.
And so I thought it was a costume party. So I went zone.
He did not think it was a costume.
I can't wait to pull this mink out.
I did. Hell yeah.
I can't
He
wait.
was invited to a house party for hors d'oeuvres and drinks. Nothing about that said costume.
First of all, it's
He
Chef.
was just in
He
costume.
fancied it up. It's Chef Daz who
With
didn't have no
with no
food.
hors d'oeuvres.
And no food. So it was Chef Daz talking about a Detroit party. I'm like, it's on. I get there, this shit is not in, no food and no costumes. I was like, well, Big Meat's here. Larry Hooper.
But the reason why I brought that up is because I thought it was fresh. He was the only person dressed like that. Now, some people would have thought he looked crazy. But sometimes the uniqueness of it and just being one of one makes it fresh.
Oh yeah, but I really was in costume because that chain, that was costume. That was a
I
costume.
thought that was from back in the day.
It had a spinning dollar sign on it, dog.
Man, you was outside. You was outside during that time.
He had a Spreewell chain.
Touche.
Spreewell chain.
You could have took that out the stab. Right.
I was slugging.
And you had your shades on.
I have my shades on.
Plus, you
Were they
can't.
Gucci
You can't.
shades?
Those?
They was something.
I think I went even further. What's the one that Biggie had?
Oh, Versace.
Versace. Yeah.
He was
Oh, I got all
was
the.
flexing.
I got all the levels.
Hey, listen. If you
Costume
got the
party.
mink, you got everything else.
Oh yeah. I went to Buffalo. First thing I bought, other than DJ equipment, was a mink. They was like, "It's the summer, sir." I said, "So it's
So like it's on sale. That's right.
So you get it for a good price right there.
All right, so you got to answer me for real, because I'm fascinated by how I miss stuff. I'm like, damn, I would have never thought these were fresh, but I know they are.
I never really saw anybody wear these. That's why I wanted them.
Who's
Where are
the
they?
designer?
Yeah, who made them?
I'm not sure.
I like them. I was like,
I was in the
those are
store
fresh.
and I saw them. I was like, oh, those are different. I'm like, I may never wear them because I don't know what to wear it with. It
Is that at a store or like a boutique?
was like a boutique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I saw them. I was like, all right, these are nice. And
Damn, you little
I
people.
just thought they were different.
Y'all could go to boutiques. I go to boutique. They be like, you want to clean up?
You say you little people. What am I, a midget? I'm a normal sized human
No,
being.
you don't wear extra large.
My shirts, it depends. It depends.
No, I mean you could go somewhere and your clothes are on the rack. That is a
He's like 6'4".
It's all me too, though.
yeah. That's not a that's a compliment to you. I
Yeah.
wish, dog. Growing up and you couldn't get your shoes.
It's the opposite because I'm the average size person.
Oh,
most of the stuff I look for is never there.
Everybody
there?
gets
Because
it.
everybody already gets it, even like shoes.
Damn.
I can't. If I want something, it's usually gone as soon as
I'm going
goes
to
on.
win this complaint off. You want to know why? Your stuff was in there and gone. My stuff was
Right.
never in there.
No, I get it.
14s ain't in there.
It's two sides of the coin. It's just we both have our own issue with it. But
Oh.
literally, most of the stuff I look for is not there by the time I get there because it's just too many people that wear the same size.
Y'all shop at boutiques or y'all on
I
Amazon?
don't really shop at boutiques. This
don't?
was just this just happened to be
Oh,
one of
okay,
them.
another 10% of you, huh? This
Nah.
motherfucker.
That's New York
everything-
mentality,
everything
though.
online.
New Yorkers all
I'm
do
an
boutique
online guy.
shopping. That's a New York mindset.
It is.
Boutiques are a thing, yeah.
But I bought these living here. I just buy stuff.
Where
on-
you shop at, Eugene?
Me, I don't shop.
I
My
noticed.
wife buys everything. All my clothes are 10 years old.
That motherfucker look like he got a station wagon
with wood panel.
with the meat going to the butcher. With the wood panel going to the butcher, running errands between drop off and pickup.
Like Mike Brady.
Things are expensive now. FYI.
What I'm saying,
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
they,
Get a-
cost.
they yeah, they
station wagon
ain't
with the
cheap
wood
now.
paneling.
Yeah, that's
It gonna cost you some money.
low key kind of fly.
Yeah, they are.
It is.
That Brady bunch.
Yeah,
that
low
thing's fresh.
key.
That's
Got a nice
fresh.
space.
So you're not a fashion dude, huh?
No, I drive a minivan with my kids. I think
And
that says it all.
I wanted a minivan. My wife said no.
Same here.
I promise you, I wanted a minivan.
Same
I was
here.
showing her like 5 different ones, with nice sliding doors, had little TVs in there. She know that every time. So I'm like, all right.
Sound like Eugene runs his house. Good for her. And we don't. And we don't. Why minivan
just
though?
likes
Because
the
there's
finer
other ways
things.
you get them around with space and it's fresher.
Well, I mean, practical. When my kids were smaller, they couldn't climb up the SUV steps. They're too high. The minivan's low, and the automatic doors for safety reasons. They've had the door shut on their legs and arms before, but it stops. It doesn't. Like a
okay.
regular door, you're not going to lose a finger or get
Yeah.
purple fingers, jammed fingers. This door will stop, and even if your hand's caught in there, you can't get hurt. It just notices.
That's what they said about the Cybertruck.
I can't talk about a Cybertruck.
Start losing fingers and shit.
Boy, getting
People
trapped up in there.
testing it. Uh-huh.
I still want one though. I just don't have the driveway or
I
life.
gave up on it. It got too popular.
You think it's too many? That
I had a because when they was that like pre-COVID or during COVID when they first advertised,
Yeah.
you could put $100 down. and
Oh,
you
I
get an
did that.
allocation. I did it.
I'm saying.
And like last year, they finally called me and said that it was ready. But at that point, I just was
Too
over
many?
it. Yeah, it was a bunch of them on the street. It just
See, I
wasn't-
told you think about other people. I'll still see. You
No,
just told
yeah,
me
I'm
something.
I don't want what everybody has.
Well, I got you.
That's
Do
why I'm
you
wearing
have a
these.
Rolls Royce?
Everybody don't have that.
Yes, they do in LA. I mean, no. Listen to me.
How many people want?
People who qualify, a lot of them have Rolls Royce. Dog, you know what I mean? Rolls
That's
Royce.
still a
trucks-
small percentage.
I would say
Okay.
I'd see more Bentleys and Maybachs and Rolls Royces
Right.
on
Yeah,
the
you
road.
don't see that many Rolls. You see way more of everything else.
I see that Rolls truck everywhere. I see that the coupe. I see a lot of them, but that's me. I will say this:
Hey,
I got a Model X.
That's because you're rich and you hang out with
Right.
rich
Yeah,
people.
right. Like, that's not
You
the
hang out
norm.
with rich
But
people.
that he lives in L.A. and he goes to nice places. That's what you're gonna see in valet. Like you're not pulling up in valet by yourself as a Rolls Royce. That's what I mean.
So I'll be honest. Most of the time, if I go to places, maybe there's one other, but it's not often. I very rarely see. Even at the school, there's one other person that has one. Just one.
And there's at the school. There's only Jay-Z left. There's only one person. I don't think it's only one person with the Cybertruck.
No, it's about four or five. But I wasn't talking about specifically at the school. I just meant in LA.
Yeah.
At one point, I was seeing
There's
them
nothing
every day.
more than the Model X, and I got the
that's
Model
the
X.
most popular car in LA.
And I got that, and I'm looking forward to the next one too. But I do want the Cybertruck, but I do recognize there are a grip of them everywhere. But is that a deterrent?
It's too big too.
Why is that? It's big as shit. Yeah. Why is that a deterrent for us at times when we're like, everybody got it? Because for me, it's
Like
shoes.
you're different.
But you're never different. You're just not around everybody who got the same thing.
That makes you different.
That's not different. That means that's out of sight, out of mind. But that's not different.
I mean, you could move the needle how you want, but that's different. If I'm driving something and 10% of people have it, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 10% has it, but the other 90 don't.
But why do you care? I'm really fascinated why you care. If you get in a Cybertruck, you ain't even like your Rolls. If there's another Rolls there, and my
I don't care
Rolls
about
is
it if
sick.
I see another one. I just don't want to. I don't want to do anything that everybody else is doing. That's across the board. That's just who I am.
But then wouldn't customized paint job or whatever you do on the exterior make it a unique car?
Yeah, but
Now
you
you're
know,
doing
with the
too much.
side, it's a lot.
Now you ghetto-fying that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
the
Got rims on the rolls.
At one point, I was seeing Cybertrucks like 2 or 3 a day. At that point, it's like it kind of takes the allure.
Boy, we
away.
sound
Every
high
car-
society as fuck.
Too many.
Hey, that's the life. That's the world we live in. It is
That's
what
right,
it is.
right.
you
That
know?
is Los
the victor
Angeles,
goes
baby.
the spoils.
I can't base it
Terry
on
nailed it.
where
That's
other
Los
people live.
Angeles.
I can only base it on
And
where
that
we
ain't a
live.
lot. That's why I'm
Where
laughing
we
off
live, it's a lot.
Where? Who?
I mean, if we go middle America, nobody's driving a Cybertruck.
Nobody's driving a
Nobody's
Tesla.
driving a Rolls. Nobody's driving a Tesla. Like it's just
Yeah.
you can only base off your environment where you live.
That's
And
sick.
I see them things all the time.
I still want one though. You don't want it?
I mean, I like it.
I would get
I
it.
just don't want it. I like seeing them. I'm like, oh, that's a nice
Sickest.
one.
We are in our car. You know how you grew up? Did y'all grow up playing contact or bingo? Like that car is
yeah,
mine.
bingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we stopped playing that game because I got older and I guess had my own car. But my kids, we play Cybertruck. So no matter, they be on their iPads and they go like this, Cybertruck. And I'm like,
I used to do that with the Beatles, the Volkswagen, the
oh
Bug,
yeah.
Punch Buggy.
I love them Cybertrucks.
Our slug bug. We call it a slug bug.
What you into, Terry?
What?
You strike me as a man who's into Love Jonesy things. Idlewild, might say.
Terry,
As far, you say what?
Terry, a freak.
Hilarious.
a lot of innocent. It'll be a
Well,
night.
I mean, I'm in the
Oh,
movies.
Maxwell looking mama.
Listen, if I really dress how I
the
dress
type of
going out,
movies.
that is
What
the
type
vibe.
of
The
movie?
type of movies we talking about.
Oh no, just classic Hollywood shit. Like I just watched Serpico last night with Al
Like
Pacino.
Foxy Brown?
Serpico.
What's that about?
It's a film about a cop who's playing. He's the only clean cop in a dirty
Precinct.
So he goes to different precincts around New York, and he's always the only clean cop, and they don't trust him because he's not taking no money. So like they're trying to off him. Really,
It was a great movie? Or?
it's fantastic.
Oh, really?
It's
Al
fantastic.
Pacino.
Al Pacino and Sidney Pollack directed it. It's amazing. So I'm into like old films and music.
He ain't asking what kind of movies you like. He asking what
Well,
kind
I
of.
mean, he got to start
gear.
somewhere. He put his toe in the water. We'll get there.
Like, what do you like to spend your money on? Because everybody spends it on something.
I like my hobby is to actually refurbish shoes. So I like
I knew
finding
his
like
kicks.
shoes.
Hey, I got something I'm gonna send your way.
Hey, I can do it.
Yeah,
like I
send
like
that
to,
Venmo
I can
to
like
me,
turn
bro.
off my Jordans, the clear bottoms, like when they turn yellow, I can turn them back clear and stuff, and get them all like super white. So like that's my newest hobby, really. I really enjoy doing
That guy, remember that thing we
It's like
bought
a-
growing up with the little brush that was slanted and it was white and he had a little armor dude? You
Oh, you
remember
talking about
that?
Arm & Hammer? What are you talking
The
about?
little shoe dude. It was the little, you go to a shoe store and you could buy this little white thing and you press it against your shoe and it turn it white again. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember that bottle?
No, I don't.
Oh,
You mean shoe
But they still
polish?
sell it. No, they're just
Yeah, they
little-
still sell it.
Like
You talking about
deodorant looking
shoe polish?
bottles and
but it's for
was at the-
tennis shoes. You never
Oh,
seen that?
with the little brush.
And
on it?
Chambers,
Okay.
Chambers
He had
made
the
a
little
business out of
square,
it.
the little square brush on the
Yes,
top.
with the
Yeah,
little
that's
angle.
It's shoe polish.
Shoe polish. So
Yeah.
you're doing that basically.
Well, I'm not. No, I don't do shoe polish.
Chambers made a business off it,
polish
off
is outdated.
sauces.
No, I don't do that. But
Where you
I'll,
at?
I'll strip it down.
ain't
I buy
paint
paints. I repaint them. I re-glue everything. Like
Oh damn!
I do it.
That's
I got a pair of shoes, 2 pairs I got to send.
What
you
you got?
For real. Some foam posits.
In that
Sole
bimbo.
fell off.
I can do that. That's
Oh,
easy.
I did that too. My soles.
That's-
fall. Have your soles disintegrated? Do you ever?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what
'Cause
got me
I let
into
them
it.
sit for too long, and when I went to put them on, it just like turned into dust.
Yeah, I like lost 50% of my collection because they all dry rotted.
Just crumbled.
Oh, okay.
They dry rot. If you
That's
don't
what
wear
I'm
your
afraid
shoes, they
about
dry
the-
rot.
That's what
You
I
gotta
was
keep the saline
afraid
tabs
about
in
those
it.
They
Frank
don't tell you
Robinson.
that when you buy them, mother.
They
You
don't.
think they last
They
for
do
life?
tell you to keep the saline tabs, but nobody does it. Everybody throws them out.
Oh, good
That
point.
prevents that from happening.
Oh, so they did tell us.
In
In so many ways.
They don't tell you, just put it in there.
Damn. All right. What you spend your money on, Richie?
College.
Divorce?
He ain't wear that AP today.
no, your daughter's gonna get scholarships. I thought they were one of them's an
One
athlete.
did, yeah. You know what? I'm a photographer, so camera equipment, cigars,
Okay.
Cuban cigars, my
Experiences.
camera equipment, doing shit.
Yeah.
What
You
you
know.
film? What you film?
I think you take pictures. You don't
Yeah,
film.
I don't film. I
Yeah.
do
Oh, okay.
still photography.
Man, you ghetto. He's a photographer.
Yeah, but when you say camera equipment, sometimes people do both.
No, lenses and
Look at him.
and camera bodies and stuff like that.
That adds up
I was
for
saying,
sure.
it
yeah.
costs as much as a car if you're going
Huh?
real high end. It costs as much as a car.
Oh, yeah.
A good lens.
Yeah.
Are you into art?
Yes, but
No.
not in like a Basquiat kind of way.
Right.
Just because it gets so heavy so fast.
So fast.
so fast.
That is one industry, if they left it up to me, would just disappear. I'm like, why are y'all buying that abstract, whatever it may be? I swear I could go off Crenshaw, and I know the homie, $5.99. He already got it up. Right next to the rugs and the Laker championship shirts. Like, it's like, I can't, even when we took Art Hum at Columbia, I couldn't understand what we were trying to do. I was like, she's like, look in there and see this and the hues. And I'm like, it just looks like a picture, like just a different way. So do you have a respect for that? Or are you just like, I don't
Oh,
know?
yeah. I have a very high respect for it. It's just not my thing, really. You know, it's just not my thing. If I see something that I really like, then yes.
Yeah.
But it's not, I'm going to get that so it appreciates.
Yeah.
It's something I want it on my wall. But like right now in my place, I have all my own art.
Oh, your own picture.
So I've
dope.
printed
Yeah,
out everything that's printed
Me.com up in
on
that
my
motherfucker,
wall
huh?
is something I've shot, either whether it's the Eiffel Tower or whether it's 4 guys sitting in the backyard or a trumpeter playing in a concert. Everything is kids playing in the street. It's all my my own
Gordon
stuff.
Parks.
Yeah.
See, I like
exactly.
photography. I don't like art, but I like photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because photography for me, I'm a writer, so photography is just an extension of that. I like to capture the life in a scene.
Who's the Mount Rushmore photographers or the Jordan? Give me a name.
Gordon Parks.
Okay.
Gordon Parks.
All right.
Yeah.
I never heard of him, but dope.
Yeah.
You probably seen his work though.
On the black side,
Yeah.
it would be Gordon Parks for sure.
What about like the main tent? Like, you know, I don't do the black
Well,
stuff.
you know what? It goes
Don't do the white stuff.
differently
Like
for
all
different
dogs go to
genres.
The black photographer. What is camera different?
You know, I mean, you have different genres of photography. So like landscape photography would be somebody like an Ansel Adams. There's a guy named Peter Lick who has crazy popular shots of like the Brooklyn Bridge and all these other things that people pay tens and tens of thousands of dollars for. There are rock and roll and music photographers who are
Yeah, that's
great.
true.
You know,
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. All right. well, you bored me long enough.
You just haven't found the artist or photographer you like. It's that
Eugene,
simple.
stop.
You just have it.
Why do you do that
No,
every
you just
time?
have it.
No, are you for real? I'm
No,
starting
I'm
to
for
think
real.
this is a gimmick. There's no way that you button up everything. Well, maybe no. Some shit is a no. They created the word no for a reason. Use that shit.
That's his thing.
Dog, he be like, no, it's okay. They're gonna be okay. I was like, the kid sucks. It's okay. He sucks. Oh, he'll be better.
Yep.
Well, one day, but I'm not holding my breath. No.
Not right now.
What is that about? Why do you do that, Eugene?
That's
No
called the
one's that
optimism. That's called the half glass full. Why close? Why shut the door on what? I'm not talking about the kid example. But
Yeah.
Why close your mind to something that could be possible? There's always a what if.
I got an answer for that because that shit, even if it's possible, who cares? Like, there's so much in this world to care about.
Yeah.
Why do I need an infinite list? Why can't I start narrowing that list to care more about the things on that
Yeah,
list?
I'll give you that.
Like, right, I'm an optimist too. I don't know if I wear it well, but I'm very
You do, you
optimistic.
do.
But I'm like, also no, hell no. Or I'm not doing that. Or that's not good. Like, you know what I mean? For me,
Yeah.
I'm talking for me.
But art is not black and white.
Yeah, it is.
This could be considered a form of art.
Oh, you can call
You're
it what
like
you
your
want.
own
It's just a
star.
bunch of fat heads put up.
But I'm saying that's an art. Like me, like I'm
That ain't
like
no art.
jerseys on the wall. Like to me, that's
I think
art.
that I did.
That's
that
what
too.
I'm into.
with the jerseys
If
and
you give
stuff.
me like a basket, I wouldn't care about that. But a jersey
Oh, I
on
get
the
what
wall
you're
is
saying.
more of my
Yeah.
style of art.
Is that art? So to me, that's art, which is, what do they call those? Like, they call them like organized confusion walls or something. Like, you just put stuff up and you just, it doesn't look like anything, but it looks like
That's your
something.
artistic expression.
Yeah.
It's expression.
Yeah, it's your expression of you.
Y'all trying to term something that ain't a term.
That's
That is
a term.
literally me putting
Artistic
shit up on the shelf because I ain't got no more
expression
space.
is a term.
Of you.
That is an actual term.
And of us, yeah. But-
Artistic expression is an actual term.
no, I know. But if somebody tried to call that art, and then I'll be like, damn, okay.
It's a conversation
somebody-
piece for
Yeah,
sure.
Somebody that
True.
would buy that off of you.
Who?
Somebody.
Somebody will buy that.
There's somebody that would buy that.
This whole wall about to be stripped next week.
When we film the next episode,
with a
it ain't
Tesla-
here. This shit gone.
With a Tesla truck in the driveway.
You want that Tesla? Or you want the Cybertruck or you want the Sprinter?
Ooh, that's I can't speak. Shit, that is tough. But you know what? It's really the Sprinter because it got 10 seats, 12 seats. So yeah, just for the space. And MJ
Sprinter had 12 seats.
Oh yeah,
What?
you got 2 in the front,
The luxury
and then the
ones.
10,
Oh, I thought they
8
were
to
like
10
6
in
or
the
8.
back.
Oh wow.
And my boy, I told him, but I didn't tell y'all. My boy, he owns one, right? I remember I told you Anna Marie was acting like, oh my God, I didn't know you had one. And even though we've known he had one for years or two, his is insane. And he's like, you can have it anytime you want. And I'm like, I will use it all the time. And I'm going to use his until I get tired or he start be like, damn, dog, come on now. And then I'm going to get my own maybe one day. But yeah, his is sick.
I used you a nice one.
Yeah. It's just like that. He got the tan seats. They recline. They spin. It's goofy. I'm about to be stunned. I'm taking it to Vegas for nationals.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, you are. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to take
want
that.
the
I was
smaller
going to fly.
one.
Huh?
I want the smaller one.
I seen
and
that
then
too.
to rent it out like the mattress. It's like 4 seats.
Yup.
It's the 2 captain chairs in the back
Yup.
with the screen on the wall, and then the 2 in the front.
That's what I had when I had that excursion that was converted over. Mike Tyson told me to do it because I had an excursion, and he was like, you got to get a limo. And I was like, this is a Mike Tyson conversation. I'm out. Like, who walked up to somebody and said, you need a limo? And then he was like, no. He said, use this truck. Just gut the back and then flip it. Two captain, 2 little ones, screen behind them. Dog.
It was
LA.
fly. It was fly.
Oh, yeah, he rolled
Oh
in.
yeah.
Boy.
Sayers. We went all over LA in that thing.
Boy.
That's why I want one.
Pre-Uber.
That's
I
why I
want
want
the
to
street.
downsize and get one of those.
Do that?
Yeah, I mean, I would rent
You
it
would do
out
that?
when I'm not using it, but then if I wanted to go out,
Oh, it's the
with
best
me
go
and the
out
missus
ever.
Or go out with the kids, just sit in the back. Lies on, got to drive.
I don't like
Pay
it now
somebody
for
to
my
drive
life.
for the day?
I got to get a Sprinter because I got to commit to being a dad because the thing I had was a high conversion rate of some meow. Because you're out in front of the club.
That's why you putting out cat videos,
Chasing that kitty.
Shout out to Michelle Beadle. That's my girl. We always got this forever fight of dogs over cats or cats over dogs.
Dogs.
No
So I would-
contest. It's dogs for sure.
Cats. Go.
If
Dog.
She lost the argument too.
If I
can't
brought
trust
my
people that like
if I
cats.
brought my dog in here,
I was
you would
surprised
fall
you
in
said
love
cats.
with my
Wow.
dog.
Oh no! Oh, I don't
instantly.
mean that. I love both. I don't mean that. We kind of talking like which one is better as a pet. Which
Oh,
one?
a dog is way
Cat.
better than a
Dog.
cat.
Okay, go. You literally left
Cats,
the
cats would fuck up everything in this basement.
Yeah.
and
On purpose.
And they're not loyal.
they
cats
are
are
loyal.
sneaky.
First of all, they are loyal. They
Cats
are
are sneaky.
sneaky. They're private. I wouldn't call them sneaky.
Anybody who likes cats.
have you had a
independent.
have you had a cat?
I had 7, 10 cats. I've had 7 to 10 dogs. I've had as many of both. And I remember it was you or you who just was like, "Oh, I gotta go. My dog's been in the kennel for."
Yeah.
You can't even hang outside. I have a cat. I'm gone for a week. He texting me, "Stay out, dog. It's good. Stay out. We good, dog. You come back. The house might be a mess, but he like, hey, clean that shit up. You left me for a
We're
week."
gonna tear these leather couches up.
But if you leave a dog, you can't even leave a dog
You
for
can
a
train
day.
a dog.
You can train a cat,
Nah, them cats is wild. They just do what they want.
They do what
They
they
don't
want.
listen to nobody.
which is a beautiful
Cats
thing.
are
First of all-
sneaky as hell.
Okay,
Yeah,
here we
that's
go.
why I
And
Here's
low
a-
maintenance.
Here go low maintenance. Here go dog owner, Mister. I love dogs so much. Got him on the chain. Got him on the collar. Come here. And look, I've seen them all at the dog park. I thought you loved dogs. I've never seen somebody snap at a cat.
Well,
You
you
know
don't.
why?
You don't. You
Cats
never
snap-
see nobody
cats
take.
snap
at you.
You don't
Right.
see nobody out with a cat because you can't take them nowhere.
Yes, we
That's
don't-
why. What are
and
you
trust
talking
me,
about?
and
That's
adults-
exactly right. You can't walk a cat. You can't even take a cat out in your arms. Cats trip out.
Adults shouldn't take fucking pets everywhere. You shouldn't be at a restaurant and seeing a dog. I'm eating.
know
What you
why you
doing?
could do that?
And but you, this is love.
You know
He
why-
couldn't stay home.
no,
Yeah.
I don't take my.
your
I
ass
don't
home
take
and
my
DoorDash.
dog to a restaurant.
Okay, why are you walking around with Scruffy? I don't want to walk around with a pet. I got a kid.
That's called love.
That is not called
Can't
love.
get that type of love from a cat.
That's true companionship.
No, that's called loneliness. And
No, that cat is lonely.
no, them dogs are lonely.
When women get old and lonely and single, you know what they get?
Cats.
That's true.
It's loneliness.
But when men are divorced and their kids are gone and one got a scholarship, what they get? Dogs.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
Dogs. I swear dog owners are
one got a
weirder than
scholarship.
cat owners.
Why you threw that in there, though?
They're weird.
No, the one got a scholarship.
I love reality. He just said it. It's on my brain. Dog, y'all gotta clown me back or y'all don't love me. Dog owners are weird and they got the rep like they ain't.
Cat owners are the weird ones. What
Yes.
you never heard nobody called a dog lady. It's a cat lady.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. They did a better job of marketing because the people who were filming were dog owners. So the industry is dog owners, so they're gonna make cats look bad. That's what happened.
Now you making shit up.
No, that's real.
Now
He's
you
like a
making shit
contrarian.
up.
He like the cats. He like the Clippers.
Dog lady.
Don't say the Clippers.
He like the cats, the Clippers, like anything, just whatever.
That's
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
He said he like anything that nobody else like. He's not
No,
a
that's not what I
contrarian.
said. I said I don't like doing what
What everybody-
everybody else likes
Right.
to do.
But okay, let's be real. Cats rule the world. Like the lion is the
What do you
king.
mean? Let's be real.
King of the jungle is a cat. It ain't a dog. It ain't a wolf. It ain't no wild dogs. They get their asses smoked by
You
cats.
know who the real king of the jungle is? An
Animal.
elephant.
Oh. Well, yeah. Why? Never heard
Lions
that.
don't fuck with elephants.
Yeah.
They'll get stomped out
Oh, okay. So elephants don't fuck with lions then. Yeah.
because they don't have
They
to.
don't, yeah, they the king.
They just
No,
walk
That
through.
don't mean you the king.
They
Just mean
walk
you ain't on my
through.
block.
Who bothers an elephant in the jungle?
I really don't know this
Nobody.
answer.
No, they don't.
Nobody.
messes
You don't
with
think
it.
a rhino? Or something?
Right.
I don't know.
Rhino
No.
But people do. They
Rhinos
do
are
mess
smaller
with
than
lions though, huh? Something.
Yeah,
Was it
lions
little-
get out the
Lions
way
got
for
enemies.
elephants.
No, but there are animals that mess with lions.
Oh
like
yeah,
antagonize them.
hyenas.
Hyenas, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them.
In packs,
If
though.
they can
Okay.
get them in
There's
packs.
also-
Oh
So
yeah.
have you ever seen them videos of cats and dogs when they play fighting? Like a owner has a cat and a dog. You ever seen that? Mm-hmm. You know how bad that dog be getting tossed up.
Oh, scoop.
Because cats are psycho.
So here's the thing: when you see that, it's never against like the real dogs. It's like little playful dogs, and the dog already knows that it could destroy the cat. So a lot of times
No.
the cats is doing all that, and the dog's
The
just
dog,
like
and
sitting
right, and
there.
the dog's trying to play with the
Yeah,
cat.
it's like,
Guess
all right,
what?
yeah.
No,
That dog
scary.
will destroy that cat.
We on different Instagrams. My Instagram show me cats that's like, look, mother.
My dog
their
killed the
reflexes
cat.
are too
That's
fast.
because you on the 75-year-old lady, cat lady Instagram.
Algorithm.
I'm judging everybody with a dog. I'm like, oh, you're the lonely one. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this.
Everybody
and
with a
spending
dog is
thousands of
lonely.
dollars a month on a dog that's gonna stay home for 4 hours and then he'll make you come home. You are
You
ignorant.
talking about a very specific person.
Yeah, everybody I know with a dog.
Everybody, a lot of people got dogs. They're not doing that.
Oh, they throw them in the backyard
walking
eating
with their
collard
dog.
greens. Them dogs.
My dog killed a cat one time, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
Cat was sick.
No, it was my neighbor's cat too.
Oh, your neighbor's
His
cat.
neighbor came. The cat went into the yard and did something, and then I was inside the house, and all I heard was like
What kind of dog?
American Bully. So like in the like, looks like most people call it a pit.
Pit. Oh, I
But
know
it's not
those.
a pit.
Yeah.
It's in the same family.
Yeah.
But they got the
Big
paws.
boys sell
that's
those.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
And,
boys
like,
sell those.
They short and stocky. And he tore that thing up. I went outside and it was like under a bush, just laying.
He hit it, huh?
Well, your American
in
Bully
my
would
neighbor's
have.
yard. It went in my and I.
He
ran
would have
and
met my
grabbed him.
cats. Nope. I'm not. You're lying. He didn't kill the
Man,
cat.
I swear to you.
Okay.
I-
He killed it or he hurt it.
No, he killed that cat. That cat was in the
Cat
bush.
was a
and
pussy. That was a pussy cat. My cats would have whooped your bully ass.
Yeah.
They too quick.
He came. The cat ran over into our yard, and then I don't know if the gate was open, but my dog went around and went into the neighbor's yard to chase after him, and then got him. Had him dead under it, and I ran out of that yard so fast. I'm like, man, I hope the neighbor don't see this.
Right.
They never caught on.
Oh, they never found out.
They ain't find
if
the
they-
blood
if-
stains, the
His-
drip.
I had to spray him down. His whole face was covered with it.
What's your neighbor's name?
They know now.
So immediately what I did is Google what happens if your dog kills your cat. And the law is dogs they prey on cats. So if that happens, you can't get in trouble for that.
Oh, wow. Natural enemy, huh?
Yeah.
Predator.
So I was
How
like,
come you don't have a cat?
Why? Because I've already had them. I checked that box, and I have kids, and they just don't know the respect they should have. I don't have a dog. They don't know the respect, or they're not going to do the maintenance. So when they're responsible enough, I'll let them pick. Right now, we're real close to a dog.
because they can protect your home.
Not really. They
What
can
kind of
just
dog?
bark
Yes,
and
they
tell me
can.
somebody out there. They get their ass smoked like
That's
everybody.
protection.
What kind of dog you gonna get?
I can't. Is it a
Golden Doodle?
doodle? I was about to say I was about to say poodle,
Man,
but
get you
doodle.
a
Let me
Doberman.
know. I'll bring my Golden Doodle over so
Oh, you
your
have
kids
one.
can play with them.
Oh,
and see.
absolutely. Please, we'll
Get
do
you
that.
a man dog.
What is? See, here we go.
Get you a
It's a man dog.
Doberman, a Rottweiler.
Oh, that's my
or a
favorite.
pit.
I wanted
One of the three.
I wanted a Doberman. My wife is not having it, and I want one.
Those
She's
things
like
will guard your house.
the best dog ever. My neighbor had one growing up, and it's the best dog ever. There used to be the police dogs. Oh yeah, they're sick. I love them, but
Now
she's
they
like,
getting
nope.
extinct. You don't even see them.
Yeah, we got our dog during COVID.
Really?
It was really good for the girls, huh?
Who's we?
My family. And the girls, everybody was
Go to
home.
that, Justin.
Were you divorced at this time or no?
No, I just got
Okay.
divorced last year.
Oh,
Oh, okay. That's what he was trying. I mean, he
Yeah,
asked
that's where
it
I was going with
Oh
it.
yeah. No.
We handle it like gentlemen or some gangsters. What you want? Okay, so y'all went. Where y'all go to Petco? Was it open?
No. You know what? We scoured the shelters for months trying to find a hypoallergenic dog.
Nobody wants them
something.
dogs, huh?
And there weren't any. There were only thing in the shelters were huskies, pit bulls, and chihuahuas.
I
You
like
can always
huskies.
get a pit.
You
from
could
the shelter.
always get a husky, a pit bull, and a chihuahua
that's
at a
real.
shelter, but you couldn't. My ex was allergic to dogs, so we could. And I didn't want a whole lot of hair. I love German shepherds. Like my sister has a 120-pound German shepherd that is beautiful, all black. That sucker is big.
It's smart. It's amazing. It's never been called beautiful. German Shepherds.
Oh
are
no,
ugly.
he's
They the
beautiful.
smartest dogs
It's the
from what they
smartest
said.
dog. Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Oh really?
They also
Oh,
have
yeah.
the highest they'll turn on you more than any other dog.
Oh wow.
They attack their
I
owners.
never heard that.
No,
They do. Look it up.
Pit bulls turn on people
That's what
more
you would think. Pit bulls are the most
Pit bulls are
loyal.
loyal.
dogs.
They're
They're the
actually
most
more
loyal
loyal.
dogs.
Yeah,
until
I've
they
read
aren't.
that. I've
Until
read
they
that.
aren't.
Bad. When you
I
see
ain't
a
never
bad
heard
pit,
nobody
because
get
they were trained
eaten up
that
by
way.
a German shepherd.
If you see a
ever.
bad pits are trained that
That's
way.
a good
Pits
point.
are so loyal that they literally will do exactly what you tell them. So if you train them to be vicious, they're going to be vicious. If you train them to be loving, they're going to be loving.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Hold on, somebody. First of all of us are guilty, but this side of the room is more guilty of saying some shit that ain't true. You got caught last time talking about guards, SGA winning the
And
MVP.
that was
Steve Nash.
that was some
shit.
bullshit. That was a different NBA. That was a one-off
Was it
20
the-
years ago.
Was it
So they can go fuck off.
A in it?
No.
It's the same NBA.
No, so they can
Anyway,
go
look,
fuck
we're
off.
all guilty, Terry. Y'all just right now. Somebody just said what Fergo said.
we live.
Technically, tigers are the king of the jungle because lions and elephants don't even live in the jungle. And I never thought about that. They don't even fucking live in the jungle.
Elephants don't live in the jungle.
No.
Where they live?
Where they live?
They don't live in, they live in
They live
LA?
where?
I told you that LA Zoo.
That's the jungle.
That ain't the jungle.
They live
we
where?
sound so LA. That's the jungle. Somebody in Africa like, no. That's not the jungle.
The safari is the jungle.
I've been to
That's all
Costa
it'll
Rica.
say.
I've been in the jungle. Dog. The jungle
You've been
is
to
the
the jungles.
I've been in the jungle.
With the S.
I've been there too. See, I've been traveling, dog. I went from the jungles to the jungle. Crazy. All right, we got to get off these animals. So we all agree, right? Cats,
Dogs.
All day.
I swear men say that because it's a man thing to say. And I swear women say that because, I could carry him. And I'm like, scruffy.
Man,
I don't even like touching cats. Like they fell off.
They're like
bony.
good.
Yeah, I don't even like touching.
They're
cats.
like, thank you. 'Cause I'll fuck you up. You ever seen that video of the cat that looking at the snake, a cobra, and the cobra looking at him, and the cobra like, he like, bitch. And then that cobra struck, and that cat went, no thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Cats have the fastest reaction time.
Of any animal.
They are gangster.
They were a cobra can't even get close to a cat. Cat's like, nope. They go to Matrix on them. Yeah.
So what do you think he doing to dogs if he doing that to a cobra? I'm just letting y'all
Getting
know.
to eat.
But dogs are stronger.
That's true. If he get on him, it's a wrap.
It's over.
Yeah, like if I jumped on your ass.
Oh!
If I jumped on you, it'd be a wrap. He talking about how quick I am. Okay, let these paws touch it. Let these old paws.
No, Anna
Get too
Marie.
excited.
No, Anna Marie was talking about how quick you are.
That man got too excited
Justin,
over there.
has he ever sat on you?
Oh,
Gee,
Gene.
finish that sentence. What the
You
hell?
sat on me the last practice. I couldn't get out.
Oh, pause.
I missed.
Pause.
What the hell's going on? What's going on here? Help me.
Damn it.
Help
A lot
me.
of cat men in here.
We go
It's all-
live. We go live and you see what happens.
It's a lot of cat
This
men.
one you got to film and edit. That's hilarious.
This is what happened when Gene's wife dresses him in the morning.
Hold on.
He
let me
came
give it
in.
props.
He got on the fresh Vince shoes.
Somebody said his shoes are fresh. What are those?
Vince's, yeah.
Vince.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah.
Vince's?
Vince.
Vince Carter? What we doing?
No.
Vince?
There's a company called, you never,
Come on, don't do this. Just,
never
just
heard of it
accept
either,
Yeah,
so.
thank you. Accept it.
are you serious?
Are you serious?
Vince makes high-end men's clothing.
okay.
VINCE.
I'm not a fashion guy, so I'm
Obviously.
Yeah. Still fresh though. Still your girl. I learned quick that clothes wasn't it because I went to high school.
you got money.
No. At Westchester, the dudes dressed fresh. They had these real gangs or crews like Double H, Posse, Gents. All the dudes who wore polo, all the like Kanye West types, pink, polo, all that, and they would get all the girls. And then the girls, Tiffany Cambridge, all them, they would get all, and the girls would dress fresh, and they were fine. So that was it, and I was under that. I was just an athlete, but I was dusty, African booty scratcher. So I got to observe it because they weren't hunting for me because I'm not pro, ain't no NIL, and they like, yo, you can play a little ball, whatever, who cares? So I'm watching, I'm like, this is the game. Oh shit. If you dress fresh, you could get the fresh girl. Boom. Then I got cool with like Tiffany Cambridge, Tanya Pruitt, Tanya Thompson, all the homegirls. Then I started realizing that's the cover.
That's your way in.
That's the cover. The guys they really like were the dudes who just, like you said, had money. And so I'm like, all right, let me see some of these dudes that have money. Remember, I grew up in the era where professional athletes pulled up to the school, to the high school, at the flagpole. In a 560 SEC Benz, Kumo D style, right? And,
No, that's Bobby Brown's style.
Right.
I drive a 560 SEC.
Yeah.
When I'm on the mic,
And I'm
you gotta
looking,
see me.
and I'm looking, and I'm watching what they wearing. And I said, oh, snap. Guess what he got on? He got on like Laker.
Kids.
Like he ain't wearing nothing.
Right.
Laker warm-ups, Laker sweats, Laker shorts, just dusty. And I'm like, him? And I was like, I'm going to skip that step. I'm going to skip this polo step. I'm going to get to the just whatever I wear is what I wear. So that's why, I mean, I consciously didn't get into fashion because I just was like, the end game is to get her attention if I'm going to do something.
And you knew what that told you was those cats, the gents were fronting.
Yeah.
Fronting in what way? A lot of them are the
Because
homies.
I mean,
It could
because
be
they
two
were
different
dressing the
things.
part, but they weren't the part.
Oh,
So,
they
but
still in high school, though.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
They
That could
still
go
in
either
high
way.
school. They ain't
Because a
fair.
lot of times at that age, you spending it on clothes. Because what else you gonna spend?
Well, you're going to spend. You ain't got a car money or you ain't
Oh, you too
old
young
enough.
to drive a car.
Yeah, like that's their club, and they were like, I get in the club looking fresh. Then the other dude was like, I get in the club because that's my table. And like, and I was like, oh shit, that's the guy. And then, I just skipped that step. Plus, I don't like getting dressed. It's just like, how long did it take? It take.
They ain't take long. Just
You said earlier you start at 9 and end at 12.
He did say that. He did say that.
I said you wake up. I said you wake up at 9 or 10, and then you start getting dressed, and before you know it, it's like close to 12. It's 12.
11:47.
Yeah.
I wish.
People eat breakfast and all that
I
stuff.
wish. All right,
Wait a minute. Have you ever seen Terry's pictures, like his pictures of Terry Jingles? He's all fly and looking like D'Angelo. And
what are you talking about on Instagram and stuff?
yeah, whatever.
Just my everyday wear, but
little
I'm just
taco
me, I'm
meat out.
chilling.
Oh no,
Right,
he
he
get
getting his face on.
Oh no, he
and
get
I'm like,
dressed. He got that whole like that island vibe, and the beads be laying up on each other.
I just like being comfortable.
You got the beads
I
on the
like,
wrist right now.
You know what I'm saying? I like express myself and being chill. That's just my vibe right there.
Shut up.
Yeah.
nigga.
So up here,
I'm not buying that bullshit.
Up here, I get to
See,
dress
that's
up.
that esoteric answer bullshit. You don't, like,
I
you just
I just do
Well, I'm
my
an
thing.
artist, man.
I'm an artist.
Yeah. So
he's sensitive about his
Now over here we got be real. Like, are you into? You left Vince
Richie be
alone?
getting
Huh?
fresh.
Yeah, you used to be fresher. Because if you're doing that, now we in a gift store. Like you just and you watched it too many times.
yeah,
If
but it
there
says
was-
Berkeley though. That's the whole point.
That's the Berkeley gift store.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't dress like you used to. What's it, Vince? You don't do Vince anymore, do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I just see you. I catch you at your worst.
Yeah, because I got to keep up with you. I can't come in here looking fly and you wearing dad shirts and
But it's still be low key fly though.
and your bike
mean,
It's still low key
Don't
fly.
let me influence you that much.
and your biker shorts.
If I wanted to
You
be
over here
fresh.
doing the butt.
Why you not being your authentic self? Why you let me
Because
bring
we're
you
on
down?
a sports podcast.
So why? And somebody they just saying you dressing like a teenager, but I think it's a little younger than that. But the point is,
That's probably coming from a teenager.
That's a good point. Good
Like in
point.
the summer, I wear mostly linen shirts and
Of course you do.
Playing Marvin Gaye. Of course you do. Playing
Yeah.
dominoes.
What's wrong with the linen shirt?
right. Wait, you said that like it's a bad thing.
Terry was like, that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
We knew that
Hey,
was
Terry,
it.
you know who don't
Linen
like
suit.
You know who don't like linen shirt? Cat ladies.
Oh yes, yes.
No, they do. Y'all go. Ooh, I hate y'all. I hate
They get
y'all.
little snags in them.
Right.
Little snags.
All right, let's talk some sports a little bit and then keep talking this craziness, which we always will. NBA
went 40
Finals.
minutes.
I know we went
About
there.
an hour.
NBA Finals.
Hey, it's slow out.
There are a lot of articles talking about how personal it's getting, and we're not talking about on the court. We talking about the coverage of it. We got Perkins going at McAfee as McAfee is going at Stephen A, saying he needs to relax, kind of really coming off of going at Halliburton. Fans going at Stephen A and Kendrick Perkins, Dumb and Dumber. My thoughts about this, and I want to get your thoughts, is the media getting too personal, and the thoughts of the video and Stephen A clapping back at Halliburton and taking things personally? Where are you with this, Rich?
It does seem like it's ramping up a little bit.
A lot bit.
You know, it's like the snowballs rolling downhill.
Yeah.
And everybody's just kind of slapping at everybody. I think it's your fault, you and Ryan Clark's fault.
Man, you better get that name. Yo, my boy hit me from the BET Awards. He said, guess who in front of me right now? I said, who? Tiffany Cambridge? No, he was like, Ryan Clark. I said, tell him I said hi. he just wrote laugh emoji. I was like, bitch, I said, tell him I said hi. Like, you know, like.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Marcel said hi. He probably would.
Ryan Clark's here and he's holding a cat.
No, he said tap him on the shoulder, welcome to LA. Checking in.
You didn't check in, right? Right.
Ooh, that would have been a good joke.
Tell him he better
A
tap
good joke
in.
should be like, hey, just tell him Wiley said, what's up? You checked in?
I thought that's what you was doing.
No, I don't have animus, but damn,
Well,
that would
that's what a dog. That's what a dog lover would do, right?
The cat in you.
That's why you don't have a Doberman.
I ain't trying to get shot.
Right? Say hi.
I ain't trying to get shot.
dog.
Tell Ryan I love him.
Checked in.
Oh, that's good. Why did I do that? Damn. Anyway, all right. So keep going. It's ramping up. Ryan Clark safe. What else?
And right now there's not a whole lot to talk about. So everybody
see,
just kind of.
You just gave the other angle that they talk about. They didn't build up this NBA Finals the way that they should, the way that they would if it were big market teams. And be real, because it's Indiana and OKC, they kind of melting it in terms of getting us all interested in their backstory and getting us more interested in some like warfare of words with them. And somebody brought this up. Like back in the day, Magic, Bird, or then you go to Jordan or whoever he was facing. Dog, it felt like Amar Rashad inside the NBA, all of them was just giving you like, oh, I didn't know about Rodman. I didn't know about Dumars. Like they went there. Now we just like, no, he can shoot.
Yeah, it was almost like you weren't prepared for these teams to get there. And now they don't know what even to talk about. So it's if you watch the shows last week, you're seeing the same shows as you're seeing today.
Interesting.
So it's boring.
But also, there's nobody there really interested enough to talk about. Like, do you care that much about Halliburton? We're literally only talking about him just
do.
because he's there.
You really?
Like, all season, nobody was really talking about him like
No,
that.
don't give him that. I think.
I mean, I'm talking about amongst like the stars.
Oh, yeah,
in the
you're right,
league.
you're right.
He
He's
wasn't
not on
even
that
in
level.
top 10 in conversation.
right.
SGA was in the conversation because of the MVP race, but outside of that, he's not.
So
like,
whose job is that? Is that us to dictate to them, or is that the media to say, hey, y'all are watching the wrong things?
It's the media's job. That's their job. That's the reporter's job is to report and make them interesting. Make them figure out ways to make them interesting to the national public.
I don't think you can do that.
I think what it is that sports media has turned into reality TV with the mask of sports media. Like it's just a bunch of personalities who are worried about their brands, and they're sensitive about you critiquing their brands. So that's what's happening is that because you're affecting their bottom line when you do that. So that's why they're so protective as far as, or they're bouncing back and protecting themselves from criticism because they don't want their brand to be heard.
I love that point.
But like star factor, that's like a real thing.
I agree with that.
If somebody don't have it, you can try to force as much media attention on them as you want. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So I think it's not the media's job to determine who's a star, but what their job is to do is to focus on those that are.
Well,
There's players that are.
You, the music head, sound like maybe you would disagree with yourself because you know if they put a song out, but if they give it all the burn on BLS and all the burn on all the radio stations, wherever you started, you're not going to end in terms of that song. You're going to like it a little more because they force it down your ears. I thought that's the same in all types of media. No. The machine can make somebody something. I've always seen that in entertainment. No,
because I don't know. Was Jokic a star like before? He wasn't a star player, but they started doing reports on him and showing him why you should appreciate his game, and that's what led into his star power.
Well, that's why I don't agree with the music and sports analogy because they're two very different worlds. Sports, you become a star usually because of your skill set, like how good you are, how in comparison to your peers.
Right.
In music, you don't even have to be a good musician to be a star.
Good point.
You can just have a song that just hits.
Well, you don't have to be a good player to be a star, Jeremy Lin. And he's good.
But he was good. And he became a star because he was so good and it was unexpected.
Aren't you proving our point then? Think about this. He was good for 2 weeks, whatever you want to call it.
2 weeks.
I mean, Linsanity.
A couple weeks.
Linsanity at his peak was 2 weeks. He still was good after that, but Linsanity. Overnight, they could make something like that happen. They made They made it a phenomenon. Why they can't do that
To
for
his
SGA
credit, though,
or
he was
Halliburton?
doing it against superstars.
Yeah, he
So
had
that's
38
why it
against
blew
Kobe.
up.
That's
Right.
what
Kobe,
really
hold on.
nailed it.
I'd rather see you ball in the finals than give me 38 against Kobe in the regular season.
But you can only ball in the finals if you make it there. They weren't a team that was making it to the finals.
No, I'm talking about Halliburton. The machine can turn on when it wants to.
Jeremy Lin.
For 2 weeks, they turned on against a Kobe in the regular season for Jeremy Lin. You trying to tell me for 2 weeks in the finals you can't turn it on for
With
Halliburton?
multiple game-winning shots and
Thank you.
iconic shots.
Yeah,
These
they
are-
don't want to turn it on.
The difference between Linsanity and a Halliburton, when Linsanity was happening, you tuned in because you wanted to. With Halliburton in the finals, you just tuned it in because he's in the finals. It's not like nobody was checking for them all season.
I still don't think
you're
that
kinda
negates what
forced
we're
to
saying.
watch them right
I
now.
think the reason Insanity really hit is because Asia woke up and they were like, "Yo, this is us." And there's so much.
We were all watching.
And it was New York,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
no,
It was
there's
New
an
York.
international
It was
aspect.
It was the Knicks.
Yeah, it was the same thing for Yao Ming. Like, we get it. It is. You know, Yao Ming got the most
I think
votes.
Linsanity was bigger than Yao Ming.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
But it was. But my point is that thing. There's a switch that they know exists. Whether they control it or we control it is our conversation. But I think they control it because if they plastered, like when Destiny Child was huge, every time you turn on TV, you're like, damn, Destiny Child. And they're not the only big act, but that's the act they wanted to get behind. And I know I keep going to music because I love music too much. But in sports, they did it for Linsanity. They did it for Jokic. They did it for Wemby. Wemby ain't won nothing. Wemby just tall and out there looking sick on the court. And Halliburton been looking sick on the court, and they ain't turning it on. Tell me
They
why.
did it for Ja too.
They did it for Ja, and you can
fumbled-
tell they
he
not doing
fumbled
it for
it.
Ja
Turned
right
it off.
now.
No, but see, that's,
They turned it off.
that proves my point.
Okay.
Because I know you keep using a music reference. In music, your song don't have to be good. They can just keep playing it, and the more they play it, it'll just build up steam.
feels
so
like
get
something,
attention. But
yeah.
it doesn't have to be a good song.
Yeah.
In sports, it doesn't matter how much media tries to build you up. If you're not good, it won't
But
go
Halliburton
nowhere.
is good.
So what media does, no, he is.
Yeah.
But he's not like a star. He's not,
SGA is good.
yeah, but they're not. You said why? Is
Both
it the
of them.
NBA's fault that they're not, I guess, getting the max out of it? I
Yeah.
think both of them are good players, but they're boring. They're not. Nothing is entertaining about them. As much as media can promote them,
Really?
you can't force somebody boring on you. Like they're just good players.
You're
and
talking about
that's it.
SG and Hallie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I don't
good
think
players.
Hallie's boring. SGA, I give you that.
He's more entertaining than
And he's on
SGA is.
TikTok doing dances and silly, and him and his wife act whatever.
Yeah.
You can play with it, but his game, he shoots from the logo. That's not boring.
He got game.
He'll hit a
But-
buzzer
but
beater and when it counts.
You know when somebody we didn't check for him all season.
I
Up
think
until
we
this point.
did. I just don't think
No,
we.
preseason
was talking
he
about
wasn't doing well.
He was
They
hurt,
were
though,
talking
too.
about him.
Hold on, he
even
made
during
all
the season.
NBA.
Sorry, pre All Star, not preseason. Pre All Star, pre All Star. He was not Halliburton. Something was wrong with him.
Right.
He was. He looked like
And that's
he was
February.
disappearing. Yeah.
This is
Post-All-Star.
June. They could turn it on in 2 weeks for Linsanity in February, March. Like, we're not giving. We got to give. If you give me an answer that negates what they've done before, I'm with you. But when they turn it on, they turn it on.
Who's somebody that you think the media built up to be a star that wasn't actually a star?
I can tell you somebody.
Greg Oden.
Hey,
He got hurt.
Hey, that's
The
any.
media-
he got hurt.
I'm gonna say
They
that.
didn't build him up
that
to be a star.
I don't mean.
He was a star coming out of college.
Yeah, he was a star.
But when he got to the NBA, he was.
So
never
you're saying they weren't good. You're saying also they weren't good.
just somebody who like somebody like as in music, you can make somebody a star that's not good. In sports, you actually have to be good first, and then the media will take that and run with it.
No, I think if you have a certain person in it, I'm thinking about Boban Marjanovic. He was terrible, but
That's true.
the media really gave him a lot of attention for being who he was. Just
Hell
a really
yeah.
fun guy.
Yeah.
He was in John Wick,
That's
right?
an example.
He's been on our show multiple times, and it's just because he's
That's a good
Boban.
example.
That's a great example. Probably none
Is
better.
it because none of these guys have any edge? Could that be it?
Now, if Jason Whitlock was sitting right here, I know what he would say. It's because they not with the buffoonery or what is it? There's another word, not caricature, but there's a way where if you act a certain way as a black person, you know how it goes, the stereotypes and all that, then you get escorted faster to the front of the line.
Edwards.
Just like in music, if you curse, bitch, N-word, all that, oh, we could sell this. But if you go up there trying to be Diggable Planets again, they like, dog, I don't know.
And I hate to say it, but one name comes to mind with that. And I'm not saying he's a buffoon or anything like that, but Anthony Edwards.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
But it's not buffoonery. I was thinking about that
That's-
name
that's what
from
I'm saying.
they asked him my question, what's your favorite movie? And he said Annie. That's not buffoonery. That's just a very unexpected, from my point of view, unexpected answer.
But
For
you're
this
picking
Annie.
what doesn't. We're picking what does too. So bounce it out. I mean, kids,
The baby mama drama.
the baby mama drama. Like Annie
That's
answer
not-
doesn't
that's
lead.
That's not.
Annie
Does that make him a
answer-
bad person though? Is
Hold
that
on.
buffoonery?
Here you
No,
go
we're not
again.
talking about
We ain't
We
talking
didn't talk
about
about,
bad.
and
We're saying what leads his star power.
Stereotypes.
right.
Like,
but
what
you
led
can't-
I'm
his
not
star
saying
power?
he's a buffoon
Yeah.
or anything like that, but he has edge that makes him talk worther.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
But
can't
it all
coach.
starts with the game first. If he wasn't as good as he is, no matter all that other stuff wouldn't even matter.
I don't have examples, and I need some. But when you coming in, they're going to give you hype. That's a machine. Because why are you giving them hype? He ain't played. That's why veterans get mad at rooks. Why are you getting all this attention? Why are you getting all this money? Rookie wage scale. Stop showing this guy. He ain't did jack. So we know they could turn it on for somebody who ain't even played yet. Cooper Flag is got more love than who in the NBA? Everybody but 20? And he ain't did nothing. And they already got that machine on for him. Now,
But he has an it factor. So does Ant. There's an it factor. There's you can't coach swag. Either you got it or you don't. And I think that's what you were saying earlier when it comes to star power.
So you're saying Hallie and SG don't have that.
You
swag.
saying Hallie
It's not natural.
SGA got it. He's just boring.
That's not.
He's
swag,
got the
then, is it?
swag. He's just
shops
not,
all the time.
but
It's
not
Canadian.
entertaining.
It's not United States swag.
marketable.
Where
That's
it's
what it is.
relatable.
That's what it is.
But he grew up in America, AAU system.
16,
all that.
yeah.
That's
cool.
He came here at 16.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
came
yeah.
at
So he
16.
didn't grow up here.
Well,
He was in the league by
still-
what, 19?
Yeah, that's
Came
two-
here at 16.
That's
he was
2
in the league at
years.
19.
That's
no,
not.
hold on. How long you been knowing about Cooper Flag? I've been knowing about him for about 3-4 years. But how long he been on the scene? He did one and done in Duke, and high school we heard 1 or
he
2
was-
years.
I mean,
1 or
even
2.
in-
The machine, y'all.
But no,
the
we're
machine-
just
yeah.
talking about
He was a
SGA's
prospect
makeup.
since junior high
And
school.
you certainly
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
say Cooper Flag has the it factor. Nobody
No
even
it
knows
factor.
him.
No.
He actually
He's
is
Christian
a
Laettner.
recluse. Yeah, he actually is a recluse. Like he goes inside. He don't want all this attention. Supposedly, I know some people in his camp. They're like, he don't like all this, but he ain't gonna be mean and mad. But he like, I'm here to hoop. And they are forced. I've been there. They force some people to give interviews. Right? You could be Tim Duncan. You're a star. We're gonna make you popular. Oh, you don't want to be. Oh, you're gonna come off as boring. All right, we'll move on. We'll get another one. But then they're not forcing SGA to say no. They're not forcing Halliburton, it feels like, to say no. And I think Halliburton does have swag, but he has Cosby Show swag. You know, he doesn't have Menace to Society swag, which sells.
Halliburton's like the goofy kid.
Yeah.
He just has fun and
Like the new version of Gilbert Arenas. Like Gilbert was that guy, a goofball, silly, and bald, and they made Gilbert Arenas Agent Zero. Like, I'm like, what? How late are they gonna be to Halliburton? And I don't like that they
Gilbert
always
was an
pick.
assassin.
Yeah, he was a beast. He was better than Halliburton. Yeah, I'll give you that. But I don't like how they ghettoify. Like our stars typically are ghettoified, right? Whether it's their choices or they're gonna highlight their choice. Who ain't watched ESPN on Saturday morning and seen this story? He comes from the hood. You're hungry, wanting it, and then finally made it. And then they show your old high school coach, and then they show all the people you bought your mama a car. Like, I'm like, dog, what about somebody who came from 2 parents, really good, just high?
Boring.
Boring. Yeah,
That's
they
what
think it's
sells.
boring.
That's what sells. Jeremy Lin's the same story. He came out of Ivy
that's
League,
middle
Harvard.
America.
No one knew about him. Underdog. The Asian stereotype. He's not an athlete. He's from Harvard. How good could he be?
Yeah.
And the black athletes suffer the same stereotype.
Yeah.
Come from the, not all of them, but come from the hood, came from nothing, rags to riches story. So that's Hollywood, though. Isn't that just what
Selling
Hollywood is?
stereotypes and narrative.
Kobe came from a 2-parent household.
Kobe did.
Spoke different languages.
And they were on Kobe's head in the beginning, remember?
Well,
they were clowning him.
It was a forced swag until he fell up into his own, and it became his own swag, which was
Shaq came from a 2-parent household.
Yeah. But in a different way. Yeah, different way, though. His stepdaddy and all that stuff. But yeah.
But he was
He
always
acknowledged
there.
He acknowledged his stepdad.
But not
but it
married
wasn't
parents.
his dad.
It wasn't his parents. Like married. That's a little different. That's a little step off. I like the Kobe example because Kobe, I remember when he got drafted, and they were beating him up because they was like, he's too perfect. Yeah, you know 7 languages, and your daddy played in the league. How did he fall into swag though? I didn't see
Jaylen
that.
Brown, they kind of do that to him.
Yeah, they killed Jaylen Brown like
Being
that.
too small.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I know that. I thought it was a different answer than that.
No, it's not. I think going through it and realizing he had to just he only had himself, and that when he came out, he was cool with who he was.
Yeah,
and that's what it was.
He only did have himself. Didn't he talk about that in Italy? The racism he faced while he was in Italy as a younger child. Didn't have any friends, so it was me against the world attitude his whole life growing up.
Yeah.
So that's why it comes from that, having to deal with that.
But I think that he wore like a little gloss and sheen when he first came in, trying to be perfect, trying to be Michael Jordan, trying to talk, a certain kind of way.
Well,
And
plus he was in high school. He was just fresh out of high school.
yeah, true, but that
So young.
lasted into his mid-20s, like into his
I think
22 to
it lasted
23
his
year
whole
olds.
career.
No, I think once he like around 2008, 9, he became like the Mamba. He became I don't give a fuck. He became
I still think that
lovable,
was very
hateable
much
at the same
Jordan.
time, and that's what made him lovable. That he was cool with being hated.
He still kept that glossiness in his corporate endeavors,
Oh, for sure.
off the court, and a lot of his demeanor, but not persona. But that, to your point, he just said it. That's Jordan too. Like Jordan, remember, Jordan used to give interviews saying, "Media, be nice. Media, leave me alone. Stop. I gamble. It's okay." Like he sounded like what we call today soft. And then he went like, "All right, these motherfuckers gonna keep talking." Especially after his dad.
Yeah,
I
when
think
his
his
dad
dad.
died, it
When his
changed
dad
everything.
died, he saw that
He
coverage.
didn't care about nothing.
Man, forget y'all. Y'all wrong, right? So I see it like that. What's behind the stereotype of marketing? Is it simply because it's easier to tell that story? You're the theater film guy. Is it that lazy, or is it
I
something
think
else?
it's that lazy. It's that lazy for all types of for America. It's easy because that's what they see of us, and unfortunately that's what we expect of us. And it's a easier pill to swallow than figuring out something that's more complex and Wembanyama like.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we gotta kind of understand, or at least agree, there is a machine at play. When you're hot for a reason, not because just you're hot. It's because we keeping you hot, or we're making you hot. And then when you're not, you're not. And I just don't know why. I guess Halliburton is just. His dad got him more attention than anything this playoffs. It feel like, it's like
SGA's dad is cool too. Have you seen him?
Oh yeah, I have seen him. He sounds just
His
like him.
dad got the swag.
That definitely has
His dad's a star.
Right.
His dad is a star for sure.
you seen him in press conferences and stuff, or what?
Not in
I've
press
seen him on the
conference, I've seen him-
podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just did. Oh yeah, he just did Jeff Teague's podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And he was-
that's what I saw a
He said
clip.
yeah,
And he
the
was
clip-
sitting
he
back.
was
He
talking-
was all cool.
He said
He's talking this shit too.
He was like, oh.
My son is it?
No,
he's talking
I
this
saw the
shit.
talking about the clip with Jeff T's wife.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Right.
He was talking about creating MVP talent. He's like pretty much like, let me get your wife. I'll breed her.
I can get you one.
I get you. I create
boy.
an MVP.
On the
He-
rock.
He was
He
like,
on the
he
rocks.
said, I'll breed her, and then I'll train him
Damn, all the way through.
all the way through.
So he obviously ain't with SGA Mama no more, is he? Or he just got
Oh,
them
no.
jokes.
Who knows?
Oh no.
Maybe he got it like that. I don't know.
Damn. That is a power. Like,
They look just like each other too.
Yeah, they do.
And the cadence of how they talk.
Yeah, you can see
was
he's like
exact.
he's his father.
Yeah.
dog, if you make a pro athlete like LeVar Ball, you know how he just look at himself sometime in the mirror and you gotta be like, I wish they would say something about I am it. Dog. Cause that in the accelerator program of success, athlete is first, right? That's top dog, right? Because you can't tell CEOs, very few CEOs at 21, 19 that are killing it, except that 28-year-old that just sold for $15 billion. Y'all see that kid? Okay, I digress.
Wait, you talking about the female or?
No, the dude, I think it's SLAAM or it's something with an S. It's an AI company he sold to Zuckerberg, $15 billion.
Red Lobster
the
did that
Asian dude.
first.
Yeah, well, he's 28. So
that's
this
what I'm talking
company,
about.
Asian.
Have you seen him? The Red Lobster dude?
Oh yeah,
the
their brother,
CEO.
CEO.
The
Yep.
CEO of Red Lobster.
No, he's 30-something.
He's 30-something.
But yeah, I get
But
it
he's
too.
been doing it for like he's
Yeah,
been
he's
CEO
been in the
for years.
C-suite.
Not as a CEO.
No, I'm saying he was CEOs of other big companies.
he's
They brought
been
him
in the C-suite for a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
brought him in because of his track record.
Yeah,
But he's-
but if we call it America's bluff, everybody want their kid to be an athlete. Like stuff the shit.
Oh shit, man! You know how proud I am to have gotten a kid into a Power 5 conference sports scholarship. I mean, that shit is a needle in a haystack.
That's
dope.
sick.
Absolutely.
In this room, I think that's true. I don't know if that's true for everyone when you're saying athletes at the top of the food chain, the pyramid.
No, not top. I'm saying first. Like if you're going to see if my kid's successful at 21.
Yeah, first and top.
Yeah. No, it's not. Because at 21, you can't look. 21, who was Jeff Bezos? Who was Elon Musk? You know, they came from it or they were around it, but who are they? But who is SGA? So he's first, but he ain't top. You can get past.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Come on, y'all walk with me. So the thing is, every parent that's dropping off their kids doing 4-hour turnaround trips, shut the shit. You want your kid to be an athlete. Now they're not. So you find your ways, and you find your ways to success that could be even grander than an athlete. But
That goes
you want,
first.
Yeah, but what else is that?
That's the quickest way to get to it.
I mean, other than being an entertainer, maybe what industry at 21 you are winning like that?
And there's not a stadium full of entertainer potential parents sitting out all day like they are at a track meet or like they are in Anaheim for basketball tournaments or 7-on-7 football.
Right.
There's not, people ain't sitting in tents in the heat because their kid wants to be a dancer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not 20,000 or 10,000, whatever it is. It's just a different thing. Sports come first.
No matter what they say, they lying. Because I saw that at Columbia. These academias, these third-generation wealthy kids, they already learned that they can't be athletes. So in high school, junior high, they were like, I got 2 left feet. I can't. So I'm going to use my brain and use my family's wealth and resources, et cetera. But then the funny thing is, I remember this article. Y'all ever seen this? It said, why they don't give more love and attention to academics, especially even at Ivy League schools. And they were like, look, it's simple. 80,000 people ain't coming to watch you do a chemistry test.
Period.
Like, period. Shut the shit. So, like, be smart as you want over there. Right now, we trying to get this money and get these guys or girls to that pro level as fast as we can.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
But these show stuff like, they have the spelling bees, they have, like I don't know how many
Once
go to those
a year,
things, but
we see India, we see Asia. Once a year, the math ones. No, I mean, look, it's great, but I just like to use the results to speak for itself instead of like how we feel or how it should be. Triple OG about to die. Yeah, like you can look at all of that and say, that's once again a family that has come to a very conscious decision, very quick, that this kid can't run, can't jump, ain't gonna have a big brain.
And no hand-eye coordination.
Now, I wish it was the other way. More athletes said, yeah, but I am smart. Let me enter this spelling bee too. Enter this academic.
Right, and
well, there's more engineering and what do you call it? STEM-based tournaments now. So a while ago, my kid was doing those Lego coding classes, and for the ones that were really serious about it, they were competing, traveling to OC the way we do for AAU, but for these different tournaments where they're building robots, building some, like BattleBots kind of thing, but they're competing against one another with kids from all around the state, all around the country. I can't speak to it because I never went, but
they're doing that in esports. Oh, we're not saying this can change. Athletics can lose its way at 21 and lose to esports because there are $100 million esporters. A couple of these cats from Asia, they are insanely. Riot Games right down the street in LA, they're killing it. 100 million cats making. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying industry, it's a huge gap between how do you measure your success young? But you got to take the marathon route. You got to take the long journey.
And circling all this back to what we were originally talking about, I think the thing that we're missing.
LeVar being a breeder?
No, about the interest during the playoffs and what they should be talking about. This basketball is really good.
Oh, it is.
These games are great to me. They're fighting. They're playing the right way. The teams are cohesive. I love watching this stuff. So missing whatever it is that needs to be extracted to make this more interesting and have a little edge, I think we're missing out on something because this basketball is really good.
I think, but you nailed it. The basketball is good, but the business side is suffering. The rating side is suffering. So if you're Adam Silver, you've got to create something, do more than just good basketball. The average fan may not care about good basketball. I want the storyline. I want the drama.
But that's this conversation in the media.
The star players.
But they have the best basketball player this year. whatever you want to call that, in SGA. So it's like we could take some of their excuses off the board. That's why I'm pissed at the media as a whole. But I'm gonna do my part. I watch when I watch, and I'm gonna talk about it. But I'm mad that the machine is not respecting it, and I'm mad that the machine is telling you because we don't care about good basketball. Like we care about some bullshit, and we ain't got no bullshit. And then I'm like, dang. So. I know people. I really be like, damn. So my son gonna grow up thinking something that's not as good because it ain't enough bullshit in it.
Right.
Well, it's entertainment at the end of the day, right? It's not just sport; it's also entertainment for the masses.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I watch. There's two ways I watch something. I know they're great, or they got me with a story that's great. So if you don't think they're great, media, wake up. Just make them great. Like, I didn't know who Roberto Duran was. Then I watched. I said, damn, he was throwing a lot of punches. Then they told me about all his beef in Mexico. I was like, oh, shit, I'm watching that. They can sell you on watching it other than you just glued to it because you like it. So you tell me what the masses want. I think the masses, sound like the masses just want stars and more bullshit. And if they can get that, they can get that. Like, you get higher ratings if they had a fight. Like, if we get a fight going, we get something like that. You tell me.
It would seem like they would take this as an opportunity to create these guys as the stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the parody.
Can't create a
I
star
mean, we
that
can't.
ain't one.
LeBron's on his way out.
But we're already struggling with trying to find that next. There's too many.
You can't create
faces.
a star that's not one.
Too many faces.
You
potential
can.
faces.
You can.
Not in sports.
Yeah, you can. Because they give you more. They give you
That's why
way too much.
outside of Boban, who else was a star? Because you can't just make somebody a star in sports. It don't work like that.
Whoa.
They gotta actually be like really good, and they have to have some type of entertainment value.
No,
to them.
Dirk. All right, Dirk's interesting. Dirk, we all knew was buckets, but at the same time, he was never MVP, right? Just
He got an MVP.
he did. one?
Dirk, like I think was that 11?
I know he got the finals.
Or
so-
07?
No, he didn't get
07?
an MVP.
I don't think he got MVP.
Dirk got MVP.
Well,
Was it
even
the
if
year
he
they
did,
lost against
he got
Golden
a
State?
finals
We
MVP.
believe you.
He got a finals.
07. 07.
Okay, all right, good, even better.
Yeah.
So he got one. So he's SGA. Dirk's personality or SGA's? Like, good luck. Photo finish. Finish. But then also, then Halliburton is not as good, but got more personality. So there's a way. Like, I've been known about Dirk forever.
Right, but so you know about Dirk because he was a good player. But when it came to stars, during Dirk in his prime, he didn't have to be a star because there was so many other stars in the league at that time. So he was just a good player amongst stars. Think about it. When he went to the finals, he played against LeBron in them. So they were going to get the ratings because of LeBron and D Wade and all of that.
Yeah,
so
but-
he didn't have to be the star to draw in the ratings.
But my thing is the media's accountability of they're making Dirk popular. Why aren't you making SGA popular?
I don't think the media made Dirk popular. I
What
think
made him?
Dirk's game made him popular.
So why
He
SGA's
was
game
like
is
the
not making him
unicorn
popular?
at that time. He was the 7-footer that was dribbling and shooting a long range. He was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there was nobody really like him at
Didn't
that
he
time.
start that wrong foot fade
Yeah,
away?
he's like
he started what KD
he's
does
like
now.
the
But
originator.
y'all acting like he got popular because he shot weird. Because Sean Merriman shot weird. Nobody
No, he
cares.
was-
Dirk got popular when he took down the Giant in the
Heat.
in the
Yeah.
Heat.
Heat.
David and Goliath.
And he went on that run. He beat Kobe. He beat LeBron.
Well, he was popular before that.
He was.
I'm talking
popular.
about like as far as like being like super.
Because
Like,
he also
that's
caught
Dirk.
a lot of smoke when they was I don't know if they was the #1 seed. I
And
think
they lost.
And they lost to Baron Davis.
No,
at
he-
Golden
he-
State.
yeah, he caught
He was
heat.
a star then.
He got
And he caught heat for that.
Yeah.
Because they got
Oh,
swept.
we don't discover the other lane of the media, how they build you up to tear you down. So Dirk was popular. I don't know if I call him a star, not superstar.
He wasn't a superstar.
But he was a star. And they gave him all that love, but they gave him more love when he fell, when he lost in the first round. Remember that? And then the only thing that trumped that was beating the Heat. So right now, SGA, as great as you are, we need you to mess up. We always need you to fall. Then we going to prop you up and give you more attention, and then you better overcome that. We building up.
The comeback story.
Yeah,
But
they're building
that's
heroes
Anthony
and villains.
Edwards. He fell this season, but we're not talking about it anymore. Media's not going behind him. He was
I just
supposed to
wanna
make
say
it
this.
he was supposed to make it to the championship with the trade, Julius Randle, and
It feels different
game
with
never
Anthony
elevated.
Edwards because I don't know.
I can't put
Well,
my
I'm gonna
finger
tell
on
you
it,
why.
but
Yeah,
I know.
it's not this. It's not analogous.
But it just
perfectly.
said Dirk was a star, not a superstar, which
Yeah.
I agree with. And I think star players are stars because they're good or great in their genre, which would be their sport. I think superstar, you become a superstar once you transcend past your sport. So once people who don't even watch your sport know who you are, now you're a superstar. I think with these young players now, there's no superstars. It's all stars. So if you're not watching basketball,
You're not
then
watching
you don't know
them.
who these people are. So yeah, SGA, we go, oh yeah, he's great. If you watch basketball, you know that. Outside of the basketball fans, people don't really know who SGA is.
So to get the casuals, to your point, you
need
got to have
superstars.
you got to have superstars, and the only way to be a superstar is through the bullshit.
What?
Maybe through other things.
Like
I mean,
LeBron went through the bullshit to become a superstar.
Kobe
went through the bullshit to become a superstar.
Did LeBron
Michael?
go through it?
LeBron didn't go through it.
LeBron
He
didn't
came
go
in
through
as a
it.
superstar.
Yeah, he came in.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Kobe can't. Kobe
but they
was
were
just-
killing him to force him, in his head at least, to go to Miami.
Low key, look, Kobe came in
You feel me?
early as a superstar too. I know we're gonna debate. We could debate that, but I remember before I even watched Kobe and really playing, like getting that run, because he was coming off the bench early. It was all over the news. Me, he was taking Brandy to the prom.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
like
yeah.
he was already
Oh, yeah.
known outside of basketball.
Oh, yeah. I give you that.
Before he got.
I give you that. Only thing
at a
that muzzled
level of
that was
basketball.
Shaq's
It was
presence.
more. He was more
Right.
like a phenom.
Exactly.
Until and then 97.
Phenom.
Yeah, and in 97 when he shot those 3 air balls as a rookie in the playoffs.
That was like a reality
They
check.
crushed him.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the formula. They got to crush. If you're a star, you're going to get crushed to become a
That's
superstar
why
if you
they did
overcome
to
it.
him though, because he was already a star.
Yeah,
So
I
he
know
missed
Kobe was
those
a star.
threes, and it was like, you supposed to be this. So
Yeah.
he already had that status.
Yeah. I mean, you're making the point that we're like, casual people don't care. And if they don't care, the only thing going to slow me down on the freeway is somebody got in an accident. Then I'm going to stop and look, right? All the other time I'm going to bitch about how it's too much traffic. But then I'm going to start traffic by stopping because I want to see this accident. And it seems like that's what the formula for stardom is.
Well, Magic Johnson was on something the other day, and he said, I think it was Stephen A. asked him what's his definition of a superstar.
I saw
and
that.
he said, when you can go on the road and sell out the arena. Mm-hmm. And that's
I agree.
superstar status.
Anthony Edwards.
Because
pay to
that's
see
pulling
you.
in
Anthony
in
Edwards.
casuals.
Yeah.
That means people want to come and just see you.
What's the one pushback to that? Because I heard that and I was like, it's kind of tough. Like, how many arenas don't sell out already?
Oh, well.
You feel me? So there's
Yeah.
no real litmus test. Like, who is at WNBA capacity, and then all of a sudden Steph is coming. Oh God, we can't find a seat. Like everybody already sold out.
Well,
Like,
maybe you'd have to go by resale prices of tickets.
yeah. Magic Gold. You remember them days? It wasn't 17,505 at the
It was
Forum.
barnstorming.
Yeah, I'm like, they all sell out.
I flew to Denver just to watch Anthony Edwards play.
That's a lie.
I swear.
What, the last year when y'all went?
No, just a couple months ago.
Yeah, you're a lie. Why'd you go?
Because I wanted to see Anthony Edwards
Okay,
play.
who gave you the tickets?
Wait, Blaze.
No, this dude would just be saying shit.
It's the truth.
You and Daz, right?
You and Daz, right? Or who'd y'all go see when y'all got there?
I went to see Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, okay. Who gave you the tickets? Anthony Edwards?
Well, no. You know who gave us the
No, I don't know. I don't know. Since you want to act like
No.
we
watch
don't
this.
do the
Okay.
lie. We don't
No, it's not a lie. All right, so no, I'm gonna tell you.
clean this story up.
No, because I'm going.
I know the answer.
I know you know the answer. That's why I don't have to lie about it.
Oh, now
So,
you're not.
so Russ gave us the tickets.
Russ, what do you mean?
Who's Russ?
Who, what, Russ?
Russell
Simmons?
Russell Wilson?
Russell White from Crespi?
Right.
Like, where Russ?
So
Russell Crockett?
There's only one Russ in Denver.
Okay, Westbrook.
Russ gave us the tickets, but
And you picked the date when Anthony
he said,
Edwards.
"What game do you want to see?"
Oh, of course.
So me and Daz was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, we want. If there's anybody we want to see, it's Anthony Edwards. I could have went out there for any other game. I specifically wanted to see.
No, I'm with you.
Anthony Edwards.
I'm with you.
So yeah, we got the tickets.
But
for
if
him,
there was no
but
Russell-
that was my choice to.
But if there's no Russell Westbrook to even start
I
that
would've seen him here
conversation,
in LA.
Exactly. So like,
But that's my point of
You didn't go
stardom.
there just for Anthony Edwards. You went there because your boy got the hookup, and he said, "Pick any game."
Two things can be true. two things can be true.
He makes it like he working. I gotta see Anthony. I don't care where. When he comes anywhere on the west side,
Both things are true.
when he crosses
If I
the
had-
Mississippi, I swear I'm going
If I
to
got
see.
the opportunity to go, I mean, I still had to pay for my ticket to fly there,
That's what. Yeah.
and I was willing to do that to see Anthony Edwards.
No, I get it.
Yeah, you gotta give him props. I would say even in Kobe's days, I would never have left LA to watch him at another arena. I watched him here. So
That's because you didn't know nobody.
the point being,
She talking about shit you didn't even have the option
Yeah, no
for.
friends.
point being,
You didn't have no friends. All right, let's talk about the dog days, which are coming, because we're gonna have conversations like this. kind of like
You
more
got me, Richie.
big boys.
That's gonna be the show.
Yeah, right. The dog days of sports are coming, which are when
Coming.
the NBA Finals ends, and
They're here.
football ain't here yet.
They're already here.
Yeah.
This shit started early this year.
I hate this 3 days in between each game. It's just.
Nah,
And
I
how-
like that because they're drawing it out to
Well,
keep
how
the
do you
dog
not
days
have?
shorter.
How do you not have a game on Father's Day on a Sunday?
I thought about that.
For sure, there should have
That's
been game
insane.
yesterday.
But then a lot of people on Father's Day, you know what you do, the obligatory, got to go to brunch, got to go out to eat.
It's over by 12, 1 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Some people
start.
do dinner. I thought
Everybody's
both
done by
sides of
5
it.
o'clock.
I thought
Everybody.
so too. I wanted it.
Fathers don't want that shit going past 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm
if
with
the
you.
game was on,
Man,
Dads
I'm
would be like,
tired
hey,
of
let's
this.
do this early.
Yeah.
So I can sit
So
home
watch
and watch
the
the game
game.
and relax.
Y'all could have watched Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, and
was
she
balling.
gave bucks.
She was
but she,
balling.
she
Angel
hooped.
Reese
Angel
balled.
Reese got a
first
triple-double.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking about she's improving her game.
That
That's
last,
not
Good for her.
That
I
last
was happy
one by
to hear
Caitlin
that.
Clark made me look at her a little different.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's not improvement. She shot 2 from 7. 2 for 7, and it was like 7
about
free
Reese?
throws.
Focus
on Reese.
She
Reese.
made 7
I'm
of
talking
7
about Caitlin-
free
I said
throws.
Caitlin
How's
Clark.
that not improvement?
Yeah.
7 for 7.
Dog, if your game's gonna be built off of the free throw line, I'm gonna just tell you, you're not gonna be a superstar or star.
SGA
is
is-
based off of
is-
free
no,
throws.
it's-
James
I
Hudson.
mean, he gets a lot of free
they,
throws.
that's a wrong
call
moniker they
him
gave
the
that boy.
foul merchant.
I know.
And
Exactly.
I'm paging Mr. Harden right now,
Yeah,
too.
right.
I think
James Harden.
I think it's built off of mid-range for SGA, and Harden got buckets, and you can't deal with these handles.
I got so
Don't do
mad
that.
at you the other
Don't do
day.
that.
You dumped a James Harden T-shirt on me.
Oh,
Where?
man.
When? How?
Trying to clean your car or
Remember
something?
he, yeah.
Hey, chill, Clippers.
You gave me a bag or something. They must have given it to you at
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
that's free
I was like,
$99
what
when you
the
walk
fuck
in.
Am I gonna do with a
He ain't
James
want it.
Harden T-shirt?
I'm about to
get
go
a
on.
dog.
All right, that Berkeley shirt getting louder. You chill. Berkeley ain't a perfect school. You know, you want to go there? What championships has Berkeley won? You know what I mean? You want to
Yeah,
play?
but they
I
don't-
think
but
Harden's
that's his
better as a
daughter.
player
Mr.
than Berkeley is as a school.
Berkeley's face isn't on this shirt.
Yeah, but he loud right there. Who better? Who had a better career?
Berkeley's number 8 school globally in the world in global rankings.
No,
Number
it's
8.
not. No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You want to bet?
State schools.
You want to bet?
It got to be state.
No,
Put a
in
stake on
global rankings.
Global. It ain't even 8.
Global-
It ain't even 8 in the U.S. How the hell?
Pull up U.S. News and World Report.
Things could change. First of all,
Global rankings.
I almost went to Cal.
The
so don't act
global,
like
the global
Oh, we
rankings.
gonna skip Cali.
Put a
and-
wagyu on it. Put some
Nah,
steak
he don't
on
want
that.
to bet.
We
Let me
just
see.
went. We just went over
US,
this. News and World Report's global rankings.
U.S. News and World Report global college rankings, top 10. I will admit, I see Ivy Leagues slip down more and more, so that can happen. But Cal used to be it, and then Cal did.
Cal's still the number one public school.
You heard that.
Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Oxford, Cal. You're right. 5. You
Oh,
said 8.
say what? Am I? I was what?
You're right. Oh, I don't mind being wrong. I just didn't think.
Obviously.
Let me see. All right, here we go.
He got kind of quiet.
Richie, you're supposed to say, where's Columbia at?
Oh, Columbia ain't there. Which lets you know this some bullshit. And you walk around talking you went to Cal, you went to Columbia, you're going to get treated different. All right, anyway.
Oh, well, oh, really? You think you're gonna get treated better from Columbia
It's
than
not even a
Cal?
conversation, but we can have it.
Berkeley?
Yes, Berkeley.
you lost your
One
mind?
of the state schools
Berkeley
we
gets
have.
talked about just like
I'm gonna say
Columbia.
this, and I know he's gonna try to brush it off because if you didn't go to Ivy League, he don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
But if I'm listening to Columbia and Berkeley, I'm putting them on the same level. I know they're different, but
So
I
they're
think
not on
from
the same level?
outside perspective,
No,
I don't
stop
think
it.
anybody looks at the two of those as one has. You know, much
I've
of a
never heard
upside
you
on
say
the other.
something worse than that.
It's my opinion. Well,
It's
I mean, is that the
unreal
big
how-
do you
how
think
bad
it's a
it
huge
is.
difference?
It's okay.
From perception. I'm not talking about what
I mean, look.
certain thing.
I think my eyebrows, they raise on both schools, but they might raise a little higher with the traditional Ivy League.
I'm on the Terry
Come
side.
on, it's not even a
That's the
conversation.
Asian in me, the Ivy League.
we
is
just
its own
pulled
team.
up
But
the
I'm saying
global.
if you
We
smart,
just
then-
pulled up the
But you say
global
like
rankings.
Berkeley was on the
Yeah.
list and the other one is not.
We
But
just
I
pulled
can
up.
show you years where Columbia's high and Berkeley's low. Like, I don't do the ranking thing. I do, like you said, the mystique. Dog, it just is. Like it's like SEC football.
Man, Ivy League is
You
Ivy
can't say like if you play SEC football, you could be playing at a bad school in the SEC, like Vanderbilt or something, but you playing SEC football, it's like Ivy League is a whole different animal. I didn't make it that way. Yeah. Berkeley is amazing, but I really wanted to have the conversation of James Harden had a better career than Berkeley's a school, but we're not going to have that.
Yeah, because there's no contest. Berkeley's a way better school than James Harden is a basketball player.
Yeah, James Harden. I don't think James Harden's number 5 greatest of all time. So
Well, no, he's been top 5 in a
shooting
year.
guard.
This is only 1 year ranking.
James Harden might be a top 5
Thank
shooting
you.
guard
Let's
of
go
all
through
time.
it. Let's go through it.
Oh,
Of all time,
Jordan, Kobe,
shooting guard.
Dwayne Wade,
D Wade.
KD.
KD, and
KD
Sean.
smart forward.
He's
I
not.
might go Jerry West.
Was he
Shooting guard.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jerry was.
Is
Oh,
Steph
yeah.
a shooting guard?
Oh.
Jeff's the point guard.
I love it. AI shooting guard.
Oh.
He is a point. But
What about Oscar Robertson?
James Harden
ain't
had a
top
better
5 if
career
you
than
going there.
Iverson.
That's gangster.
James Harden, and I like Iverson more.
Yeah.
But James Harden has had a better career than Iverson.
Yeah. Better career
It's a
than
sh-
Berkeley.
Maybe better than James Berkeley, but no.
Iverson went to the finals though. He took his team to
We
the
went to the
finals.
finals, but we can't ignore everything else.
Yeah, don't do
He's
that.
the MVP.
So was James Harden.
He was the only. They both were only scoring options. Okay. I mean,
He's
James Harden's going to go down in history
higher in assists.
lower regarded
Higher
than he
points.
should be. People
More-
going to disrespect
is he
him.
the Dwight Howard of shooting guards?
Yes. That's the
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
but
And that's another point to the media and the machinery, how they can run with it.
He's top 5.
They could have protected Dwight Howard. They could have gave James Harden a little more love. Look, James Harden made some decisions that everybody ran with, and now that colored. But I was like, what? He like girls?
He like
and
go to the
strip
strip club. Like,
strip
who
club?
cares?
Like that colored me looking at James Harden. Oh, his game 7s.
That's it. That's what works against James Harden. Because all
Especially
he had
his
to do was,
playoffs.
if he just showed up in the playoffs, none of that other stuff even matters. Because Shaq did all the same stuff. A bunch of other players did all the same stuff as James Harden. But they showed up.
Right, and it's not tricking if you got it. He can afford to go to the strip
They
club
all
and
do
it.
do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Was
I don't
this
hold that
always the
against
way
him.
that you had to win a championship or else we killing you? I don't remember it like that growing
I think
up.
even if James Harden lost, but if he had the effort, people would still
showed
fuck
up.
with him.
Right.
Yeah,
It wouldn't matter.
it'd be good.
If he
It's the
shot
fact
the
that he
ball.
doesn't show up.
Right, just like people like Iverson for the same case. Like he went out shooting, like he went out
He
with
lost,
guns
but he gave
blazing.
you
That's
40.
a great point. Iverson gets all the love that James Harden doesn't because the
give
way he
you
went
40,
out
He give you 40.
Right.
But he lost. He like
You can't shrink in the biggest moments.
no.
multiple times.
Multiple
Every
times.
time. Every time.
Right.
Every time. All right, so we got to fix the dog days, or do you want to fix the dog days? Let me just say, get both sides. Not fixing the dog days means you have a summer where you're not sitting there like, damn, I got to get home and watch the game. Or what happened? And you ain't got to keep up with sports. For 2 months, you could just tap out. So that's that side. The other side is fix this shit because we got too many sports, too many athletes. We're paying too much money year round. The bundle, the cable, whatever you got. Give it to me. Why do I get a 2-month break? So y'all want to fix it or y'all don't?
Who wants to tap out? Do you? Do you really?
I mean, maybe I'm conditioned and used to it. I don't need every week of my life always sports. I really don't. Maybe that's why I love it so much because I get my break. Like anything, you got to appreciate it, get away from it.
But you don't miss it. Like as soon as that NBA thing is over and all you got is baseball, you're not like, damn it, give me some real sports now.
I am, but I'm also saying I miss it, but I'm going to be mad a couple times, but I need to get away. I need to go somewhere. I need to go in the backyard and then say, okay, let's not go in the house at 6 or 7. Let's stay out here and keep playing because I'm not missing it. Whatever.
You got a TV back
Yeah,
there
I like
too.
the break.
Yeah, but I'm thinking for others in that context.
Gee,
But I
there's
hear you.
4
I
TVs
like the
back
break.
there.
I like the break. Right. I think you need a little time off. You appreciate it more when
So
it comes
stupid.
back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I mean, even during the down season, you still have golf, pickleball,
Nobody
and
watching
other,
that.
yeah, just
You too.
casually.
Are you
not-
okay? What the fuck? You can't find some silver lining in everything. Sometimes it ain't silver.
I say something. I saw professional pillow fighting on ESPN.
That's a
last
summer
night.
sport for sure.
And I was like, what
When
the fuck
nothing
is
else is
this?
on.
I do watch cornhole even during football
That's
season.
fun though. I was,
I was
oh
say,
boy.
yeah, I like cornhole.
You know what I like? You ever watch Power Slap?
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I don't like it.
That's too.
That's too much.
That gets a little too intense, but it,
Yeah.
I like the highlights.
I like the
Yeah, I
highlights.
watch the highlights. I ain't watching the whole match.
Some of those aren't slaps. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Those are
What are
just
they
Yeah.
hitting them?
It
hitting,
come
well,
with
like
that.
I
hitting
mean,
the
it's
wrong
slaps,
spot,
and some people got
and
heavy hands.
knocking them out because you're hitting their cheekbone or the
Oh
neck
yeah,
bone.
making that thing go.
All you got to do is rattle the brain for a knockout. That's,
Yep.
that's it.
Yep. Isn't that crazy? It's simple. This is 2 things that's crazy. To rattle the brain's a knockout, and 2, every time you see a knockout in any sport, that was he just had a concussion. Like you just like I never thought about. I was like, oh, I never thought, oh, you're concussed and you just recovered in 8 seconds. Man, hell no.
That's why they stop it right there, though. When you drop, that's it.
In the power slap.
What if you get up? Oh, you talking about power slap?
Yeah.
I'm talking about in boxing. Wow, you just got concussed.
That's brutal. It's a brutal sport. So
Right, and you can get up, and that's why
Shouldn't be able to do that.
That's why they aren't seeing the same results in UFC as they are in boxing. Because you get up in boxing, you may have another 12 rounds to go, and to keep getting your head bashed in. And that's what happened to all the old boxers. They're getting concussion after concussion after concussion
Punch drunk.
after concussion.
Yeah,
But
respect.
you hear, as brutal of a sport boxing is, you hear less brain injuries than you hear in what some would say football.
Well,
Now, it could be volume because the amount of
well,
players
UFC
face
is
a lot
safer
of-
than both. I know that because you get the ability to tap out. The culture respects this instead of saying you're a punk, you're weak. In football, you
unless
got to
get
go.
knocked out. You can only tap out if somebody has you like locked up.
Yeah.
But if somebody just drops you because they
Right.
punched you, ain't
Right.
no tapping out in that.
No.
It's just like boxing. They knocked you out.
Yeah, but it's something in it, Justin, in the boxers start losing their ability to speak and to think clearly.
I
And
was just
Evander,
gonna say that.
Evander's like that.
Muhammad
Punched in the head
Ali,
too many times.
everybody, they all slow down. You
know
can
what it
see
is,
it.
too?
James
Joe
Toney,
Frazier,
one of my favorites.
everybody was,
Part of that is because they all fight too long.
yeah.
Because a lot of them, they rely on that money and they blow the money and then they start fighting to survive, opposed to when they get the money to start setting it up financially, put them in a better situation.
George Foreman style, rest in
Right.
peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
but
keep fighting.
it's to me the thing that's not articulated well enough is how many. There's a threshold. You got knocked down, you got knocked out. Forget those hits; those are obvious. Here, under that, dog, he just hit you in the head, and your brain was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, but you good. I'm not good because repetitive hits, the repetitive hits like that don't go noticed. I remember in football, the injuries that we couldn't tell the world, like when this pinky got dislocated or this finger dislocated or your knee, you got a knee sprain and they like, oh, well, because it didn't meet the threshold, right? It ain't an ACL tear. It's like, but you can't run. So it's like, it is ACL tear. And he's like, no, it ain't. You could go play with that. Broken toes. I remember I broke my toe a few times. Had to play. And I'm like, it's fucking a broken toe. Can't walk. He's like, we got something for that.
You want that check, right?
You want that check. But then what's the residual damage is that repetitive putting yourself out there with three good tires and one flat.
That pinky ain't never heal.
Never.
That thing look crazy.
It's getting worse. There's a corn nut in that motherfucker.
Does it hurt?
You can't get a surgery on that to fix it.
Yeah, but then I'll be doing pinky rehab, and that ain't me. Throw the flag.
I mean, but at least your finger will be normal again.
It doesn't hurt. It
Just because it don't hurt don't mean it's right.
Oh, it ain't gonna ever be right, but I don't need it right. Like I'm not built. Veneers, like these shits fall out, I'm good. I don't care about
But
that.
I mean,
don't care
your
about this.
hand is a functional thing. So
I got 9. I got 9 other ones. Like, I am not doing finger surgery.
8, because that wasn't in
Oh,
the
this
middle.
one messed up. 7. But nah,
Does that finger straighten out at all? You have to manually do it, or it just don't.
That's about it. That's it.
You got to get.
See,
that
y'all
fixed.
laughed at me when I said I was out for a year when I broke my pinky.
Yeah.
But look at my
played
pinky.
with that, though.
Right. That's why I was
why
out.
That's why we laughed because he played with that.
He was
And he
like,
was out. For,
Yeah.
Oh, I can't play anymore. You soft as
But
hell.
that's the result. Yeah.
Tennis is soft. I played tennis a little bit. Everybody has. That's some soft shit. No, it is. I mean, it's
Richie,
good.
let's put him on the court and show him how soft tennis is.
Yeah.
Oh, you could beat me. Don't mean you ain't.
No,
you,
I'm not
you ain't
talking
so-
about beating you.
out
You-
of the sports, it probably is one of the softest.
It's the softest.
Well, it's not like
Golf?
head to head physical, but the physical pounding
The
your body
side-to-side
takes.
movement, the foot movement. It's
like
a
basketball.
different beast.
I'm about to say, go to the gym.
Different from basketball.
Basketball players don't play out there by themselves sprinting for 3 hours.
No, but it's the
Y'all
most-
don't either.
It's a very
What are you
comparable.
talking
In
about?
regards to like
3 hours.
movement and footwork, it's very comparable. To like
And I think you got to be really mentally tough to play tennis. Like,
Oh, I'll give you
if
that.
you get in
Any
your head,
one-on-one
if,
sport,
if,
you
any
gotta be
sport,
mental.
but I'm
it's
talking
hard.
about if you get in your head on tennis, and I never played, but like to keep that ball in bounds and like to still keep your
Don't
velocity.
that apply
like,
to all sports though?
Yeah.
At a high level.
It's a difficult sport. It ain't. It's still soft. Like we talking about, if we had to have a soft meter, golf and tennis is sitting there battling, right? Like, come on.
No.
Why? Why?
You can't compare golf to tennis physically.
I ain't compare them physically.
Tennis is
much easier mentally than it is golf is. Golf is harder mentally.
No, it isn't.
I think that both.
I agree.
No, it isn't. Are you kidding me?
Golf
Golf is.
You never get comfortable in golf.
There's no.
Yeah,
there's
there ain't
no.
like I got this knocked in, dialed in.
Golf doesn't have an opponent trying to stop you.
Yes, it
You
does.
do. You.
It's
Right,
you.
well,
That's every sport.
And the
Tennis
terrain.
and
Tennis has
And
that
the
too.
elements. They change the course all the time. It's not the same static ass court. You go on a
Right,
golf
but-
course every time they moving the pin placement. They changing the rough, the fringe. You see the U.S. Open? Them dudes was shooting even. They pros.
Here's an easy answer. Who's the greatest golfer to you?
Tiger Woods.
How often does he win?
When he was good, he won all the time. I
Right.
watched him win
That ain't enough.
seven straight.
Yeah, but look
What do you
at
end up
how
with?
long did he play?
I mean,
How
you
long
end
has
up-
he played?
He played
23?
for 25 years
He
or
won,
so.
won. Exactly. Look how many times he lost.
Lost.
versus time
Way
he
more.
won.
Way more.
That's any sport. though.
But that's any
What?
sport.
I
No,
don't
but
understand
I'm
what you're saying.
It's extremely difficult sport.
Of course, I didn't say it wasn't a difficult sport.
He's champion.
I'm just saying it's not as physically demanding.
Oh no, not at all.
No, not
but I said
You said
soft.
mental. We talking about mental.
I said
Well, you
soft.
said soft. I think that's where you're getting hung up.
Oh, gotcha.
I said soft, and soft means at the end of this, how you feeling and what you had to endure and what you had to go through. Tennis is probably tougher than golf, but the mental element of golf makes it right there. But tennis is hard to do on the body, but it's your doing. Like you ain't running the whole time.
You are running the whole
You're
time.
not. Stop lying.
When are you
A
not
ace,
running
a
on a
ace,
tennis
a
court?
ace. Is that a
when are
run?
you not running on
I
a
just
tennis
gave you
court?
one, an ace. Is that a run?
Okay, but you.
Okay, so that's one.
You
wanna
move
keep going?
over to the.
This is not hard.
That's a point that doesn't even get started
Why
because
use
the
that
serve is-
argumentative? You said there is no
What?
time you're not
I-
running.
How am I argumentative and
That's
you
another
not argumentative? What are
You
talking
just
about?
said there's no time you're not running for
Right.
3 hours. Oh, I love these kind. You said there's no time, and I
I
just
did
pointed
not
out.
say there are no times you're not running for 3 hours. I said, where are you? When is a basketball player running for 3
You
hours?
caught that line. y'all.
When is a basketball player running for 3 hours?
Nobody does that. Soccer doesn't. No one does.
Right.
Okay.
So which means it's not soft.
So stop bringing. No.
A tennis match
Richie
wouldn't
said he
last
cursed.
3 to 5 hours if players weren't running. If it was an ace every point, the game would be over in 40 minutes.
Boom. Yeah, Gene.
But that's no point. I don't get it. What do you mean?
Well, that last match, it was Alcaraz and I
don't get what
it
you're
was
saying.
a 5-hour game, 4 or 5 hour game.
Yeah.
is what I remember.
I know, but
If
what are
the
you?
the longer you're running back and forth, rallying, running to the net, or running back, the longer the point, the longer the match. You have to be running in order for a game to last 3-4 hours. You're saying there's not a lot of running.
I didn't
It's
say it was
phys-
not a lot of
Well,
running.
we were talking
I
about,
just
we were talking
said
about mental. But if you're talking about physical,
But the mental part is
He said you're
mental
running
is-
for 3 hours. I said, no, you're not. That's where this all came from. Yeah, everybody want to go on tangents to win arguments, you can. But you're not talking about what we talking about, which is no sport you run. In football, you don't. We get a huddle. No huddle is still a huddle.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
we over
between
here
every
talking-
point you rest, you got to set up for the serve. You got to set up to return.
But you know
Okay,
what?
fine.
This is the insecurity of sports, and I know too many athletes. I could get every one of you, including football players. You can push the button, which is, I'm like, dog, you ain't running the whole time. Yeah. And that's all you just did. I'm sorry. Y'all not running the whole time.
I don't even like you.
I know. I don't know why you get so mad, because y'all don't want to lead with your weakness. With this, like, tennis is soft.
This is you being too literal.
Yeah,
with
he's
the,
just-
with the
right,
You're,
that's-
you're running the whole time. And it's just
That's what he does.
It's
though,
a word,
Gene.
it's word gymnastics.
word
It's
gymnastics.
word
I can
Thank
do
you,
it.
Terry.
I can do it.
Thank you, Terry.
I can do it.
there
no.
isn't a single human being on this planet that would say there's a sport where you're running the whole time. So that was
Soccer.
too literal.
That's soccer. They say
don't
that all
run
the time.
whole
No, they
time.
don't.
They're
Take
breaks,
jogging.
too.
They're walking.
I know.
Every
I know.
sport takes breaks.
Every sport, but I know a soccer player will walk around here and say, "Oh man, we running for 3 hours." I'm like, "Excuse me."
Soccer
I'm sure
matches
they're not
are
meaning that
time. They're not even.
literally.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
any
then don't
tennis
say
is
it.
probably like
Say we
fourth
jogging.
on that list of physically demanding. Because
Yeah, let's
I
have
think
that fun
basketball,
list.
football, and soccer are more physically
Or more
demanding.
demanding.
than
Basketball is
tennis.
not more physically demanding than tennis.
Basketball is the one where you don't get a break.
What do you mean? You got timeouts. You got free
no, no.
throws.
You got a
No
bench.
one
got
touches
to
you.
take the
that. I
ball
don't mean-
out.
No
I don't
one
mean-
touches you in
I don't mean
tennis.
People stand around.
I don't mean a timeout
Half
break.
basketball players are standing around the 3-point line,
Do you
not
know the
even
type of
moving.
condition
Who
you have to
touches
be
you
to
in
play
tennis?
basketball?
Yes, I do, but
It's
it's not.
constant back
It's
and
not the
forth.
same condition. You got to be to sprint around a tennis court for the better
In
part of 3
tennis,
hours.
You can control the pace.
No, you can't.
You can, because I can sit here and serve. I can take my time serving. I can take moments of
To a point.
Yeah, you can control the pace.
Just
of it.
ask them
In
who hits them in
basketball,
tennis
if
like
you
they do
play
in football.
defense, you
and
don't control
basketball.
the pace of
Who
what they
touches
doing
you
to
in tennis like they touch people in basketball?
What do you mean? Touching
don't
is
get
a
hit.
foul
You
in
ain't-
basketball.
It's not even a foul.
They
No,
stop
it's
the
not.
game.
Most of the contact is not a foul. Most of the contact is like, hey, I'm riding you. I'm under
Chest
getting
bumping,
position.
boxing out.
Yeah.
And who touches you in tennis? The ball, maybe.
There's no physical contact in tennis.
That
What's
don't
wrong with
mean
you,
it's
Richie?
not physical.
Well,
There's
there's
no
a flag
physical-
in there
there's
somewhere.
no physical
Ladies and
con-
gentlemen.
There's no physical
I'm not saying
contact
it's
in the
not.
Iron Man either.
Right, but you
But it's
But you said you
so
thought
what are you
tennis was
talking
more
about?
That ain't
physical than
tennis.
basketball.
That ain't tennis.
it is more physical
How
than
when there's
basketball.
no physical contact.
There's no physical contact in the Iron Man either.
Don't let
I'm
him off the
saying
hook,
in-
Jess.
I'm
So
saying in
there's no
bas-
physical contact in the Tour de
But
France.
you're bringing up other sports, and
But
I'm talking about
there's
tennis
no
specifically.
physical contact in
demanding.
Basketball versus
in,
tennis
in swimming.
Is you're playing
that,
offense,
that doesn't.
demanding.
That doesn't.
defense,
He wearing you
you're
out,
getting
Jess. You
hit.
need help?
Well, he's talking about another sport.
I know
I'm
that's
talking
true.
about
Stay
this sport.
focused. Stay focused,
Well,
my friend.
no,
I'm talking about
No,
soccer.
you're-
I'm not talking about soccer.
Tennis-
I'm
We're talking about two
basketball.
different kinds of
Tennis
physical.
versus.
If
You're
you're
talking
saying
physical
that
contact versus physical
contact
demanding.
means
Yeah.
If you're not getting no physical contact, you're just running back and forth. There's no way. In
So,
basketball,
okay,
you're
so-
running back and forth and getting physical
okay,
contact.
so
Thank you.
So Tour de France, you're riding on
stay
a
focused.
bike
Watch this.
uphill.
Watch this.
There's nobody. There's no contact. You're
so-
saying that's not demanding.
I'm gonna get.
Stay
why you keep
focused,
talking
my
about
friend.
Other sports.
Talk about tennis.
Well, no, because you can't
yeah.
say that physical contact
See,
is,
with
I
the
can talk
Berkeley,
about
is
that's
football.
necessary.
I'm not talking about football. I'm specifically talking about
You went to
basketball.
Columbia, you stay focused.
if
Berkeley?
you're saying that you need physical contact to be demanding, then you have
What?
to include all sports
No,
that
no, no.
don't have
No,
physical
no,
contact.
no,
Watch
he
how I
doesn't.
do this. I'm
No,
gonna
he
keep it
doesn't.
very simple, and I'm gonna keep it specific to tennis.
I know why you.
In tennis, here's your physicality. You go side to side, you go forward and back. No physical contact. In basketball, you go side to side, you go forward and back, you go up and down, and you get physical
You
contact.
do go up and down. You go up and down in
How
tennis.
you go up and down? We don't need you to repeat it to try and get your thoughts. We
There's
know
no
you're
up and
losing this
down in
argument.
tennis.
I'm not losing the argument.
No, you're right.
Because you're
You've been dead.
because you're saying that
Tennis
you
is
need
not a
physical
vertical
contact.
sport. Tennis is not a vertical sport.
Come on.
It's
What are
allowed-
you talking about? On the serves, you
The
have
serve?
The serve.
on the serve.
Hit the ball.
Yeah, you jump 6 inches to hit that ball.
No, the best servers
You
actually
jump
have
higher
some
than that for a
vertical.
rebound.
A foot, 2 feet. Who cares?
Like, come
it's
on.
not the same. Y'all can't raise our kids.
All right,
to
guess
lie
what?
like this.
You and I are going to go to a tennis court.
Oh,
Me,
here we go.
you,
I
and
knew
Blaze.
it's always a challenge. Play the sport and you tell
No,
me.
and
I
we'll
just
just
gave-
do some drills.
But I get
No, I'm
actual
I'ma just show you
facts.
some
I
drills.
said tennis is hard in terms of difficulty. It's
not
not
more
hard.
physical.
It's not in terms of physicality.
Your hips will
you
say
out of your
otherwise.
mind. You're out
Oh,
of your
I know
mind.
that. I know that, but that's every sport you play at a high level. Your hips are going to say that. What sport? Golf. That's why I said golf is right by tennis, because nobody touched me in tennis. Nobody touched me in golf, but then golf, I'm walking.
Watch this. You ready for this?
So you're right by golf.
Here's a simple
Come
thing.
on, it's okay.
Tennis, they play 3 hours one-on-one.
Yeah.
Every other sport, they got to have subs.
They got 3 hours. Ooh.
You know why they got to have subs?
Because you can't do
'Cause
this.
You can't do this for
you
3
can't
hours
do this
straight.
by yourself.
It's so
Ooh.
physically demanding. We got to bring in somebody else just to give you a break.
Yeah, we got to give you gas stations.
Tennis, y'all play the
Refuel.
whole game.
Go ahead.
That's silly.
That is
That is
great,
not silly.
Great
That's a
argument.
fact.
That's true.
No, it isn't.
He killing your dead
That's a
body
fact.
now.
One is a team sport and one's an individual sport.
You need subs because it's too physically demanding on one person.
Yep.
These guys train all year and
Even
still
in
can't
doubles,
play a whole game.
and when it's a team aspect, even in doubles, they let them play because they ain't got no subs in doubles. So you say it's because it's a single sport?
Doubles is less demanding than singles.
Oh, we know that
Exactly.
Yeah, and no subs.
And basketball is less demanding than tennis.
But wait.
get
When
out
you
of
Period.
when
Don't
you
try to make
playing
me laugh.
when you playing doubles, isn't that a team sport?
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's a team sport because he
You
tried
said
to go
basketball's
single.
a team sport.
Yeah, so that's a team.
You two and your goddamn semantics, boy.
These are
We
facts.
You all
actually
are
use
just-
the
you
word
are-
properly. That's all we're
are
doing.
facts.
Just semantic,
just the
semantic,
word.
semantics.
I'm
Richie,
sorry.
we just have to take him out on the court.
Yeah.
I love tennis.
Oh, I'll take y'all on the field then. Let's play some
I
football.
love tennis.
Yeah, I just have to avoid
But-
you. Then it's not physically demanding for me.
That's right.
Just run away from you.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, I can't. Baseball didn't even get a word. Did y'all say a word
Baseball, I
about
think,
baseball?
is the hardest sport.
Yeah,
But
I give you some of that.
it's the least physically demanding.
I'd say maybe mentally
They
demanding. I don't
stand
know,
around and sit a lot. You're only up when something's going on.
Yeah.
The hardest part about baseball is hitting the ball.
Hell yeah.
So that doesn't make it the hardest sport.
The hardest person who goes through the
That
worst
field
is-
way bigger than people give it credit for.
that
You out
ball-
that outfield, boy.
that
You
ball is
moving.
moving
And that
fast.
ball moving fast, and you got to get to that base in 90 feet. It's a lot. Baseball, if I had to say which is harder on my body, tennis. On my game, like just becoming, it'd be, no.
We
That's
talking about
tough.
tennis versus baseball.
Tennis versus baseball.
Yeah, tennis is more physically demanding, but baseball is probably the hardest sport.
It's tough.
Baseball's not the hardest sport.
I think it
You
is.
know how
If-
you know baseball's the hardest sport?
You gonna say
Because
it.
if you get 30, if you hit the ball 30% of the time, you are
Now, I'm saying
a
hitting,
good player.
hitting the ball. Hitting the
that's-
ball, but that's just one part of baseball.
There is no other part. Baseball doesn't exist if you're not hitting the ball.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's what
and
makes
if
That's what I'm
they-
saying. Dribbling is the hardest thing in basketball. He's like, all right, outside of that, well, if you don't dribble,
we
probably
gonna do?
this
well,
not a
right, but
sport.
you have a whole part of the sport that doesn't go around somebody batting 300.
I know, but they all got to hit. They all got to.
You all got to go to the plate.
Right.
Everybody
but I'm
gotta
saying
play.
fielding a ball is not that difficult.
Ooh, I don't know about that,
Some would
son.
say different.
Ah,
I
you
get
got
why
a
you
3-2
say
pitch.
that.
Ah, I'm like, God dang, no, where that ball go?
People, a lot of players have
Ask Bill
professionals
Buckner.
that drop the ball.
Ask Bill Buckner.
There's
Buckner.
professionals that
Buckner
drop
from
Yeah,
the
that
Red
was
Sox.
that was a slow roller
Yeah.
that he let through his legs.
Yeah.
So
Okay, all right. Now
Anyway.
we're going into the weeds, so let's get up out the weeds. Let's get to something that is not the weeds, but it's evergreen. It's Jordan versus LeBron timing. Please say y'all saw that link. This dude dropped a gem. He was talking about how what we're missing in the Jordan LeBron conversation is how the era really has changed in terms of position, in terms of how many people could do what you do. So back in Jordan's era, as they were coming out of the center dominant era, it was like, dude, who's this guy who's shooting it more than anybody else playing guard? You get Air Jordan. LeBron comes out when it's like, oh, we got a lot of guys that doing that, LeBron. And you still became LeBron in an era where we saw something that wasn't as unique. So he gave a lot of props to LeBron, it sounded like, just because he did it in a harder time. What was your response? What's your thoughts about it, T?
Well, I thought it was a good link, the video, and like he's right. When Jordan came up, it was from a center dominant era. You came from the Willits to the Kareems to the Waltons to any of the bigs.
Moses Malone.
Yeah, and then Jordan was the unique thing, and Jordan set the tone for how the game is now. Where from the shooting now it's a shooting guard based league, going from Jordan to Kobe / AI to McGrady, then to the KDs and the LeBron. So. Yeah, that's the argument that you can make for LeBron that he's.
Sounds like a little hesitation in there. You get an A at Berkeley, and then you get an A at West LA College. Are they the same A? Is what it sounds like because of the perception or the reality of you. It's an easier course. Like I took courses at West LA. I thought it was hard because I was like, it's the same book. Right. It's just they don't demand the same necessarily. They don't say read 3 books in a week like they do at Columbia. But it's still the same book. And I was like, But it seemed like Jordan, there were no other books. There were no demands. It was like.
I have another take on the Jordan argument that kind of talks a little shit about Jay, but it's not totally on that topic. I think what it is that Jordan came in an era where there was a lot of, the era before him got old. The Isaiahs, the Birds, and the Magics.
Yeah.
And he beat up on his peers, which were the Barclays and stuff. But that was 50% of the league. The other half of the league were young players. The
expansion,
the younger player, like you had the Washington Bullets with C. Webb. You had Orlando with Shaq and Penny. Like he came from the era where he beat up on a lot of people who were younger than him too.
Perfect timing.
So, and that's what the article. That's what
he was
article
saying.
was about. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
We could say the same thing about LeBron. Because when LeBron came in, he came in at a time at the tail end of when all the superstars at that time were on their way out.
Like who?
So he caught everybody on the back end. Well,
Kobe wasn't
Kobe
on his
wasn't
way
on
out.
it.
He was in his prime.
Duncan, Kobe, nope,
right.
go.
But when you think about, let's see, the Jordans, the Pippen, they were gone.
They were gone.
Pippen was still there, but he was on the back end. Yeah, I'm trying to
You
think
said no.
everybody's there
LeBron
now.
came. Pippen was dead. I mean,
No, he
dead.
was still there.
Yeah,
He was still there. He was.
He
Why
might
am I talking about death?
He
was
might
like
have been
on
on
the
his
last
on his
Pippen
Udonis
did not
Haslam.
play in 04. Please say no.
He was on his Haslam trip.
Please say no.
What I'm saying is he caught that window of time.
You gotta give me some names. You
I gotta
said
think
something.
about it, but he caught a window of time where there wasn't a bunch
Wait a
of.
minute. Hold on. You just
I
led with a
started
topic
naming-
sentence and didn't have one example.
I started naming some.
Words
and then I'm
mattered
like,
a minute ago.
I told you they be catching it in
No,
the chat.
'cause
They be
he-
like, yo,
The problem is
Blaze be
y'all jumping, but y'all not listening. He said 2 different points, and
Okay.
I'm commenting on both. But I started at one, and then y'all attacked it. You didn't let me get through the whole thing. What he just said was he came at a time where there was half the league was young guys,
Yeah.
and the other half was
Aging, going out.
aging stars.
Yeah.
So I started naming the aging stars, but then I also went to the other point of how there was no other stars in the league really at that time. Maybe 3 or 4 that we would consider.
Come on.
2003? That is the worst. Hey, dog, go to sleep.
There was 3 or 4
Dog.
stars at that time. You brought
You
up
said
Kobe.
2 lies. One, you said
Everything I said is factual, and I can back it up.
Hold
but
on.
go ahead.
Who
I'm
was
gonna let you
who
go.
were the agent stars? You named Pippen. Pippen was.
I was just.
Or who was the agent stars that was going or gone? Go.
03.
And then who was not in? It was. You had Kobe for sure. You had Duncan
The
for
Spurs
sure.
at the time. KG's around.
KG, like I mean,
KG,
come on.
KG
Oh, man,
was
we're gonna beat up on
was
KG.
aging in 03.
No, he was.
He was aging.
I would say he wasn't even 30 yet at that
Yeah,
point.
he
Like,
wasn't
I-
He
aging.
wasn't 30 yet.
No,
He was
2000
drafted in '96.
When he got traded to Celtics, how old was he?
When he got to the Celtics, he was like
That's 07.
35.
5.
He was born in 77. It's like 30, like 31.
He born 77.
Wait, he didn't go to the Celtics
He
till
was
the
in his
teens.
20s.
He was
didn't
30.
To the team.
The
No,
point is, we
he went
shouldn't have to be doing all this work for what you just
I was
said.
like, he was
No, but
lying.
I'm
KG
saying
was
what I
30.
said was factual, but since y'all questioning it, that's why we here now.
No, we're not doing
When he
that.
went to the Celtics, what was that 08?
Yeah, he was 30. He was, born,
Was he older? I thought
He
he
was
was older than that.
18 in 06, in
Yeah, he
96
came
when he
straight
was
from high
drafted.
school.
So.
he got there to the
on,
Celtics
I know that.
07, 08. He's born in 77, so
came
we
in
got
at
there.
He came
You
in
want-
at
do you
94.
want to really win this argument?
KG came in at 94.
Or you want to let this go?
95.
You want to
Oh,
really
'cause
win this argument?
He's your older than me.
95.
I ain't.
95.
What agents? LeBron came in the era when it was like, I can't believe you're so big and popular already because there's other dudes that's been in line. Like Kobe was in line. Duncan was like, I don't even want to be in line.
Kobe was in the league, what, 7 years before LeBron got there?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the peak.
And he's
that was the
25.
peak of
He's
his
26.
career.
Right, he was
Yeah.
one that I was saying was there. Like, he was one of the stars.
Yeah,
That was, he
LeBron.
was off of his second championship, I think, when LeBron came in. Or was it
Third.
Third championship.
Yep. Third one.
The league was pretty young when
Young.
LeBron came in, to
Even
be honest,
Shaq
with
was
the
in his prime
stars.
still in 03, 04.
Yeah, half the league was young.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
when you said
Right, right.
50-50.
Right.
You said 50% was aging, the other 50 was young.
Okay. So you,
When
didn't-
Kobe-
You got
you
mercy.
didn't-
I ain't got no mercy.
You didn't get a chance to finish your
I
point.
literally said that.
I'm saying you didn't get a chance to
You
finish your point.
Did I not just
That's a
did I-
football player.
I'm saying,
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah,
Because
he-
you
no,
know
we
we
know
were
he
paying
said
attention. I
half.
literally said that.
He didn't finish his point. So yeah.
Yeah, because y'all jumped on the aging part. We were talking about both sides of that coin.
Yeah, but you never gave us both sides.
Because y'all both started attacking as soon as I
No,
started
no,
talking.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
We
you
gave
did
you the
finish
floor
the
after that. He said that already. And then we got quiet. And then you said nothing.
Because
Go.
when I started talking about the young players,
not
you
that-
went back to the aging.
Okay, who are the young players?
We just talked about Kobe. You had T-Mac that was there.
Vince
they
Carter
was
is still in his prime.
Vince
Yeah.
Carter. Vince Carter was there.
So you're saying
AI
saying Jordan, as he took advantage of young players, is the same like
No, I'm saying
is the same as
there was
him
only a
taking advantage of
handful-
Kobe?
There was a handful. He didn't take advantage of Kobe.
Exactly.
I'm saying there's a handful
So
of
why you-
stars.
yeah.
There was. I said my first thing out there was 4 to 5 stars when LeBron came in. How many players in the NBA? There's 4 to 5 stars. Everybody else wasn't doing it. Like there was
First
nobody
you said
else
there
that
were
was
no
dominant.
stars.
Yeah,
That's
first
not
you
what I
said
said.
And then you said there were
That's
4
not
or
what I
5
said. Y'all
stars.
trying to change what I said. That's not what I said. If there's 300 and something players in the league and there's 4 stars, what does that mean?
Mama!
This is what they do every time. They try to
What
move
do you mean
the
every time?
goalposts. If there's 4 to 5 stars and it's 300 players, what does that mean? What is the rest of the league? We understand percentages, right? So if there's 300 players and there's only 4 to 5 stars, what is the rest of the league doing? You had a bunch of young players or aging players. That's it. So when LeBron came in, he didn't have much of a threat. It was easy for him to step in because he was only
Kobe's
there's
not a
only
threat?
4 or 5. It's 4 to 5 other stars in the league.
But that's
at
the
that time.
threat. It doesn't matter the number of them. It's who
It's
they.
easy
It was
to-
only
if
Larry.
you're
It was
going
only
against 4
Bird,
to 5
Magic.
players, then it's easy
It's
to
only
be dominant.
Bird, Magic, and their agents. So it doesn't matter the
And when
number.
LeBron came in, when Mike
Bird,
came,
Magic,
in,
who was a real threat
who
to
was
Jordan?
who was the stars he was going against? It was the 3 that would be most dominant at that time. We would say it's Isaiah, Larry, and Magic. 3 stars, right? Well, what about the rest of the league?
I don't
It
care
was
about
either
them. I don't care
agent
about them.
players or it was players who were young. That was your point.
You are
said
Matthew
50.
Hatchett right now, trying to talk your way into.
I'm literally giving facts. He wants to ignore the facts.
I'm not ignoring
Terry
the facts.
literally said when
I don't care
Ron
what Terry
came
said.
in,
I'm telling you what
that's
I'm
the
Well,
whole
you
argument.
should.
That is literally the whole debate.
He said he took advantage of young stars to play against.
He said the league was
and
50-50.
older stars.
He said the league was 50-50.
I know that.
And when he came, it was Magic, Magic, Larry, Isaiah. And then was Jordan. He came in at a time where it was easy for him to come and dominate because that's all that was really there. I'm saying LeBron is very similar. When he came in, there was only like 4 stars that were really.
But
in his
Justin,
role.
Justin, I'm gonna have to read the NBA All-Star players. Right? You got Kobe, KG, Tim Duncan, Steve Francis, Yao Ming, Ray
Steve
Allen,
Fran-
Shaquille O'Neal, Dirk,
You're naming all stars.
Jermaine O'Neal, Allen Iverson,
Finish.
Go ahead.
Jason Kidd, Baron Davis, Michael Redd, Paul Pierce.
Dude.
That's a lot of names.
a lot of
I think what the
None
point
of those names are in the line.
I know
LeBron
what the
came into the league
issue is.
bigger
I'm gonna let
than
you go.
7 of the names you just named. That's
No.
No.
The issue. Here's the issue.
Jason
Here-
Kidd was never in the conversation with LeBron.
Hold on, we're not doing that. The issue is you used his Magic, Bird, and Isaiah and put it to LeBron. The problem is those guys were aging and going down when Jordan was doing this thing at that point. Not like 87 Jordan, 86. I'm talking about when Jordan was winning championships 90. He caught them when they were getting older. LeBron didn't catch these dudes when they were getting older. He caught these dudes when they were trying to go get theirs. Kobe was on a mission
and
to get
that's why
his.
he didn't win until those guys got
We're not
older.
talking winning. We're talking about how you became the dude. And Jordan became
Jordan's
the dude.
dominance came when he started winning. When he got the championships, that's when the lead started getting passed to him. Before that, he was the young guy who was getting put out. He couldn't beat them. By the time he beat them, that's when the torch was passed, and it's like, all right, he's here now.
But that was only 4 years for Jordan,
That
right?
was 7 years.
No.
7. Yeah, he took 7 years for him to
See,
win.
These guys don't even know facts. They just be throwing anything out there.
7.
7
He got
years.
drafted 84. 84 there. So that's 7, right?
That's what I
LeBron at 7 went to Miami. But when after the 7th year, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, who
You know why
were
he
they?
went to Miami? Because
'Cause
the
he wanted-
other
yeah.
guys was dogging him, and he couldn't win.
No,
so
I
he
know.
went there to go to try to win.
I know, but I'm not talking about winning. You keep making this a winning conversation. We're talking about Jordan, the icon, and LeBron, the icon. Did they face the same thing, or did one benefit from the timing of when they got in the league? And I'm saying LeBron had a tougher time because of who was there, and they were younger. You're trying to give me the guys who were there, but they was getting older. There was an older league then.
When we talk
Yeah.
about dominance, when we think about Jordan, I think of what I already said. Jordan became Jordan when he started winning championships. He was a good player. But
Nah,
when he
they were
became
saying he was the
dominant,
best before he won. True.
But they didn't respect it until he won his first ring.
Well-
LeBron was a great player, very good player coming in. He didn't start winning until those other guys were on their way out. I mean, you could look it up.
Those guys on the way out. Yeah.
You said you brought Eugene listed KG and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
LeBron's first ring came after them.
Oh, yeah. And after
They won in
Kobe's.
08.
And Kobe's
His first ring
individual
came in
rings.
2011?
11,
Yeah.
yeah.
He lost to them.
Yeah.
So again,
But
he became in that
You keep
conversation
doing it.
of
This
the
is
guy,
where you're losing it. You said it. LeBron came in the league as a superstar. So if he comes in the league as a superstar, his timing starts in 04. It doesn't start in 2010.
03 he came in.
03, 04. That's a superstar. You just said it. So you can't move the goalpost to like, well, he became something
But
when he won.
The debate wasn't about being a superstar. I already know he was a superstar. I don't debate that. He's probably the most famous high school player of all time. But I'm talking about dominance. Like when he brought up Jordan, when I think about Jordan and dominance and when he took
Well, you're
over
not doing
the
our
league-
conversation then, because we
Well,
weren't
no,
talking
it was
about
his
dominance.
point. You're talking about two different things.
Yes.
I responded to what he stated.
Well, you
when he
don't
brought up the
respond to the question?
50-50 league, we talked about the 50-50
He's selling
league.
you out. Hey, this is Shaq with Kobe when
I
he get
agree.
caught.
I agreed with Terry.
did what he did.
No, I agreed with Terry, but
We all
disagree.
understood Terry's point. Let's just say that. Yours a little
everything I'm
different.
saying is backed by facts.
Just to be fair, I looked at the '85 All-Star game and the players that Jordan played with. Okay, Magic Johnson, Ralph Sampson, George Gervin, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, those guys were on their way out by '85.
I'm not debating.
Kareem was
I
getting
agree
slower
with
up the court.
I
for
agree.
sure.
Larry
with that.
Nance, Hakeem Olajuwon, Alex English, I think on his way out. Moses Malone, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Julius Erving on his way out, and Bernard King, Sidney Moncrief.
Oh yeah.
I agreed with that.
Robert Parrish.
I agree with that. I think the point
Ashes to ashes.
That sounds terrible.
Go.
I agree with
okay.
that. With the point, I think
With all due respect.
everything you just said, I agree with.
I agree with that, but I still got my.
No. I agree with
Can
that.
you
I
hurry
think
up and
you
get off
missed my
yourself?
point.
Come on, man. We good.
Ask me. He brought it up to me. I'm responding.
See, it's not just me, y'all.
Thank
I know it's
you.
him.
It's not just
definitely
me.
him.
It's not me.
And
He
I'm
brought
just
up all those names. I understand Jordan came in with them, like when they were going out. Jordan couldn't win when those guys were there, though. He didn't win until
He didn't have a
7
team
years
yet.
later, which is the same thing with LeBron. LeBron came in, whether it's young or old, he was not LeBron until what? 7 years later.
Was
8 years
LeBron,
later when he
was
won his
Jordan a
first one.
superstar in '83? No. Coming from North Carolina, he was not a superstar.
I'd say yes.
Oh, coming from Carolina.
At that time, he just off a
he
chip.
wa-
He just won.
Okay, since you're argumentative, he was. Did he go way different than that from 83 to 90?
Yes.
To
84.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, did LeBron come in as a superstar?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, right? So he's already benefited from the timing Jordan did because he came in, whatever he wasn't LeBron. LeBron came in, and LeBron had tougher times by the rosters and age, and that's all we're saying. It's like, we're not saying they're both not higher or Jordan's not higher. We're just saying, the terrain, there was more hurdles for LeBron because of expectations, because where they already deemed him, and because of who he was going against. And if you can say no to that,
Yeah, I don't.
okay,
I
let's
don't-
talk about something else.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I mean, goddamn.
I think they both had the same route.
The only thing they got in common is the 7. They won at the.
Those
at the
guys were
Jersey.
older, but they were still legends and they were still active.
Okay.
LeBron went against younger.
That's deep. Legends and active means old. Active legends called old. All right, let's talk about DeMarcus Cousins.
That's our cast.
Last time I checked, let me just check this real quick. Did not Kareem and Magic win a couple of chips while Jordan came in?
Oh yeah, they won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So age don't matter in
won-
that sense. They were
won
still
3.
winning.
I mean,
They
LeBron
were
won
still
his last
dominant.
ring in his mid-30s.
You said what?
Right? LeBron won his last ring when he was in his mid-30s.
No, not his first.
The bubble.
No,
The
the
bubble.
bubble ring. The bubble ring.
Oh,
He
you
was
said
30
last
Yeah,
ring.
his last
Oh,
ring.
okay.
You're not listening anymore. We lost you.
No, I
It's
didn't.
okay. It's okay.
I think that's supposed to.
Blazes on tilt.
Yeah, you on one.
Nah, I just
I
didn't hear
think
him.
that's where I like my
Five voices
criticism
at
in with LeBron, because like he had the window, like when our generation got old, we thought he was going to dominate, like when the
did.
Kobe's and everybody else retired,
Yeah.
and that's why people say Steph like jumped the line,
Yep.
and Kawhi, because like that was supposed to be his time
Yep.
to like get his Jordan 6 and 8
Do
or
what
whatever.
Jordan did, 6 of 8.
Yep,
Do
but
what Magic,
it
5
didn't,
and
it didn't
9.
happen. It was like that younger generation came in and they wasn't playing at all.
He kept jumping around. It's like Vegas. Like he kept trying to like guess the hands. Like I'm guessing the deck. You sit your ass down here and just relax.
Yeah.
Like my best nights in Vegas is when I just sit there and go up and down, but have my barriers, right, my borders. But when you start saying, they hot over there, they hot over there, because he made the biggest miscalculation was, and I get him why he did it. He left Miami to trade in Dwayne Wade for Kyrie, not knowing that Kyrie was going to trade him in for just like, let me be the man, because I'm tired of you always getting the credit.
Right.
And he built a team and with Kevin Love that was supposed to beat the Spurs. That team couldn't beat the Warriors because he didn't see the Warriors coming. Like that's the real of it all. Like LeBron just lost his GM ways.
Just not that guy.
I mean, you can say what you want. Trading in LeBron for who? Jordan's the only guy I would ever trade my career in for.
Kobe?
If I'm LeBron. Nah. I mean, not me. If I woke up LeBron, if I woke up Kobe, I would feel different. Jordan,
You'd be able to shoot.
I'll be a baller.
You'd be able to play defense.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Are we not respecting 23 years of basketball play?
How long did AC Green play? Y'all know.
He missed a
No,
game.
he just didn't miss games.
He missed
I don't think he
games.
No,
played
he
23.
He played a long.
No, he
time.
played, but he didn't play 23.
Right.
He's just known for not
I
missing.
respect 23
Vince
years.
played what 20?
He played 20.
Yeah.
Maybe 21.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. What does
Yeah.
that mean? You trying to say
I
something?
mean, there's a lot of players that played a long time.
Nobody, Vince was not this at 20 years.
Kareem played 20.
Longevity.
He
yeah,
was
Kareem
not
played-
this.
He still put up 18 and probably like 8. And probably shot 55%.
Yeah.
Okay. I wake up different if I'm LeBron. If I'm y'all know it. It's okay. LeBron just nobody want to give him them flowers.
No, I think everybody gives him those flowers. Like his longevity and to play at this level for that long. I've never heard of.
There's not another basketball player better than him,
But-
decidedly, other than Jordan. And I don't even agree with that, but I don't like arguing. I don't go to barbershops.
But you took one argument and then changed it.
No, I
You
didn't.
said there's no other player I would.
Golly. This is
He
unreal.
said,
Who cares now?
He
I
said
don't.
no idea. He literally just said there's no other player I would trade my career for.
That
said,
wasn't
I said-
argument. I was trying to move on to this conversation. I started it, and you said one more.
That's
and
not
then-
true.
Yes, that's
I
true.
said
That's
Kobe,
actually true.
and then you brought up the 23 years.
Time out, dog. We were going to the next question. Then you said one more.
This
so
guy,
then,
he literally. I'm glad this is all recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can see what he just did. But go ahead.
no, I like that conversation. Who would you, if I woke up as LeBron, all things, I'm talking all things that came basketball and from it and to it. You're trying to tell me you rather be Kobe than LeBron?
I'll take Kobe's career over LeBron's.
Career means everything.
I'll take Kobe. I know what it means. I'll take
It
Kobe's
means,
career over LeBron.
it means everything I touch, every brand, every endorsement, every accolade.
Well, I'm talking about basketball.
No,
I'm not talking about
no.
off the court.
I take Kobe had better shoes. Like I'd take
Nobody
I'd
wears
take
LeBron.
No, I'm saying like he said everything. I'd take Kobe. Besides Denver.
$1 billion and shut all that shit down.
Kobe would have hit that if he was still around.
If so, look, you
If
have the
we're
real
fair.
conversation now. Not an if, because if the dude that was better than LeBron in high school, I forget his name,
Kobe got
would have
5.
made it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't do the ring thing, so 5 is.
Of course we don't. Of course you don't.
I don't have one. But no, that's the point. The ring thing wasn't always a thing. So I'm old enough to remember when they made that a thing and everybody got lost in it. So younger cats is like rings. And I'm like, they ain't even talking about that in the 80s like that. Then Magic and Bird start stacking them, and then they almost tried to go away from it again because Bird got outpaced by Magic. I remember that. And then Jordan came, and then it was like, oh shit, we got
6 of them.
we got to respect
That's
it.
part of the game at this point. You're talking about 30 years.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
part of the game.
So do you think LeBron is more respected than Kobe? Like
No
how people look at him?
Never.
Okay.
He don't have the personality. They were gonna hate on him from hello.
Right.
Who?
LeBron.
They?
They weren't gonna give him his flowers because he got too much too fast without even earning it.
And because he came in wearing 23. I think that
Which
always
is-
hurt him.
I mean, I don't do that
He put
level
himself
of.
in line of direct comparison with Jordan when he could have just picked any other number and just been LeBron.
I respect what you're saying, but that doesn't disqualify me. Like if I'm a top running back, I want to be Barry Sanders, number 20. Like I'm in direct competition. I'm like, oh, but that stuff counts. It matters, not to me. I'm just saying, like, who cares what number you wore? Like,
He was
Saying that
18.
opens the
Kobe
door.
didn't he wear 8 and 24, and the 24 was one more than Jordan?
But
Like,
by the time he got 24, he was already established at 8. Like he was already that guy. When he went to 24, Kobe was Kobe already.
yeah, but I'm just trying to tell you, the argument of number, I don't even know where to put that. Like, who cares what number you are? I don't.
I'm talking about perception, public
yeah.
perception. When you come out as number 2, anybody that wears 23 is going to get compared to Jordan. So if you want to be an all-time great and you come out wearing 23, that's what starts that conversation.
Oh yeah, I give you that. But that still shouldn't disqualify you. It should be like,
it just puts more of a bullseye on you.
yeah.
Because you said your statement was out the gate, they were hating on him. And I'm saying there may be truth to that, but part of it, I believe, is because he came out wearing number 23.
Okay. I love you. I didn't say, I'm not going to do this. This is my
didn't
left
say
hand.
that?
I said out the gate he was a superstar. I said out the gate he got so much given to him and that wasn't going to end well. I didn't say he was hated on because he was a superstar. They loved
You
him.
literally said that.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I
can't wait till you play this back.
You're going to get the clips.
You're going to get the
He
clip.
said they
So-
were hating on him out the gate because he was giving everything too early.
I said that's
And it's
how it would
literally-
end. I said that.
Please.
Okay,
We
if
gonna
we do
look
it.
this up.
Okay,
Please,
can you
get
let
the
it go though?
comments.
Because I've been let it go.
It's a live chat. We can get the temperature of the room.
yeah, like
He
enough.
starts stuff, and then when I respond to it, he act like he changed it.
No, I know people don't like LeBron, so it's like easy. It's like, who does this in sports? Not even sports, in entertainment. Like it's easy to hate Will Smith. And Will Smith is amazing to me. Like one of the most talented people ever lived. And people, it's way easier to hate him than to say I love Will Smith. But I remember the day when we rocked the house, there is no doubt, where everyone loved Will Smith. Well, he was the Fresh Prince then, or Jazzy Jeff the Fresh Prince. Right. And then it turned. They don't turn me when they turn. I'm like, oh, y'all weird. There was a day where everyone loved Ice Cube. And then everyone hated Ice Cube. And then everybody started getting a little love for him. When he started acting, they hated him. People found out he auditioned and got Boys in the Hood and were killing him. Ice Cube. He's like, no, I want to act. Hammer. I remember when Hammer had a cartoon. Mm-hmm. This is where I come from. I'm old enough to see these switches and laugh. Like, Hammer, people love Hammer. The dancing rapper. He can't rap. Whatever. He could dance. Mama like him. Then he came out with a cartoon, a cereal, and some damn little Hammer dolls. I hate him. Why? I don't know.
Because he was winning.
Because he was winning. And I think that's what I said about LeBron. Like, I knew he wasn't going to hit well because he was winning. I was like, they coming for your head, dog. And now you can't go nowhere. Look at the chat. Nobody likes LeBron. Fraud. Look, you can't. What? You can't. He has never been arrested, never done anything that, I mean, come on.
How do you not like LeBron?
I don't get it. So,
I like LeBron, but he's done things to warrant you not liking him.
Like what?
A lot of people don't like how he did that, the way he left Cleveland. That rubbed people the wrong way.
He gave $5 million and went to the
To a
Y.
boys club.
And didn't even wear a suit.
Right.
That's the reason his number and the boys club.
I'm not saying he's
I know.
wrong. I'm just saying.
No, you're reporting.
This is why people say they don't like. Like, there's different things that he's done that people don't like.
I mean, from a pure basketball standpoint, if you're a purist, you're probably frustrated with the amount of he doesn't play defense the same way, but I'll give him the age thing, I'll give him that, maybe say for offense. The other thing is he tends to flop, right? He sells. There's a lot of theatrics to the way he plays.
Y'all don't like flopping? Like, Jordan flopped. Y'all want to see the videos? I got them on Instagram. I always save these things that are counterculture because I'm like, people don't. Jordan flopped. Jordan complained to the media. He was like, stop talking about me and gambling. Jordan used to hang out. LeBron goes out in the offseason with an MCL. He's headline news. Jordan went out before games and whatever. Like, I just see the contradiction to me, the hypocrisy.
I mean,
Jordan delivered.
Jordan didn't have as much social media on him, or else he would have gotten the same amount of hate for the flopping, for everything he did.
No, that's why I love this conversation. Because from all our perspectives, we're seeing something differently. I don't care if he has social media or not. I know it happened. So when you kill this guy for it happening, it ain't going to be the social media part that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to be the fact.
The game-winning shot Jordan took against Byron Russell, the arm
was a push-off.
If social media existed today, do you think Jordan would get hated for that move? That was an offensive foul. He shouldn't have gotten that shot. But we didn't get the same kind of coverage, angles, and constant replay. The only thing we remember is that was an incredible game-winning shot for the ring. That's it.
So your point is in that – because, I mean, I've talked to Byron about that. Yeah. He don't like it. I know it was a push-off, but I don't care. They always get away with stuff. Look, SGA just took 4 steps.
Every game.
He just took 4 steps. I don't care. But, I mean, you're saying they got away with it, so let it be?
So even SGA's game, you're starting to hear a little more noise and complaint about he gets too many calls. The league is in his favor. Those shouldn't be fouls. He's only getting points because of all these bogus calls, like the travel, right? That should have been an offensive foul with the arm, and then he took 4 steps, right?
But in terms of legacy, no one is hanging their hat on what number does SGA wear. I don't even know. Who cares? All right, then they don't say, well, you wanted to switch teams and left the Clippers, and how you left the Clippers. No one cares. It was a different animal, right? Different set of circumstances. But for LeBron, this dude gave $5 million to the Boys and Girls Club, sat there in your shirt you got on right now, and said, I'm going to Miami. And then people got pissed.
Cleveland got pissed.
Well, people
got
pissed. I'm like, come on.
I just want to say it because I just read, somebody just said, Marcellus has to see LeBron personally at events. That's why he won't call him out.
First of all, you know I'm not built like that. Second of all, if I see the people I call out the most are people I know, including y'all. Third, I'm not on clutch payroll. I just think that it's stupid. Like, if I raised MJ, being real, this is me. MJ, you could be LeBron or you could be Jordan. I wouldn't even consider Jordan. I'll be like, dog, be LeBron. And that's not because Jordan is less, it's because LeBron is more. He's close in on the court, wherever you want to say. And then off the court, the dude ain't been in nothing. and nothing.
As a human being, maybe I'd probably say LeBron.
I mean, that's the only thing I'm thinking about.
But objectively speaking, LeBron wins
LeBron,
that
like,
argument.
all
might be
measurements.
in sports, you might have a better chance being Mike than you have at being LeBron, because LeBron's a freak of nature. He's like a one of one. There's a lot of
I
players.
don't care how you got
imitated
there.
with Jordan.
I don't have little man complex where I'm like, oh, it's because he's big. Because he's big, and because you're small. Like Bruce Lee will whoop my ass. It ain't because he's small. It's because he Bruce Lee. Like, I don't do that. I don't separate nothing. The whole package. Savannah. Like, no divorce. My kids are good. Like, dog, I'm like.
Yeah, off the court for sure.
Dog, I'm talking about the person. I'm talking about LeBron or Jordan. That is a person. That is not a player. He becomes a player. LeBron or Jordan, I'm taking LeBron, and that's it. So I come out defensive for LeBron because I think people are muddying the picture. They not seeing it all. The dude's insane. Like, and he that close to Jordan in this, and he that far away from everywhere else, and people still be giving Jordan love.
We need to have this conversation 10 years from now when the Last Dance LeBron version comes out. Then we'll know this. Then we'll see what you really think.
In what way?
You know
Like
it's
bad
coming.
stuff been?
It's coming.
It's coming.
They filming that right now. You already
That
know.
helped Jordan, correct? Last
Oh
day?
yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It depends who you're talking to. Scotty would argue otherwise.
I think it only helped for maybe like a newer generation.
Yeah, bingo.
Everybody
The newer
else
That's the
that
point, 'cause we
was
already
there
knew.
to watch Jordan. Nothing of that surprise.
It helped for the
So
and the
you were there.
LeBron haters who didn't know about Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
So
Oh.
LeBron has led the least salacious life of any superstar.
Ever.
KD.
Ever.
That's credit.
KD up there with him.
Yeah, but I don't put KD
don't
on
have
the same.
nothing against him. Like nothing off court. You never hear nothing about KD ever. Only thing is
Like
him
he ain't got as
tweeting
much
at-
like he
It's
ain't got
just
as much
tweeting
pressure
at
as LeBron. Like LeBron has a lot of pressure on him. Like
All
his
eyes.
star
The most,
is
out of any star, I
It's
think
high.
he's had the most.
he's a
pressure.
star. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. All right, let's get into this so we can have some topics to choose from.
too.
DeMarcus Cousins going ham. Y'all see this?
Ham, literally.
It's like
Right.
yams
Oh,
in
nasty
Puerto
motherfucker.
Rico and grabbed his genitals, then rubbed it in the dude's face. Strong, stiff arm, too, and the dude fought it. I want to get your thoughts on
I hope
that.
so.
And then how disrespectful is that for somebody trying to rub
Man,
their
I'm
balls
hitting him
him?
with the chair I'm sitting in.
You are?
Yeah.
For real. I promise you. And if I miss with that one, I'm hitting him with the next chair. We're fighting to the death if that happens. For real, like to the death. You gonna rub your nuts and then rub that in my face?
Did he actually touch his face?
He tried. I don't know.
I didn't see the actual. I saw him.
Even
do
if
that.
you put it close to it.
I don't wanna-
We are.
The
we
attempt
are
is enough.
fighting.
You're guilty by attempt. Attempted
Bro.
murder is enough.
I would go out on that sword. He could kill me
Pause.
right there on the
Whoa,
hard
whoa.
court.
Is that
Which
genitals?
way
Maybe
you
you
going?
say sword?
Richie, what sword?
What sword are you talking about?
My fault.
This might be the wrong conversation for that analogy.
Maybe you got something to say.
He liked what DeMarcus did.
And you know what? The craziest thing about this, other than seeing the video, literally was like, I never thought something would be worse than getting spit on.
Right.
But this is as close as I ever
thought the
seen it.
same thing.
A dude like, oh, nigga.
I think getting spit on is still the worst thing ever.
I think so.
Then getting your somebody's
Dog,
nuts.
if I went
rubbed
under
on
the
your
shorts
face,
and got me some juice.
Getting
Man.
spit on is people die for that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. But
This
under
is
the
a fight.
shorts juice.
This is a fight. You're not gonna kill a guy.
Nah.
Oh,
Somebody
no.
spitting in your
You don't
face.
want that up in your nose. Like
No,
that's,
man.
like,
This is
I
way
think
more
this is a fight.
disrespectful.
They all three wanted an ass
I
whooping.
think this is a fight.
They
People
all
getting
warned-
spit on.
Yeah.
is
You
a-
definitely getting a fight.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Just the hand.
Spit on may not be a fight.
This move though is so just out there.
It's
that
premeditated.
You're not even thinking about the murder part. It's just outrageous. The spitting part is more common. So you may be thinking about it. That's one worthy of being shot. But man,
Now we fighting if he spit. We fighting. But
no
he
fighting,
went
but
over.
In
He
your
went over the
lifetime, has
clothes.
anyone ever done that gesture to you? Have you even considered doing that
No.
gesture to
I
someone?
never had nobody
Rubbing
spit
your
in my
nuts.
face either.
Yes, it's just way out of left. Way
But
out of
you've
left
seen
field.
it.
You've seen it.
I was like, that's a
You
spit
know
like
it.
Every time I've
reactionary.
seen it, I'm like, ooh.
It's a reaction spit.
Could be me.
I've
But like
never
if you rubbing your nuts, that's premeditated. Like you know what I mean? Like you did.
Yes.
You
So
made a
which one's
decision.
worse to you, Terry?
Man, anything to do with any kind of genitalia, I'm not.
That's right.
You can't be putting
But
your
which
nuts.
one
You can't be
worse?
pissing on me.
Which one gets murder one? Which one gets murder two?
I think. I said the The ball sweat. I can't.
No.
I can't do that.
No.
I can't do that.
Much worse if he goes under the shorts, obviously.
Yeah, he go under it.
And then it
That's
drips
a
off
death
his
threat.
pinky.
And he been
It
playing
comes off
ball
his pinky.
too?
That's death wish right
You
there.
been hooping?
Oh.
You been
And
hooping
he's
too?
right.
Yeah.
Under the
And then it
short.
splashes on your face before he gets his hand there. Golly, I would be fighting me some Boogie.
That shit linger too.
And y'all know Boogie Cousins is big.
He's big as hell.
Yeah.
Big.
That's why I'm swinging chairs.
Yeah.
That's a loss already.
I'm hitting him with some
And it's on
chairs.
tape?
We
Yeah.
going.
You're gonna lose that fight. I'm just telling you.
I don't care.
I would be prepared
But see,
to
that's
lose
why
that
you
fight.
fight. Why you fighting? You know you're gonna lose, and you already got ball sweat on
Because
you.
it-
Sometimes
it's
you fight
on
for
wax.
dignity.
It's
You fight
on
for
wax.
dignity and respect.
But what?
Sometimes you just fight for dignity and respect.
Let's talk.
No, but Marcellus talking about that's a lose-lose.
Yeah, I'm about to say you taking now 2 L's.
Nah.
Just get the ball sweat off you.
Just knock me out.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
If you
I
lose
went out
that
swinging.
fight, you'll still have respect.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's
Allen
right.
I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
Iverson in the
So
finals.
lose,
If you
win.
let him do that to you and you don't do nothing,
Yeah.
Right.
Just knock
that's
me
the
out.
lose-lose.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
there's
the
no
lose-lose.
coming back.
You can't
from
turn the other
that. You
cheek.
can't even talk to your kids. Like
Or your
son-
boys.
Yeah, nobody will respect you
You'd be like,
after that.
nigga,
Like,
he just rubbed his balls in your face.
yeah.
Well, okay, materialize that. Because I've lived a life where people have said, oh, Marcellus, you let them do this or bump you or say that. And then I'm like, yeah.
That's
and?
different, though.
That's
No.
different.
I'm saying materialize it. So you just said people will never respect you the same. And I'm like what? Like, go. Show me how you disrespect me. Like, is it just jokes?
I wouldn't respect myself the same.
Okay.
That's a good way to put
Forget
it.
people.
That's a
Every
different
day
thing.
I would wake up and be like, this
Why
dude
didn't I do-
wiped
yeah.
his balls in my face and I didn't do nothing about it.
That's a long. That's a long ride home.
Every single day of the rest of my life,
Yeah.
I
I'll be
would
waking up every morning, replaying that
Every-
moment.
Think about
every day.
You can't.
I
even-
am
you
fighting
can't
you.
even
I
get mad
wouldn't.
at nobody.
I
'Cause if
wouldn't.
you get mad at somebody, that's the first thing they're gonna bring up. They're not gonna respect you get mad.
I
you
wouldn't.
didn't even do. You didn't even do nothing.
You
Rubbed it.
ain't gonna do nothing to me, please.
But every time y'all materialize it, you know what you guys are doing? You're empowering somebody else and what they're going to say to you.
Yeah.
What is the material about that?
Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm asking. Y'all take the defensiveness out of it. There's education in
I'm
it.
not defensive.
Okay.
That's in yourself, within yourself. You have your own morals, your own respect levels. Somebody crosses that, it don't really got nothing to do with other people. That's how you feel.
No,
based
I
on
get
your
it.
line.
But I'm using your words. So the other people line came from y'all. So then beyond that, what would you do? Like me, I'm like, I already took 1 L. I got ball sweat on me. I don't want to fight this motherfucker because this motherfucker is gigantic. But beyond that, I don't want to fight anybody. But the risk of me winning this one versus losing this one is pretty high. I'm going to lose it. Now you got 2 L's. You don't think people going to clown you if you get your ass beat?
That's not a second L. That's not two
No.
L's. That's where I disagree with you. That's not 2 L's. I think the second L is you not doing anything.
Yeah.
I think nobody's expecting you to win that fight. He's 7 feet tall. So the fact that you just take that challenge on is a win.
So I think Richie's talking about grabbing a chair and going at it. I think there's a different angle, which is you can't do nothing but curse him back, get into a little, I don't know.
Hold me back.
Not a knock me out kind of fight, but you stood up for yourself kind of situation.
A lot of big
right?
dudes that
It's
got knocked
the
out
ego.
by small
That's
guys.
right. You're doggone right.
Suge
Suge
got
Knight been
laid
knocked
out
out several
by
times.
Oh, that was a one-leg Suge, but I get it.
Still
it wasn't
matter.
Death Row
It don't
cigar
matter.
Suge.
That's because
that photo was out
A
there.
bunch of people with him.
That
right.
photo was out there,
Yeah.
and that video will be out there with you getting ball sweat in your face if you don't do nothing. So you got to do something.
That's so.
But hold on, you're doing something to get your respect back, dignity back, or to let people know no one can get away with this. But
you too.
but
It's pride.
But yeah,
Right,
and
right.
pride. But all of those except pride have already been out. Like first of all, Boogie did that to somebody he knew he could do that to. Whatever that is. And that's already you going to be ultimately disrespected for life. He wouldn't do that to Shaq. Now, not because Shaq, just a Shaq size. He wouldn't do that to anybody that looked, some of them dudes from Liberty City, I know the homies, you know, the little Woldies. Like, he knew, he in Puerto Rico feeling real good.
He didn't know. He thought.
What do you mean?
Thought.
He
Because
did it.
You don't know who you're doing.
Oh, I know all that. Yeah, look, it could keep going. I'm just saying, in the moment, stay in the moment. Boogie looks and somebody talking shit. How many times you been somewhere and somebody talking shit? Sometimes you let it go because you're like, it ain't worth it. Right. He thought it was worth it. So right then, that guy, no matter what he does, Boogie thought he was worth putting some ball sweat on.
He saw that.
I don't think you raced that away.
He saw that light skin and curly hair and was like,
Yes,
I
that's
got
my
this.
point.
Thought it was sweet.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican League would have been over from that point.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
better
And anybody who knows me will tell you, because I know the people watching will be like, you wouldn't do shit, old man. I promise you, it would be a fight to the death.
Are they saying that in the chat?
I don't know, but I'm sure they
No,
will.
I can vouch for it.
But
I can vouch for it.
Anybody,
That's like knocking out Suge.
He'll do it.
That's a one-legged
anybody
Suge.
that
do
knows me will tell you I would fight him to the death
He ain't
in
lying.
the middle of that court.
Yeah.
Period. And if I didn't, I literally would not be able to look at myself in the mirror.
Damn. All right, well, call me because I'm not going to fight for you or with you, but it's just ball sweat. Let me stop.
I mean,
I gotta throw the flag on that.
You know what? This is one thing I got to admit because I hear it a lot because I am bigger now. I wasn't big growing up, but I'm definitely big now. But not even huge. Like Boogie like this to me. I'm like, damn, hey, you know? But I never have been the curly head, light skin. I've never been somebody you thought was sweet. And I was sweet, like in terms of the way I act. I ain't fighting you. But cats used to look at me and be like, I ain't fighting him either. And that got me out of a lot of problems. I never had no skirmishes and shit like that because, dog, if you don't know me, you don't want to know me, right? And it's weird that people live in worlds. Y'all know people like that or you like that where you get tested more because I don't get tested. I don't. And that's why sometimes I sound maybe even arrogant, like I ain't doing nothing because I ain't got to do nothing because ain't nothing going to ever happen. I get carte blanche. And it ain't because of celebrity. It's because that's a big ass dude. He's 6'4", 280, and look like he can move a little, right? Y'all get tested like that? Y'all, people think y'all sweet?
we were talking about
used
running the 60-40 sprints during COVID. Yeah. On the day we were doing we were doing 45. It was just me and my boy Nick. Nick is 6'4", big dude.
My Nick.
And we were out there. We were on the field at 6:30 in the morning, going up and down, up and down. This dude comes out.
Lord, you cheating on who?
Going back and forth, back and forth.
You cheating on somebody.
That ain't helped it.
Yeah, the replay. I was like,
field.
it got
Okay.
worse the more I replayed it. I was like, oh yeah, that's a flag.
And this dude comes to the field and starts trying to hog it for soccer.
One dude or them?
Him and his two kids. So we're literally
Damn, you getting tested for real.
we're literally on just
Justice
we're outside of we're on the outer part of the field. It's just two cats running up and down the field.
That's crazy.
So he put his one kid square in the middle of where we were running. Now, mind you, we run there every single day. We've been there for 40 minutes before he got there. So we asked him to move over, and he started complaining to us that we were in his kid's way. And we were like, man, we just
He's really saying words.
really saying words. So we're like, dude, we've been here for 45 minutes. We're here every day. You have all the rest of a complete soccer field.
Thank you.
And he begrudgingly moves the kid over. We're still running. We get down to the end of the field, one thing. We start going back. He moves himself square into our running lanes. And he watches my boy Nick run past him. He turns and sees me coming, and he moves directly in my lane.
Oh, he wants to smoke.
He wanted to smoke, and guess what he got?
The smoke.
A forearm shiver right across his head.
You left this out when you told the story of you running the other day. God dang. You hit him?
Boom. I had it all pictured out. I was like, all right, I saw him. It was the most disrespectful thing ever. Yeah. He watched Nick go past him. He turned and looked at me and then moved himself in my path.
You couldn't run around lane 2?
No.
I just said,
I'm just
okay.
asking. And you're like, nope.
Boom.
Gotta give it to him.
Spun him, and I had it all set in my head. I was like, all right, I'm going to hit him here. I'm going to spin him here, and I'm going to yoke him here. And I was in the middle of this yoke, and Nick said, his kids, Richie, his kids are here.
Yeah.
And you said, F them kids.
Remember that?
That's your thing.
Call
And
back.
that actually disarmed me, and that
Yeah.
saved him. But he caught his forearm shimmer to the back of his head.
Okay, I didn't expect receipts like this of getting tested. And why do you think he tested you?
Because I was smaller than Nick.
And
he didn't like how
your age.
Yeah, he thought he found somebody he could punk in front of his boys.
But didn't he see that Nick was with you?
He did. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
The problem with that is the smaller guys usually the live wire. It's usually the person that's more active, but they just think for some reason.
And I'm
subconsciously
not a
think
little
like
dude.
that.
I'm almost 6'1", 225 pounds. I'm not a little dude, and I know how to fight.
Nice little Emmitt Smith. I'm like, you know what I mean?
And
Damn,
that's also why when you said earlier about Boogie, he was like he knew this guy was like this, and that's why I said thought, because Boogie his whole life has probably gotten over just off intimidation.
Hell yeah.
7 feet tall, 250, 300, however big he is, he probably has never been challenged. So he feels comfortable just doing that to people that are smaller than him because he's never been checked.
That part.
But
But
there's people who've gotten laid down for doing stuff like that.
Yep.
All the time.
All the time.
Man, he was in a foreign country. That's just playing
That's
with fire.
dangerous. Yeah,
That's
he's over
doing
there.
silly.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
could have
it's
walked
not
out
really
that arena
technically.
and they could have went.
Puerto Rico.
I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
didn't go to Berkeley. I didn't go to Berkeley,
I
so
get
I
it.
know
Yeah,
that
they
Puerto
was-
Rico.
He's
is
not on
not-
the mainland. He's not on the mainland.
But I thought immediately of David Ortiz. Remember him? And he
got
was
shot.
sitting at the bar and got shot in the back. And the backstory, I don't want a lot of conjecture there, so I don't want to go there.
Got
But
stabbed up.
Paul Pierce got stabbed up. Like you can be out. And,
Shit, Porzingis got beat up in his own country a couple of summers
yeah,
ago.
sure did. Oh yeah, we know a lot of cats get caught slipping. But I don't know. I'm not an altercation cat. I'm thankful. And when cats want to fight, I immediately go to diffusing it, regardless how I look. I just want to get home because I'm thinking if I fight you, my knuckles gonna bleed at minimum, or yours, or you're gonna catch me at minimum, or my kids gonna see it, or if they're not there, my friends. Like I didn't come to this club to fight you. So why would I now let you change my destination? Because you are mad, or you're pissed, or you want to get in my way. Like if you want my table so bad that you want to fight, it's your table. I will get another one and then outshine your table. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. And I see so many of my boys, I just heard the story, like, fuck that, I'm running in this lane. I didn't go there to be in lane 3. I went there to run. And if he makes me have to go to lane 5 and I say, man, you corny, or you childish, whatever. But I'm not harder and I'm not better than you. I don't have that thing in me. Like whatever that is.
Yeah, Richie, you know the fight to the death example, right? The one with Boogie. If you really had to fight to the death, is it really worth it to get knocked out and possibly lose your life, be in a coma, or just not be physically mobile anymore just for that pride? Is it worth taking that chance?
In that moment,
I'm kind
yes.
of with you, but then there's that other side of my brain, the medulla oblongata, that says,
yeah.
why? I got my kids to worry about. You still have your kids to worry about.
Remember that too. Your kids got to see that.
But they got to have
In
you
what way?
around for the rest of their lives too, not a vegetable in
Yeah,
the hospital.
I don't want to hear my daddy went down fighting.
You're gonna give. You want to save your pride so that your kids see you in a hospital in a
Is
coma.
it
and a
pride
vegetable.
or is it respect?
I mean, both.
It could be both.
It
but
could be
I'm
both.
just- I think everybody has a certain respect level, and when somebody crosses that level, you have to deal with it based on however you feel it is. However you feel is worthy to gain that respect back.
And how would
But you don't gain it back. That dude,
Yeah,
Boogie
more to
don't
lose than to
respect
That's
that
gain.
dude.
somebody, but you don't have to gain their respect. It's your own. I said your own respect level, like
But how'd you lose it? He took
because
it?
you allowed somebody to do something that broke. That,
No, he
that
did
bond.
it whether or not you
Yeah,
wanted.
you didn't do
Whether or not
anything.
you wanted
was
him to
just
put his
sitting
balls
there.
in your face, he's gonna do
Right,
it.
but that's
not
your
your choice.
level of respect that was crossed.
Yeah, but you didn't
now
allow it.
I feel like
How many times have you had a conversation and then 5 hours later you're like, I should have said this, or I should have done this.
I don't do that ever.
I would live with that regret forever, G. And maybe it's a flaw in my personality.
No, only my wife. But other than that, all y'all hearing.
maybe
exactly what I
it's
think.
me, and maybe that's a flaw.
No, I-
But yeah, it would be worth the shot.
Yep.
It'd be worth losing your life over.
But see, it's not guaranteed.
This is why
I think that's also a different mindset because you have already factored in your mind that you're going to lose, and
And
that's
that you're
not-
going to die.
If I'm
Right.
fighting
That-
Boogie, I'm
that's
already
not always
assuming
on-
he
that's
takes
not always
one good
gonna
hit
be
in
my
my head,
mindset.
I'm done.
Not my
that's one
mindset.
way of thinking, but there's also another way of thinking. Is there's other ways of getting him to take him down.
That's where I'm going with it.
So-
Is
Listen,
why the fight to the death?
It doesn't make sense.
That's hyperbole.
Yeah,
I mean, people would break it up before
But
somebody
in a way,
died.
you're
Gene.
willing to,
You
you're
hope
willing
to.
to be knocked out. You're willing to be knocked out.
Yeah, and I'm
yeah.
willing to knock
To
him
knock
out.
him out.
Yeah,
They might
absolutely.
have to sneak him.
I don't think just because you big,
gotta get yours.
just because you big don't mean you're gonna win a fight.
Oh,
how I
no,
feel.
no.
I
but
know how to fight.
Eugene is not stuck there. He's mentioning that, but he's really saying, and this is where I'm in agreement with Eugene. Why are you fighting? Dude,
Because he rubbed his balls in my face.
Yeah, but now you are making a conscious choice off of something that you didn't even choose to happen to you.
Yes.
You did not raise your hand. You are literally an innocent victim.
Yes.
And now you about to turn into, I'm going to do a little more because I don't like what you did to me.
That's what I would choose.
No, I'm just listening to it.
that would be my conscious choice
Yeah.
to fight this dude.
This is South Central. Like this literally, that thread, I swear, is a connecting thread to all the violence that we see in the hood, especially. Like, oh man, he did this. Okay, now what you about to do? I'm about to go get my respect back, or I'm gonna respect myself, or
Yeah.
and we know dominoes keep falling that way.
I mean, you're right. I'm not.
No, yeah.
There's lines
That
of
ain't
respect.
just the
and we
hood. That's
can't-
just the world. Period.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's what I'm
going-
saying. There's
that's
lines
just-
of respect.
That's how.
I don't
That's
think
how.
it matters.
That's how.
I think
kings
it's-
are made.
I think
What's going
more
on right
than
now?
large-
That's Israel and Iran
Yeah,
right now.
It's blind respect, but
it's not
that
a
doesn't
hood
make
thing
it
at all.
right.
No, it's a hood thing. But
No, that's respect.
Well, then
Res-
find out why it's a hood thing. They don't even need the disrespect. Sometimes their greed can take them there. Sometimes they just want the territory. Most of it's always territory. And I'm not saying they don't have that in it, but what sometimes in the hood you see is they have no other thing as an issue but the respect card that I'm trying to get back. And that's what I mean. Like, yeah, everywhere else they fight. It ain't a black thing. Hood don't mean black. It just mean you have very little, probably, and therefore with that, you fighting for respect way more than most people. Most people can walk past some disrespect because they're like, I got shit to live for. I got shit to do, right? In the hood, a lot of times they make that equation like, this all I got.
I got a question.
That's all I'm saying.
Real quick, because I know you live in this high road all the time. If somebody, and this is about respect, so hopefully this doesn't happen. But if you're standing there with MJ and some guy just walks down the street and just smacks MJ in the face,
Well, that's different.
all right. So do you go?
Oh, MJ getting it all. I would shoot him.
Let's not do this.
No, I'll shoot him.
Let's
I'll
take
shoot
the
him.
high road.
If I had it.
it's not worth it.
No, this is a
yeah.
bad example because you
Why?
pick MJ. You pick my family. Yeah, I'm gonna defend them.
But I use that because I feel like that's what you would relate to, because there are lines of respect for everybody. So for them to do that to your kid, that's the line of respect that's crossed.
Respect has not entered my head yet. You know what it is? He's a kid, and he's my kid. Now that's not
What
about
if it's
respect.
your-
I don't
what if
need
it's your
respect.
sister?
I don't need him to respect. I don't care if MJ got slapped and everybody in the world saw him like he's fucking 9. He got slapped. I'm saying, who in the hell are you to slap my kid? Now, if you should have said if he slapped me.
No, I don't want to use you. I want
Oh,
to use
because
something.
you know I
else
ain't
that-
gonna give a fuck.
Yeah,
Look,
that
that
shit
shit
didn't
didn't
hurt.
hurt.
That. So I'm not gonna ask
Yeah.
you something I know the answer to. But let's say I'm trying to use people outside of you, like a close one. So what if it's Amarillo? What if it's your sister? And a guy walks up and,
Well,
and
just
then
let
once
me pause
again-
you there because you already.
is there not something that pushes you over that line?
All of those they're vulnerable. So my protector kicks in. But that's not respect. Like, I'm not fighting this dude because he disrespected me.
It's not a respect thing. He answered. He said what I wanted to hear in the sense of when you asked him if your son gets slapped, what would you? And he said, "I'd shoot him." Right there goes your life. You shoot him. That's manslaughter. Now
That's
MJ
why-
doesn't have a dad in his
Yeah,
life.
that's why I don't walk around with my gun. I know I protect myself.
But that's where I was going with it. Is that you're creating that example to show that he would choose that
Right.
route
Well,
in that
but see, here-
situation.
Because he felt disrespected.
Actually, I wouldn't do shit.
Not disrespected,
I
but-
know how to choke. I know how to. I got the best chicken wing and the best choke. None of y'all getting out. I will fucking. You be like, I wish you hit me. I'll be doing some football shit on his ass. But no, I'm not killing nobody over no slap. Toughen up, MJ. or
But
something
hyperbole,
that.
like when Richie said, fight to the death. He's not saying
No.
fight to the death,
No,
but
no,
you
you're
do
not fighting
something.
them. No.
You would do something, is the point when you said you shoot the guy.
I don't know. I don't want to get these motherfucking license to be slapping my son, but at the same time, I'm not
give the right
a hothead.
answer.
I'm not a hothead. Well, look, we went to one of our games. The dude wanted to fight me. He literally pushed me. I started giggling. I'm like, dog, what the fuck do you think? Because I know how this will end. It does. It won't. It won't. It will never end, and I'm never going down that path because I will get this motherfucker.
It will never end.
It
No,
won't end.
The same guy talked
And I
about
can't sleep, huh?
Is he bigger than you or about the same size?
No, he's
No,
close.
he's not as big. He's tall, but he's
Yeah.
skinnier on the skinnier side.
I just don't want to go to bed that night thinking, okay, he got me, I got him, his turn. Now that's hood tales. Like, oh shit, it ain't over.
Sometimes it just stops right there.
I don't want to wish. I don't want to hope. Because I know, no. I can't go to bed like that. Like, if I get you, if you get me and I get you, I just don't think it ends. Maybe it does.
So that world does exist. But also in that same world is sometimes two guys just gotta get it
out.
Yeah, y'all gotta go do your thing.
And then you
and
might
then you
even be
walk out
cool
and then you be
afterwards.
friends.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
And that YouTuber getting shot walking down Vegas, like I'm thinking that. Like, oh, you clown me? Oh, you got jokes? Oh, okay, I see. And I can't hide, so we're I can't go to.
I don't know. The walls are pretty high here.
Shit, I know how they roll out here. I don't know. We're asking a lot of hypotheticals, and I'm not in the emotional context, the heat of that moment. I'm not hydrated. I'm not having a ball, and somebody just disrespect. I've always had cousins that would do shit for me, so I don't. That's another thing. I've never had to touch somebody. Doesn't mean somebody has been touched.
Mindset is like that.
Yeah, that gangster shit. All right, this is a conversation we got to have. A father problem in America. Please, let's talk about it. This comes off of Father's Day. Dad, father of two. Father of two? Two.
Stepfather of 3.
All right, and father of two. Damn, y'all read the manual, huh? You got a dog and a picket fence and with 2.5 kids? All right, I got 4 of them little motherfuckers. But no, in all seriousness, America's nuclear family, dad, whatever you want to call it, look a little different right now. Give it to you like this. 1950, 86% of the kids were raised in 2-family homes, they say. 71 now. So it's dropped 15%. But let's get a little more focused. Eugene, walk with us. Black people. Us, 78% in 1950, 37% now. What's behind America's father problem, brother?
Oh, I thought you said Gene walk with us.
Oh, yeah, well, he walk with us.
Well,
He could go.
President Johnson started the issue
That part.
on purpose. And it's just continued and propagated since then.
And where did he start? What was the issue?
Well, it was the thing with assistants
Yes.
and not being able to have the breadwinners in the house, even if it was a little bit of bread, and that broke it all up.
Welfare state.
The welfare state, and it's just continued ever since. And I don't know how you get out of it, but got to figure out how to break this cycle because it affects. Not having a father affects anybody, black, white, green, yellow, purple, or blue, brown, or whatever. So we got to figure out how to keep those nucleuses together and get that support and thinking differently.
Nuclei.
Nuclei.
Berkeley. I don't give a fuck when. It's levity. I'm sorry. Terry, stepfather of 3, talk about it from your perspective of what's the larger problem, and then let's get a little personal because stepdaddy of 3, you're trying to like cover up or trying to insert into a situation that somebody else departed. Let's talk.
Yeah, for me, it was just being able to show them an example of what a male figure was who was responsible and loved them unconditionally and loved them as who they were. I didn't go into the situation wanting them to trying to win them over, and I didn't want them to win me over. It came in as a level of respect, and I think that was the best way to approach my situation, and it gained a level of trust between both of us because we came in talking to each other with respect as adults, and it which led to trust and having more open conversations about life, and them thinking they can rely on me for questions they had about life. And so yeah, that's how I stepped into it. Yeah.
So you see it as a big problem? You think these stats are exaggerated, or the effect and impact of them are exaggerated? What do you think?
Well, I think it's by design, to follow what Richie said earlier. And so it's just hard to break those chains, especially when it comes to the programs that come with that being by design to keep the money going, to keep the food coming in. So, but I still, there are some things that, you know, we can still all do better as far as like how we try to procreate and be responsible. I think that does come into it as well. Like I went this many years without having biological kids because I wasn't in position. I wasn't married. That was my whole thing. Yeah. Not knocking anybody who didn't do it, but that was my intentional choice to not do that. And so I don't think that I'm not knocking anybody who didn't do it, but like there's a reason why that system is set up like that, because it's a pretty solid blueprint for, I'm not going to say success, but for success when it comes to raising kids and providing for a family. And until I was in that position, I was not going to put anybody that came from me in a position where they were already behind the 8 ball. That's how I felt. Yeah. So I like I said, not to knock anybody who didn't do it, but I've seen the blueprint. I come from a 2-parent household. I have a family, cousins who all came from 2-parent households, and I see the success that comes from that. The easier route for success that comes with that. And I've seen people who came from it who became very successful, but it was still a little bit of a harder road to get to that point. And I think having that foundation is a leg up in life.
Yeah, I love it. What do you think, Eugene?
I mean, that those statistics in a vacuum don't tell the full story, in my opinion, because if I think about my upbringing, my predominantly Asian group of friends, yes, we all had a mother-father figure, but should they have stayed together? Most of them, no. Most of them divorced after the kids left the house. Or even with my parents, in hindsight, it's like, you probably should not have stayed together. You did it for us, but it wasn't a good dynamic. There's nothing great about staying together if it's not the right way. The flip, what I'm seeing these days is, even within my group of friends, 4 or 5 of them are already divorced with young kids. But those kids now have the dynamic of they still have their mother and father in their life, but they also have their stepfather, stepmother. They still have parental figures. And kind of like, Terry, what you're saying, you're a stepfather for these three amazing girls, I'm assuming. And even with 2 girls, 1 boy. And then even one of the kids on the team I'm coaching over at Sports Academy met the mom, because I remember them from baseball a while back. And she said, "Oh, this is my husband. And this is my son's father." I didn't realize he had 2 male figures, but it's like, okay, that's probably for maybe this new generation, we have to focus on ourselves as well, not just the kids. If, let's say if it's my wife and I, if we don't see eye to eye anymore and we just can't be in the same household together, how good is that for the children? Probably not healthy.
But better off than divorcing, I think.
Well,
I think. But
divorce doesn't always lead to an immediate negative situation.
Yeah, it
Divorce
does.
could mean, okay, now the child can be with two families. I don't know the dynamics. I've never been in that situation.
It means also you're going to be without one.
Why?
Because that day, one of you got them and one of you don't. So this is the thing about...
It's split custody.
Yeah, you're making my point. If I'm with daddy today, I'm not with mama. So mama not chiming in. And every day, this is the one part I wish the world would consider before all these divorces and thinking, we're co-parenting. I'm like, oh, it sounds good. When you're in the bathtub, that little kid, and only daddy here, one, his bandwidth is limited, as mama would be, right? But 2, mama ain't chipping in on any of these convos, any of these micro decisions. There's 9 million a minute. Every time. Dad, the kids call you 20 times a minute, right? Dad. Mom. Now, when one's not there, they can't call. That becomes a void. That also becomes a lost connection to signal because you can't reach out to what you should already be able to. This is not to slam adults who are like, yo, I can't take her no more. I can't take him no more. I'm just saying, just know the pain, the problem you are creating just because you're moving on. And that kid's going to want you every second of the day because that kid spells love Time. I don't want to hear about your proceedings. I don't want to hear about how you don't like daddy no more. You supposed to be here. You brought me here. Now you ain't. So I'm actually a firm believer in Your ass stay together until that kid is gone. And I know it ain't perfect, but guess what? The next person you about to date ain't gonna be perfect. That marriage ain't gonna work because every marriage after the first, less chance of success. So I'm just looking at adults like, dog.
No, I'm with you there. But in your example, what I was saying is that child in your example would have, in that situation, a stepmother that he could speak to. That's with his biological dad. And when he's with his biological mom, a stepfather that he can relate to and connect to. So that whichever biological parent that child is with still has that step opposite.
Yeah. All right, let's talk through that one. In process, first of all, you don't get divorced. Well, sometimes you do, but you get divorced and got a stepmama right then. Like, you got to go date unless you were cheating and that's the one you go insert. Do you? But even then, I have not met the person that has a kid and then is a stepfather of a kid or mother of a kid, and it's the exact same. It's not.
It doesn't need to be the exact same, but someone you can still relate to and trust.
Okay, so
I had some friends in middle school that had step parents, and they were just like, they were more buddies than parents, but someone that.
Well, that's a huge difference. First of all, I don't need no buddy. And then I don't want the resentment that can never be discussed. And I know every relationship when you come in and I dated a girl who had a little kid, and we were engaged, and I can't lie. I was like, man, I already got this ready-made family. I don't want this. But I want her, but I don't want this. And I was like, then I remember there were a few times that the kid was acting up, and I was like, I can't discipline him like he ain't MJ. MJ do something, he better. Boy, this kid, I'm like, I was like, I can't do it. You can't do it?
I never could date. I never would take I know it sounds bad, but it is what it is. I would never take a female serious that had kids because I know that structure is never going to be fully right because that kid has a father. I mean, unless he's not around, but like there's a father there.
Dude.
And it's always going to be his right, regardless of what happened with the mother, that if he wants to be back in his life or not be, he can always resurface.
Yeah.
Or he's already there.
Disrupt the flow. He could do what he wants.
And I just think it just gets too complicated in that situation. So like I've talked to some of that kids, but I always knew, even in talking to them, that it was only gonna go but so far for the same reason that you just said. Aside from what I said, but also like I can't deal with that kid the same way as if it's my kid. There's always gonna be like I gotta teeter. Yeah, it's like how do I don't want to. I'm always gonna have to think, how do I navigate this situation? Opposed to with my own kid, I already know what I want to do. It's my kid. I'm choosing how to raise them how I want to do it.
Right.
That kid, it's somebody else's say so, and I gotta kind of follow their rules.
Like a co-signer that sometimes doesn't sign, but still, there's a line there, a blank that he can anytime. Hey, I agree or I disagree. We need to talk.
Right. I gotta follow your rules, and you're not even in here.
That's deep. That's it. How am I following your rules and you ain't even here?
It's like having an HOA. For real.
Right.
It's
right.
my house.
HOE?
Homeowners Association.
I was like that too. The HOA is my house, but I gotta ask for your permission to do things that were my house that I pay for.
That's it.
I don't like that.
And that's not fair to the child. I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's just not right and fair for
I mean, I got divorced last year. But we made a conscious decision to wait till the girls were finished with high school.
There you go. Yeah.
Because there wouldn't be daily interactions anymore.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So anything contact wise was they'd have to pick up the phone and call me or call her. You know, that stays the same. And then they're also old enough to process things differently and see the world's not going to end. And that actually my ex and I get along great now. I mean, we get along like aces. So they see that you can be a better version of yourself in a different situation. You know what I mean? So, but it's hard to disrupt those daily routines. Like you said, that those daily conversations where you need both people chiming in all the time.
Oh man, it's
all
the
the
best.
time.
And that's what I love. My parents were never married, but together for 21 years. The day I left, they broke up, and I'm so thankful they waited because if they would have did it before, I would have found me an outlet. I I would have found me a way to be disruptive and show that anger and that pain because I would have been pissed. But I won't lie, it wasn't perfect because I knew my daddy has moved on. I knew my mama was not trying to move on, but wasn't going to be the one left behind. And I'm like, this ain't perfect. This ain't, and I shouldn't have those kind of remnants in terms of a real healthy relationship because then that residue is what you do. You know, you try to act out on that pain or that's your demonstration. That was like my architect of a relationship. And I was like, that ain't it. My wife is the one who really schooled me. The thing I think got her to my heart more than anybody else is like, everybody else was just like, you're fine, you're amazing, kind of like that. You're good looking, like the normal American relationship.
Well, they didn't say that. Stop it.
And not in that order.
They're
Like,
use those
boy
words.
got his money. Let me stop.
He slipped that in.
No.
He slipped it in
But
real
they were
quick.
coming at me like regular, and I was coming at them like regular. I play ball. Where you live? Oh, let's date. Oh, she fine. Oh, she cool. She nice. And then my wife was the first one that kind of was like, you ain't all that you supposed to be. And I was like, all right, I hear some of
Oldest
that.
trick in the book.
No,
She
no.
nagged them.
She not
She
the first.
nagged them.
No, not
She
that. 'Cause
nagged them.
That's my college girlfriend.
Hit 'em
She's
with
the
the
one that
negative.
showed me value in myself. Because she was like, you're not who you're supposed to be. She was like, you, and she meant like you plural. Like you here, you there, y'all. She be talking about, she the first, I used to say N-word like none other. She the one that made me stop saying it. Because I was like, you right. That shit don't sound fresh. And I, you know, it took me a couple years of being around. I'm like, damn, dog, we out. Like, you know, anything. It was like me, how I was moving, my medical stuff. She was like, you don't get yourself checked. She just was like doing a self-eval. And I was like, damn. She was like, you really acting like you don't care about you. Like, go to the next level. And I was like, wow. And that, I mean, other than that, I look at her now, no matter what we go through, it's till Araya, Livy, they out of here. We ain't
Right.
riding till the wheels fall off, right? And I do that because them itty bitties didn't ask to come here, and they don't need to set my legacy in generations to come off course because I'm gonna act like I took a bath with you. My oldest, and how I know this, and this is why I talk so ruthless about it, and you know, sometimes I get contentious. I'm like, I'm sorry. My oldest, man, look, there were times I didn't see her for a months. And she's only 26 now, but I'm talking about when she was young, because I'm playing football here. Mama beefing with me there. We in court there. So she's with me for a year. She ain't with you. Then she's with you, and then I only get custody here and there. And I came to realize, dog, you know how many times she probably asked for me in the bathtub? And we had one of our biggest cry sessions ever at downtown. And she was just dancing around some stuff. I was like, Baraka, just tell me what you want. And the reason she couldn't is because she didn't have that connection. She didn't have that trust. She didn't have that understanding. She didn't know that I don't give a fuck how many times I see you. Whatever you want, we going to get it. We going to figure out how to do it. And I was like, she started telling me like, Dad, there were times I wanted to say your name or bring you up or they did something that reminded me of you and I couldn't. And she like 13, 14. You know what I mean? You imagine an itty bitty can't even say daddy because this other dude playing daddy. And he might be playing it hard and playing it well, but he ain't you. And I was like, oh, hell no. So that's why I'm here.
And that's why when people say,
Gut wrenching, like you feel that.
Oh, man.
and that's why when people say, well, if you all weren't getting along for so long, don't you think the kids saw that? I'm like, well,
But
yeah,
they also saw
maybe
you
they
staying
saw it,
together,
but
working
it's
through it, yeah.
but it's also like somebody being sick as opposed to somebody being dead. You know what I mean? You know somebody is sick is still there, and they can still add to your existence, and you can still have a conversation with them. But as soon as they're gone, they're gone. So there's no handbook for this stuff.
I know.
That's what I keep telling folks. There's no handbook to being a parent.
Is there guilt? I mean, your kids are older, so
Yeah,
it's
my
like
kids are in college now, and we waited. So no, there's no
right.
guilt. We did the best we could, and
if they were in high school though, you would feel something different.
yeah,
huh?
I would feel something different. But we made it out through, and they're basically adults now, and they're doing their thing, and they're thriving, and they see the world's not going to end. They can get a better perspective.
What about you, Terry? Like, your youngest is
23. So it's 23, 27, and 34. So, yeah, she was married for 18 years prior to us getting together. So, it was something I kind of echo what you said. I didn't want to come in trying to replace Daddy, and I knew they had a lot of animosity towards their father. Like I said, I wanted to come in and just be somebody that they could respect and somebody who heard them and saw them as people. I got them, like, when I first got there, the youngest at that time was maybe 16, 17, so they were already grown kids. They already had formed and their opinions about a lot of stuff. So I couldn't really influence them as becoming adults, but I could show them the right direction as far as like what to do and what not to do, and to kind of like shape what kind of guy that they kind of, not saying I'm the best, you know what I'm saying, but to shape what kind of guy that they, how I treated their mother, and treated her with respect, and to let them know that they shouldn't go any less than that when it comes to picking their little boyfriends and stuff, because, you know, they were searching for a direction without even them telling me, just them showing me, me observing, and me being able to pick up on that just from my experience in life, and knowing that was kind of a lightly a cry for help, you know, and to be able to step into that, and it's a responsibility I didn't think that I was ever going to sign up for, the 21-year-old me, but I'm very glad that I'm here in this position, and I don't take it lightly. It's a blessing.
Well, and you know what? This conversation made me think about something. Everybody calls Russell Wilson corny.
Oh, here we go. I love this.
And I love Russell Wilson.
Thank you.
I don't.
You know why I love Russell Wilson? Because he's raised in somebody else's son.
Okay.
And I think that is admirable, no matter
it is.
who you
Something
are.
I couldn't do.
And most people
Especially if
don't.
his name is Future.
Right.
Especially if I'm banging his hits. And, well, I mean,
That's
According
all,
to him,
a couple
they said,
levels.
Let them play the music.
banging everything. Banging
Richie,
his
can
head.
you finish your point?
Oh, they can't play the music?
But you don't remember that story? It was like a year, maybe like 2-3 years ago, when he first got with her, they did not want them playing Future in that locker room.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. Good luck with that. yeah.
Oh, that's different. That's tough.
Well, because maybe he thought they were jabbing at him, like, you know.
Probably. And he had the
Just
power to do that.
insecurity.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you got to be insecure
But
with
this
that.
man is raising somebody else's son from a young age, and
for
when
that
the
cat.
father wasn't picking up their own responsibility. And I just think that's admirable. And anybody who can do that, I would never, ever, ever call corny.
I don't think he's corny for other reasons. That one, I just think came with the mama.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't raise his hand, not one pinky for that little boy. But he was like, I can't get her without him, so let's go.
So he did. So he raised his hand.
But I don't know if admirable is my word, because it's like, it's just consequence.
What
Like,
it is.
It is what it is.
Well, he could have chosen to
he could
walk
have
away.
chose not her.
chose
Right.
a different woman.
He
But
chose
yeah.
a
But he
different
wanted,
woman.
but he wanted that,
That woman.
So to get that
There's
woman,
another
it came
Sierra.
with
Let
it.
me know where she at.
Which means he wanted that kid.
That's
No, that's not true.
It's not true at all.
If they come
I
together,
want that Snicker. I don't want to pay that tax, but I want that Snicker. How much? But I never raised my hand for the tax.
but you pay it.
Oh, yeah.
it-
But I
'cause it
call
comes
it
with it.
all Snicker. That's all Snicker costs.
Hey man,
I ain't
listen.
give that baby nothing. Let me
Bro.
stop. Let me stop.
And that's my
It is.
issue with all these guys having these kids. Maybe you can afford it, but you can't be a father to 12 kids
Hell no.
that aren't in your household, that are spread across the country. You can't be a father to 5, even 4 kids from 4 different women in 4 different households.
what about
it
2?
just doesn't. The math don't math.
The math ain't mathing. Them baby decisions are all. Right now, my kids are at camp. They playing basketball right now. You know how many times MJ done traveled and he ain't seen me. I ain't seen him for the next 6 hours. You know, he ain't seen me. I ain't seen him. I get a replay, which is as short as it gets. How was camp? Oh, it was good. What'd you do? Oh, we play basketball. Oh, okay. But the coach there, who's now playing daddy for 6 hours, because basically he got rule. Something happens to him, he got a call. He got to do something. That coach, if I say, how was MJ today? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And, he said good, bad, ugly, right? Imagine that happens every day for weeks, months, years sometimes with these cats. And they be acting like, oh, well.
No thing.
No thing.
Right.
I mean, I tried my best for my baby mama when we broke up. I said, look, I know we're not going to be together. This sucks. Whatever you need, let's just not be apart, fight, make things easy. Come to me, I come to you when we can. Like, please. And it sounded good, but Emotions got in the way.
It's always emotions.
I was going to pay for those emotions, too. She ended up getting way less from me through child support because she went the court route than what I was going to give her.
It's like 50.
Oh, really? What did
50
you do?
is baby. I forget the exact number, so don't quote me on it.
Okay.
But I think at one point he might have been giving her like 50 grand a month or something.
Yeah.
50 to 100 grand a month. And then I think it was around the time he did the vitamin water deal.
Oh, my. Oh,
and
my.
then he caught that supposed big bag. We don't know the exact number. And then she tried to take him back to court to get more. And I think the judge reduced it to like $2,500 a month.
Yes.
Like a significant loss. Like
Yes.
just off of greed. Like
That's
so
a
he
sin.
was taking care of you without going to the child support and all of that, and taking care of you really well.
Yeah.
Because of
Well,
greed.
sound like she didn't take yes for an answer.
I like that. No, the parallels in that and mine are exactly the same. Figures may be different, of course. Soon as we broke up, start sending her checks because I didn't want to even ask. I was like, whatever you need. And then I didn't do it for no other reason but she had no money like that. She had her parents. I was like, she done got it, and that's my kid. So here we go. And did that. And then next thing I know, I got hit with papers. And I was like, no. I was like, okay.
Disrespectful.
So now, I was like, oh, that's what we doing? Okay. Went in court, and literally everywhere we went to court 3 different times in my career because I kept getting paid. She kept trying to go more. They kept going down. And they kept going back to this one instance of the time of, ma'am, this guy was paying you how much? And you were okay. And then all of a sudden you try to get more out of your greed. And they just kept knocking her down because I was paying something that I
They
guess.
see you making more, and that's the only reason why she's asking.
That's the
for
only
more.
reason. And I kept, and it's a running joke with us now. I was like, you could have got more, but you got greedy.
Was it somebody whispering in her ear, you need to take him to court, girl? You know, this is based on blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she fell for it?
There's always somebody in there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's from a very well-off family.
She did that?
Peep game. I didn't know it. They lived in Palo Alto, whatever. So when I visited, I saw the house. And it was like normal, nice. I was like, oh, all right.
Palo Alto? Palo Alto?
Palo Alto. Yeah. And then I come to find out, everything cost up there. I was like, oh, she got money. So cool. Then she had an apartment in Beverly Hills. So I said, oh, this adds up. So she's a little princess, only child. Fast forward, her family is just, they're royal, like in a sense of regal. Like, we're going to do things the right way. So you have a child with my daughter. What are her protections? And what do you have? And what's her, 401ks and the 501s? And I'm like, sir, I'm giving your daughter everything she can. She's staying with me, she getting 100% of it. If she's not with me, she getting 50% of it, which is still more than she gonna get out of this court. So I think they just bought a book. They didn't trust me. Because, look, an NFL player gets your daughter pregnant. Sounds kind of typical, right? So they probably was like, oh, let's lock in on some things. And they locked themselves out of more. That's what happened. I remember, don't get me started. They called me one time. They were like, what insurances do you have? And all this stuff. And I was like, sir, we just start dating, where we going with this?
Oh, this was early.
This is early. Yep. I don't know if
a
she was
red
pregnant or
flag.
not. Yeah, in a weird way, it wasn't for me. 'Cause I was like, damn, this man gangster. I like how he roll. He like, she ain't going everywhere with anybody. But then it made me think, damn, you raising a groupie? This Robin Givens? Like, all you talking about is that. But he's corporate. He was corporate like that. So that's how it
Would he have called somebody who was in the corporate world and said the same thing?
Yes and no, because probably she wouldn't have dated him then. And so if she would have, he probably would have. But she didn't, so he did.
So he was just that type of dude.
Yeah, he was about that life. Like, he didn't care who it was. Because she dated. She dated, yeah. I might be that way with, not Morocco, fuck it. She can go ahead, go get hers. But I got to protect Olivia. She going to be a mess.
Y'all cool now?
You can already see it.
Streets. She going to be in this for the
She's what, 4?
No, she's 5 now. She grew up. Nah, she going to be in the streets. Like, I'm in the, dog, I love to hang. Like, she's for the streets.
Do y'all remember the beginning of this
The
conversation?
callback.
Do y'all remember this?
Yes.
Like, we in the streets. I'm like, nah, you in the streets. No,
That's the first
No,
hour.
no. This
First-
is, I'm talking about when I was out. I'm not talking about now. No, I don't go
His
out.
present 5-year-old.
Yes, yes. She has her DNA. I was gonna go even further. My mama was the streets. Mama used to have like card games. Like, oh, we hanging. Like I'm a hanger. Like I hung. So I know. I am. Not now. Hell no. I ain't do nothing for Father's Day. But yeah, I think Livy got that gene. Araya doesn't. Araya got my quiet gene. MJ got my devious
quiet.
gene. Huh?
He's quiet too.
Yeah, envy, but he's devious.
Oh no! If he's in his natural setting, MJ's.
Yeah.
It's Terry.
Yeah, MJ's Terry.
I like
MJ's Terry.
He studies people.
Yeah.
I've seen that in him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
so they all
he
got
said
me in them, but there's going to be a moment where I'm like, Livy, come home. Livy going to be out. All right, y'all, we don't hog up all the battery in here, and Just Blaze getting hit up. That'll do it for episode 36, Jerome Bettis style on the rocks, and we see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
36.